Okay. Around each of these 4 worlds is also in torus field. So remember, this is in a torus field. Each of these worlds also has its own torus field cocooning it. So there's a torus field around this outer world. There's a torus field around this one. There's a torus field around that one. And there's a torus field at the center. Okay? And what that would look like, essentially, is something like this. Okay? From our perspective, from where we are. Right? Almost like those Russian dolls. Right? So there's one at the center, a torus field like that. There's one on the outside, on the outer worlds, a bigger one. Then there's a bigger one on the outside. Right? Now, I noticed something very interesting about this. These toroidal fields, right, are probably oblate spheroids in shape. So when mainstream science and NASA says the Earth is an oblate spheroid, this is what they're telling us. They're kind of telling us a half-truth, right? Which is why they can blatantly lie with a straight face, because they know they're usurping the truth. And when it comes out, they'll just probably say, well, you're too stupid to understand what we're saying, but we're telling you the truth. So this is an oblate spheroid. Underneath where we are, this is where the 4 layers would be: the crust, the mantle, inner core, and outer core. Just like mainstream science says, right? Inner Earth. And above us, we've got the 3 atmospheres within our toroidal field. We've got the troposphere, the stratosphere, right? The mesosphere, and the thermosphere inside our torus field. This top bit is what mainstream science calls the Van Allen belt. This is the Van Allen belt, this toroidal field. Right? They tell us there's a field of energy that they cannot go past called the Van Allen belt. This is it. By the way, they also tell us that there are 5 Van Allen belts in the universe. So that's the 4 of the worlds, the 5th one being the outermost one. They also tell us that our universe is covered with cosmic background microwave radiation, which is basically a torus field. So they're telling us that the whole universe is inside a torus field. Cosmic background radiation, electromagnetism. So again, they're telling us the truths, but in a twisted way so that we don't figure out exactly what it is. Okay? So that is what it would look like from our perspective. Right. I also hypothesize that these toroidal fields have got different motions that they're moving at. Okay? So science tells us that the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour on its axis. Yeah? And then it's spinning at 67,000 miles an hour around the sun. And then it's spinning at 490,000 miles an hour in the universe. Again, there is some truth in that. So it's not a complete lie. So the terra firma we're standing on is obviously not spinning, but the toroidal fields around us are spinning. Okay? So I've depicted it here on this cross section. Okay? So here, we've got the pyramid Bhumandala. We've got the toroidal fields going around each of the lands, over and underneath. Right? 1 at the center, 2 where we are, 3 on the outside worlds, and the 4th one on the furthest out worlds. Okay? Our toroidal field is probably moving at 1,000 miles an hour, that vortex. And this toroidal field, which is being powered, well, all of them are being powered by that cosmic vortex that we talked about in the beginning. This is the engine room that's powering the energy of all these toroidal fields. Right? Because that runs straight through the middle.
Stop. Pause it.
Okay? So that's moving at 1,000.
Whew. Brother going in. All right. So I want to stop it at this point when he dealt with the vortex, just to put this in simple elementary school terms, because when you're dealing with a vortexian current, which is what our Earth is wrapped in, the atmosphere is the vortexian current that formed the Earth. I want to inspire a simple science experiment. dealing with vortexian current, vortexia, and how it gathers up material, corporeal material in the Ethereal firmament. We could do this with a simple science experiment. My daughter could do this. We take a little teaspoon of pepper and we put it in a cup of water or a bowl of water and begin to generate a vortex by simply from the outer rim creating a vortexian current or a stir, right? Once you create that rotation, that vortex, what happens to the granules of pepper? They begin to come together, forming together in the center of the vortex. That simple science experiment right there, it shows you how all the same principles apply to all the stars, suns, moons, and planets, um, in the cosmos. They come together via rotation, via vortex that gathers up the etheric material into the center. And what does that form? Does it form a sphere or does it form a flat surface? When you look at the vortex, it forms a globular formation. Simple science that you could bring to physics to your kids, and you can objectively view this. This is not some theory I just came up with. That's objective in the universe. You can see this happening right now.
Where at?
The formation of all stars, suns, moons, and planets. You can
Where's
look up in. You said, where's the vortex?
Yeah.
It's at the outer extremity beyond, well, the Earth's vortex, particularly, the outer extremity is somewhat beyond the moon.
All right, I need to see the math on this shit for real.
But this is cosmogony.
No.
We're talking about the energy inside of the vortex, right? As when it spins, kind of like a mixture with hot and cold air, and when it mixes, it causes the energy.
So the name of the force of the vortex is called vortexia, which is the positive force. Which is arbitrary. It's usually it's east and west, right? So just in the case of you have, like, say you have another example of the vortex, the force is in the picture.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So in the case of a wheel turning on its axis, right? Say like you have a pole, and then you extend that pole at a right angle, and you put a wheel on it, and you spin it in a circle, right? The center of the rotation is stationary. It doesn't move.
Mm-hmm.
The outer part of it moves, right?
And y'all sitting here listening to this. There is no such thing as an Earth vortex.
What? But hold on. I'm trying to understand. Wait,
the atmosphere.
There's no such thing as an Earth vortex. You made that up.
I know I'm late. I'm late to the question.
What I'm talking about?
Video.
Hold on, King J.
Wait.
Let King Hurt go. He was first.
Bro, it's crazy.
Go ahead.
That statement is crazy as hell.
Wait, can I ask you? I know I'm late.
It's not.
He might catch King Hurt up when you explain this too.
It says the concept of an Earth vortex is not recognized by mainstream science. It's spiritual. Hold on. What does it say?
It's spiritual. But this is objective reality.
Spiritual.
You can observe.
Metaphysical tradition. It is not a study or science that is accepted in mainstream science. That's what it says. You made it up.
Okay, can A1 can you put that on the screen? Can you search it up so we can see what that's, because I don't know what he pulled it up.
What you want me to type in?
Just type in the vortex of the Earth.
Where is the Earth vortex?
Let me ask you,
that's what I typed in.
For y'all, because I know I'm late. I'm late to this. So is the video about flat Earth? Is that what the guy's saying in the video?
Yeah, the video is about flat Earth. He goes through all the different cosmogonies, and combines them together to show that what he's got, I guess, is being told everywhere. And he's got an astrophysicist at the end. And I don't know.
Does he do the math? Does he show the math behind this as well?
He does have some math, and he goes over some numbers. I'm not sure how much. I could send you this. I don't even know where this is online. I ripped this like 7 years ago. And I was just going through a hard drive of the stuff I thought was fire.
Dan said
wait
the
a minute.
vortex is at the moon. You just making this up, and y'all supposed to be smart on this.
No. Hey, A1, put that on the screen. Just type it in for me, please. So
A1, that man went
I did
through all
put it
that
up
to
on
say
it.
that he
I mean, I did look it up.
A1?
Let me share it.
Yeah,
say that again.
That man went through all that to say that he think ancient cultures thought that the world was flat.
Well, he's not going over a flat Earth. It's actually called the cosmic egg theory, and it's its own specific thing. It's not like anything else. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the cosmic egg. Well, if you study cosmogonies, you would. Everybody who does that is familiar with the cosmic egg theory. It's nobody calls it flat Earth along those lines, but I felt like it ties into it, and the people who do believe in that stuff would be like, "Oh, I think they haven't seen this stuff yet."
But here's the thing. But here's the thing.
Hold on, King J. It's on King Herc. I mean, it's on King Herc next, and then we'll come back to King J. Go ahead, finish, Jose.
When you look at people like that, those are people who don't study one thing specifically. So they take parts of different cosmogonies, not realizing that the crux of the cosmogony is ancient Kemet. The Greeks took it from ancient Kemet. That is not their original idea. The creation story says that
I don't negate your point. I think he would probably agree with you. I just think that he's just showing where it's prevalent throughout time. In the same way, like when I showed the Spirit Science video, and they went over the flower of life.
My question is,
show all the different places where you can find it.
Can I finish? I'm just saying the origin of it is Kemet. So why are you going to Greek when you could just go to Kemet, read a translation of the story, and break it down as best you can and have that discussion?
I mean, even this may actually predate some Kemet stories, if we look deep enough. But I don't know.
What does modern cosmogony state?
Right. But nothing he said in the ancient world is going. Greeks and none of those European countries predate Kemet. He hasn't sent any culture in that's older than Kemet. So Kemet has to be the authority in this particular case, based on chronology. In his particular case, I'm not saying they're not.
But in that regard, though,
Kemet, but he didn't mention one yet.
What he's doing is called syncretism, and I don't think there is an authority. I think we just show where things.
No.
But in that,
you can't say that. Can't say that because every story, real or imagined, has an origin.
But
that's not, if that's your point, that's cool.
But in the progression of humanity, right? We have a modern cosmogony that we can look for today, objectively, right? In view of what we can actually measure and see today. We don't have to look backwards to figure out where things. We can see what we're looking at. What we're looking at now. We got way better technology, way better, so
if you're trying to prove a flat Earth,
I don't even know who's talking, but I don't even know who's talking, but I agree with the person. But what I'm saying is
Cosmon right here. That's it.
Right. But what I'm saying is in this particular case, he's comparing different ancient cultures. And the oldest culture that he mentioned is ancient Kemet. So you can't take any other culture over that culture based on chronology in that particular argument.
Nobody
I'm
is
not arguing
actually. Nobody is.
Right.
Nobody is.
No, I know they may not, but I want to point out and make sure as a person who looks at as being the defender of Kemet that I have to say is because if I don't, they're gonna jump on.
You defended Kemet when it's not even being attacked. We got you.
No.
You attacking it or not? You better not attack.
A bomb for Jose.
But guess what? But guess what? Listen to me. Take my word for it. I've been around these circles enough to know that I need to say what I need to say because somebody's going to attack me just now. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I know I'm going to get attacked. That's why I'm taking a head.
Nobody's going to attack you for defending Kemet when it's not being attacked.
A1, I know what I'm telling you. I'm going to get attacked in the next 5 minutes if I keep talking. Somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong.
There is no single. I'm going to read where is the Earth's vortex, which was the question of. But see, look, when you hop in to defend something that's not being attacked, it actually derails the conversation because that was nobody's point.
Thank you at all. That's why he does.
So that's why I was like, okay, well, if that's your point, cool. But nobody's like saying anything about that. So you took 2 minutes to rep Kemet, but if everybody does that for 2 minutes, then it'll just be everybody repping their set, and then we won't be able to get to the information.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I appreciate that. He does it every time. But
there is no. Hold
Hey,
on,
one.
because I'm still on Prince Cosmine. Then we'll go to whatever you wanted to say real quick, Emmanuel. Then we'll double back to King J because and see what his insight is.
That's a bit.
His question is, where is the Earth's vortex? That was what Prince Cosma asked me to look up.
I didn't
There
say
is
where. I just said put
okay.
in Earth's vortex, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. That was actually King. I rephrased it once King J said what he looked up. But it says there is no single scientifically recognized Earth's vortex in the spiritual sense. Rather, the term refers to numerous locations around the world believed to be centers of concentrated energy. The scientific term polar vortex refers to a weather phenomenon at the North and South poles.
Oh, you made it up, brother. Okay, now go ahead. Thank you.
No, but once again,
but quit saying pseudo shit.
No, it's not pseudo, my brother. It's actually objective reality.
You made it up. It's not scientific.
No, I didn't make that up. First of all, I'm not gonna argue with a fool. You can say what you want to say,
brother. You made it up and you got busted. It's okay.
King J,
I didn't make anything.
Let him respond to the point you made, though.
It's literally. I just gave you a scientific 5-year-old, 5th grade, actually like 5-year-old level lesson on a vortex. A vortex exists when you flush a toilet. A vortex exists on the top of your head. Your hair curls out in a vortexian motion. Sperm spins in a vortex. You know what I'm talking about? A baby in the womb is curled up in the vortexian ball, just like a seashell. You know what I'm saying? So all the there's a Fibonacci sequence that everybody that bases creation on.
Hey, you know, it's new research. It's new research that shows that your heart is a vortex too, brother.
Come on now. So what? So you trying to your low vibratory ignorant self isn't even conscious that all things are vortexian. See, you're ignorant, and so what we all understand. I'm not gonna argue with a fool.
King J, it's one mic.
I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue with a fool.
Go and then you, King J. You're gonna play.
All I'm saying, and we all understand that vortex is, the base of all creation. And it's evident also in the creation of suns, moons, and stars. The same principles apply to them all. A vortexian current generates a motion in the ether realms, and it gathers up the etheric material into a hot, fiery ball, and then it turns into a planet, sun, moon, or star. You see what I'm saying? It's not a flat disk. No vortex forms a flat disk. They form globular ball. You could do that with that science experiment I showed you. Put some pepper in a bowl, stir it up. Look at a raindrop. It's, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy.
Okay. Emmanuel, did you have anything to add in? And then we'll go to King J to play cleanup, and then we'll
just real
pass it
quick
around if anybody else after King J.
Just real quick so we could keep down on future confusion. Is there anybody on the panel that doesn't fuck with Kemet or feel like Kemetic philosophy is bullshit? Anybody don't fuck with Kemet? Is there anybody?
Nope.
Okay.
We all fuck with Kemet on this channel, so you don't have to defend Kemet because we all fuck with it. That's why I even love covering these topics.
Right,
like,
that's what I thought.
All fuck nobody would ever. Everybody agrees with you every time you do that. Jose. Well, if you don't, Cosmo, is that Cosmo?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a waspy. He's a waspy. So yeah,
we got the history of Kemet. I'm not saying we got the history on Kemet, and we got the history on the gods of Kemet and their character traits and what they was about and all that. So it is what it is.
Thank you for clarifying your stance, though, because so he would be the only one who has maybe some qualms about some of the stuff, or has a different perspective on.
Yeah, so that one person out of all us, Jose, you ain't got to keep stopping every
miles an hour
to defend Kemet for 2 minutes. That's great.
My bad. Next, King J, clean up crew.
I just wanted to bring that to the attention. Like, I mean, he was saying it as if it was some scientific fact that, but it's not even, a scholarly consensus is pseudo. They say it's pseudo. It's not accepted. It's more of a spiritual, metaphysical type of belief. Some pseudoscience. There is no Earth vortex. And then he said, oh, it's on the moon. Like, I mean, and then y'all listen to it, no, I just fact check. I'm not, if he was right, he was right. But it's no such thing. Also, when the brother mentioned the egg and the cracked egg, there is a Egyptian cosmology. It's the Hermopolis cosmology that refers to Ra being born from the cracked egg. I brought that point up earlier, and I was trying to equate it to modern science and the oblate spheroid, right? And how that is not a perfect symmetrical sphere or a perfect ball. The brother asked a question earlier. I don't know, was he being slick or he thought he. So when I said that a sphere has perfect symmetry and an obloid spheroid does not fit the dimensions of that. When he asked, was a obloid spheroid spherical? No, it's not, because it does not fit the dimensions of a sphere. Spherical objects are objects that have perfect symmetry. An obloid
That's not
spheroid
true.
does not. An obloid, brother, why you keep cutting me? We can look, and we can look it up. An obloid spheroid does not have perfect symmetry and does not fit the dimensions of a sphere.
That's true. So you may have been mistaken, but you said something that's spherical has perfect symmetry. You sticking to that?
I said an obloid spheroid does not. That's my point. My whole theory is, or my stance is that the Earth is not a sphere. The Earth is a obloid spheroid, which is
So
not a
basically,
sphere.
Which is spherical. An
right.
obloid spheroid is spherical. Yes,
No,
it is. I'm telling you it is. Okay.
No, and I'm telling you it's not, because we
Okay.
can look up the definitions of
Okay, well, let's
words.
look it up and stop
Anything
talking.
that's sphere,
Let's look it
listen,
up and stop talking. All I said
brother,
was you wrong,
listen.
so we can look it up.
But you don't have to cut me off. If I'm just giving you, I can give you the definition, and then we can look it up. Because I got it in my head. Objects that are spherical have perfect symmetry. I've said it 50,000 times. You might not be listening. Perfect symmetry are objects that are spherical.
What is perfect symmetry?
An obloid spheroid is an object that is not spherical. Actually, it's an object that is shaped by going rotating around the Earth. Rotating around, so when you look at the top, it's the bulge. It's bulge on the sides, and it's the top and the bottom is smushed in.
So that's
not a perfect sphere. It is not.
So what's that rotation called?
What?
What's that rotation called? You said it's formed by rotation. That's that vortex. That's what forms the shape. That's what forms the shape of a planet.
We're gonna figure it out, and then maybe we got a debate topic between you two, because King J is looking
he already shot himself. He said rotation.
It should be easy money for you then, right?
It's easy money, A1. But check it out. I noticed.
As soon as you say rotation, you killed yourself.
Hold on, listen. I noticed on this panel they don't know definitions of words. So when I said we heard him say 5 times, A1, that an obloid spheroid is spherical. We can just fact check that. Objects that are spherical have perfect symmetry. I done said it 80,000 times.
Right, but how was that? How was that?
That's not the definition of spherical. That's not the definition of spherical.
So look up the definition of spherical.
I just did. I was trying to tell you.
And what is it?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. But no, that's all. That's my whole point. Is that it's a difference between a sphere and something that's spherical. But you're describing sphere and spherical as if they're the same.
Spherical says is shaped like a sphere and has properties relating to spheres.
Perfect symmetry.
Not meaning that it's perfect. It doesn't say anything about perfect symmetry.
Right. But a sphere has perfect symmetry.
Does an egg have perfect symmetry? Does an egg have perfect symmetry?
Now look up what's the definition
of a sphere. Does an egg have perfect symmetry? Does an egg have perfect symmetry?
Now look up obloid spheroid.
Can you answer the question, King J?
Brother, that's not the point of contention.
Oh, okay. So everybody see what's going on now. Everybody see what's going on.
He gonna make a statement.
Everybody know where it's
going.
answer
your question.
Follow the argument, brother. We're not going to filibuster.
He gonna make a statement. He gonna make a statement, and then he gonna
the point of contention.
Can you put the square in a circle hole looking ass niggas? Why are we arguing this shit?
We're gonna have to agree to disagree in a second, and then we're gonna move along.
Yeah, Suave. That's why
Now,
I'm taking this
A1,
debate with you, Suave. You got about the most sense I done heard dealing with this topic, for real, for real.
So now A1, just
Appreciate
look up spheroid because it's simple. And that's my whole argument.
Okay,
The
I'll
Earth
look
is
it
not
up.
a sphere. The Earth is not a sphere.
Okay,
The
bet.
Earth
Let's
is
play
an
the video.
Okay, for sure.
Even this nigga talked about the vortex in this video.
We are 3 on the outside worlds and the 4th one on the furthest out worlds. Okay? Our toroidal field is probably moving at 1,000 miles an hour. That vortex. And this toroidal field, which is being powered, well, all of them are being powered by that cosmic vortex that we talked about in the beginning. This is the engine room that's powering the energy of all these toroidal fields. Right? Because that runs straight through the middle.
Stop it. Hold on. Stop.
Okay?
Because he mentioned.
Wait, hold on. Pause.
Oh, damn
Pause.
it. You made me go all the way back to the beginning. Shit.
Pause, man. Wait, he just said the vortex is what's generating the energy of all the toroidal fields.
He mentioned
So
the vortex.
is he crazy too?
He
okay. Okay, he made that up.
He
Okay.
pseudo just like you. It's metaphysics.
Yo, while we paused, the definition for
sphere or spear?
Oblate spheroid. SPHEROID. Spheroid.
Which is generated by the vortex.
What?
Make it fun.
Definitely. It ain't nothing to make it fun of. You can't comprehend definitions, brother. Like, what's y'all having debates about titles.
We have an argument about shapes.
No, listen. Y'all having debates about title. Is the Earth shaped like a ball?
Yo, listen.
But then don't know the definition. Then don't know the definition between a sphere and a spheroid. A Earth is not a sphere. A ball is a. Quit cutting me. A ball.
Hold on,
is
I was trying to read the
This
definition.
nigga talking, but ain't showing no objective proof, no sources.
Let me
He's
make
just
my
talking.
point and then debunk me. I can't even make a point.
But wait, I was trying to read something and you cutting me off.
Say nothing, you don't have anything to argue about.
But I'm saying you cutting me off when I was trying to read something. Y'all was said what y'all said about the video, and then I said, well, since we paused, I looked something up. Can I read this? You feel me?
Go ahead.
And I was trying to say that a spheroid is a spear-like shape, but it's not perfectly spherical, right? And a spherical means something that's spear-like. So spheroid would be spear-like, which would make it spherical. So,
Thank you. That makes sense.
No,
Thank you. That was second grade. That was second grade shit. What? That's kindergarten shit. Free school shit.
You just made that up.
Bro, that's an easy understanding. We get it. Like an egg shape. Okay, so spherical is spherical is like an egg shape.
The definitions. I didn't make that up. What are you talking about?
Platform. Let's do it like this.
Oh
Each
my
have our
God,
2 minutes without we can't cut each other off because you cut me off and I can't make me make my point. You
keep saying the same thing over and over again.
If I'm able to talk 2 minutes uninterrupted, you understand you're not making any type of sense. So let's give me my 2 minutes, and you can have your 2 minutes, and can respond and debunk anything I say. Or you want to holler over me and scream, and I can't make my point. Like, come on.
Who this talking?
What you want to do?
I'm over here muted.
I'm ready for 2 minutes.
We're not doing 2 minutes because I just said that we about to agree to disagree. Then y'all have me pause the video to come back to the same point, which don't do that again. If we agree to disagree, we're moving on from that. If y'all want to set it up for a debate, get a face-off or something going, do a presentation on it, then we can come back and argue it, though. But I don't want to take 20 minutes on one definition or this topic. Y'all can get on a timer, have 12 minutes apiece. Forget the 2 minutes. If Cosmon is looking for a debate over here, and so are you. So
let's do that tonight
ABC.
when we get done. To 12 minutes on the definition of the word spheroid and sphere and spherical. Is a spheroid spherical?
Okay, I'm gonna let this play. First, I gotta find my spot again because I lost my spot moving it.
Hey, yo, is Suave Boss still here?
Suave Boss is still here. Go ahead, chop it while I find my spot.
The 5th one being the outer around our sun, which I'll explain why. We are 3 on the outside worlds and the 4th one on the furthest out worlds. Okay? Our toroidal field is probably moving at 1,000 miles an hour, that vortex. And this toroidal field, which is being powered, well, all of them are being powered by that cosmic vortex that we talked about in the beginning. This is the engine room that's powering the energy of all these toroidal fields, right? Because that runs straight through the middle. Okay, so that's moving at 1,000 miles an hour on its axis, which is that axis, just like mainstream science tells us. The next toroidal field is moving at 67,000 miles an hour around our sun, which I'll explain why in a minute. And the outer one is moving in our universe at 490,000 miles an hour, the last one. So if these figures are true, and my syncretism is true, or it's close, then this is what I think that means. Okay? Right. The next bit is I want to focus on, give me a sec, guys. Where have I put it? Our torus field and our Earth, where we are. Okay? So that's a cross section of it, the one that I was showing you earlier on. So that is where we would be, the terra firma, the Earth, where we're standing here. This would be the lands at the center, Eden, with its torus field, which mainstream science tells us quite clearly it's an electromagnetic field. At the center, at the North Pole, there's an electromagnetic field, which is a torus field, powered by the sun, so they say. So they're telling us there's a torus field at the center, okay? And this is the Van Allen belt that they tell us about, right? And then we've got the 4 atmospheres: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, like I said earlier on. Underneath us is Earth, right? This is the ground. The crust, the mantle, inner core, outer core. And the waters and everything else sit above on the terra firma, okay? Right. Each of these lands with the 4 different toroidal fields has got a sun and a moon. All of the lands have a sun and a moon, okay? So, if we were to look at it like that, right? If that was the top of our toroidal field, from the top, this is where we live, okay? Our torus field, our sun and moon, is the sun and moon that we see every day, that revolves around our torus field. These outer lands have got their own sun and moon, which are Mars and Venus, okay? This outer land, they've got their own sun and moon as well, which is Saturn and Jupiter, the planets Saturn and Jupiter. The center is the only one that's an exception, because the sun and moon there are androgynous, and that's the planet Mercury. So Mercury is both a sun and a moon, okay, at the center. So now we've got the 7 wandering planets.
He lost me there.
Mercury at the center, inside the sun, like mainstream science tells us, right? You've got the moon,
I get what he's saying.
Venus, Mars.
So he's saying that all of the planets that we can still see are there. They just are over. I get it. Okay.
They over different sections of an Earth, of different Earths, another different Earth, right?
Well, it's all one cosmic egg, but I guess what he's saying is separated by toroidal fields at the ice walls. So I don't know.
Well, let me stop you there for a second.
He lost me. Wait, he lost me when he said that the galaxy was in a Morbius strip, and I'm like, wait, hold up. How are you going to show that the galaxy is a Morbius strip? The background, he said the background is radiation, and that's why I was asking, where did he do the math on this? I need to see the math that he's been doing.
King Hercules.
I think what he's. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is take the idea of the cosmic egg from Kemet and put his own spin on how he thinks that relates to a flat Earth. But if you read the actual primary text, I don't think they directly compare the cosmic egg that Ra was born in to the Earth. They simply say he was born, so the egg was what he was born in. Then they're going to Geb and other gods and describe them as elements.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be
that may be his interpretation. That may the primary text.
It wouldn't even be a part of our reality, actually. And
but here's what I'm saying, Hercules, right? Ancient Kemetic people took the physical elements and personified them into these nature or deities, right?
yeah.
So Ra would represent the sun. He was born in an egg, and he came from the noon, which is the watery heaven, according to the glyphs. So that egg, he's trying to say the egg has something to do with the earth, but the primary text don't specifically state that egg has anything to do with the earth. They just say he was born in the egg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The egg itself is not in our reality. That's in a different realm.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's trying to relate the deities and the story to the planets and cosmology. But in the actual story, I don't think that the egg itself is related to Earth. It was just simply what Ra came into. He wasn't born in the egg. So because he was born,
let me go ahead and read what a cosmic egg, the cosmic egg theory, okay? Wikipedia says the cosmic egg, world egg, or mundane egg is a mythological motif found in the cosmogonies of many cultures and civilizations, including Proto-Indo-European mythology. Typically, there is an egg which, upon hatching, either gives rise to the universe itself or gives rise to the primordial being who in turn creates the universe. So there's two different ways that this works. One is the way that he was just explaining with Ra hatching from the egg, and the other is creation itself coming from the egg. So it's not all the same. There are overlapping theories. The egg is sometimes laying on the primordial waters of the earth. Typically, the upper half of the egg or the outer shell becomes the heaven, and the lower half or the inner yolk becomes the earth. The motif likely stems from simple elements of an egg, including its ability to offer nourishment and give rise to new life, as is reflected by the Latin proverb, omni vivum ex ovo. All life comes from an egg. And just to go down, the term cosmic egg is also used in the modern study of cosmology in the context of emergent universe scenarios. And just to give examples by region, West Africa in the Dogon mythology from Burkina Faso, the creator god Amma takes the form of an egg. The egg is divided into 4 sections representing the 4 elements: air, fire, water, and earth. This also establishes the 4 cardinal directions. Failing to create the earth on her first attempt, Amma plants a seed in herself that forms 2 placentas, each containing a pair of twins. One twin, Ogo, breaks out, so she's artificially inseminates herself. Another virgin birth, or whatever you want to call it. That's probably the wrong term, but another immaculate conception.
Awkward.
Yeah, awkward. Let's get into it. One twin, Ogo, breaks out and unsuccessfully tries to create a universe. Amma, however, is able to create the earth now from a part of Ogo's placenta. Ogo's twin, Nomo, is killed by Amma. And really, there goes the Cain and Abel, too. Is killed by Amma, and parts of the body are scattered across the world to give order. Very odd there. Almost reminds me of the Kemet story, too.
Anytime you get to a point where you're reading
dismembered and remembered.
I'm glad you said that, A1.
Yeah, so you don't have to. Got you. I'm defending it too.
But that's what I was going to say. Anytime you read into some type of spiritual text and a god starts to murder people, it's a false god.
Yeah, it gets crazy. The parts were then reconstituted to revive Nomo. Nomo creates 4 spirits that become the ancestors of the Dogon people. These spirits are sent with Nomo into an ark to populate. So then we have an ark as well to populate the world. The creation account proceeds as follows. We're not about to get into all that. I just wanted to give one example from one different region, how it applies to them, and that this is something that's actually universal. You find it in a lot of different places. Where it starts, we may have to do a whole episode on that. Jose is going to say Kemet. I think that it actually goes back further, but we're going to disagree and keep moving.
Jupiter and Saturn being the last.
And shout out Angelica Diallo for bearing with us through all of this stuff. She says, how much did he spend on this?
Man,
for real.
That's funny. And at least he's got the tinfoil on the presentation and he's not wearing it. So
right.
Let's pass it around before I hit play. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Now I'm with you that the story may go back beyond Kemet, but I'm still going to place it in Africa. Is my point. Even if you can trace it back before Kemet.
Facts. I agree with
It's
you.
still going to be an African story. So I might be shell-shocked and having to go through certain things and treating people a certain way when this audience is intelligent enough to understand what he's saying. So I apologize for that.
Yeah, everything doesn't go back to Kemet, because I was almost an Egyptomaniac for a split second. Then I had to realize, like, wait, where did Kemet get their knowledge from?
No,
we can go back and see different places from Samaria, the Twa. There are people who predate the Kemet who had lots of knowledge. I got the instructions I got the oldest book in the world, the instructions of Ptahhotep over here. Like, ancient wisdom and knowledge predates those cultures. It's dope that they were like the epicenter for Africa, where it popped at. But we should just ride that wave and put them on. It doesn't necessarily mean that everything has to go back to that. Like, the Europeans use Greece as their epicenter for knowledge. It doesn't, but everybody's not running around trying to be a Greek. People are still true to their bloodlines, heritages, nationalities, or whatever, above all of that.
But here's the point. But here's the point I'm gonna make. If you're living in a Western world and they value Greek knowledge, we know that a lot of that knowledge that they value did come from Kemet in that particular instance. If we're talking about Greece, if we're talking about other places, maybe not so, but we know for sure Greece.
I hear you. I just
That's
don't feel
I can make that.
I hear you. I know you're gonna say that every time we bring up any knowledge, because it all comes
Am I
back
wrong though? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, and I would say
it's not about you being wrong. It's about it being overstated. It's about what's understood doesn't need to be explained.
I'm not gonna say something I don't know.
No, what's understood. I mean, I guess that could be your cue though. That could be your cue. We don't get you your
cue. I would say, yeah. I would say it goes back to Africa. Period.
I say it goes back to Africa though. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Kemet was just
there too. I'm with you there too.
Yeah. It's just that Kemet was the found. You know, like you said, it was just the one place where they just came together and they founded that kingdom, and it just became the epicenter, like you said. But it's been shown. Exactly. I think it's been shown that even before it was founded, that they put together, you know what I'm saying, the knowledge before they even found the kingdom. And by the time they founded it, they put, you know what I'm saying, they put everything in place. They applied the knowledge.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? But it was it was definitely, you know.
But
definitely
see, look, we got a bunch of different arguments, and you're gonna keep making it. It came to Kemet first. It came to Kemet first. Every time something pop up, you don't gotta do that.
No. I'm not doing that. I'm doing it.
We just spent 4 minutes on it came to Kemet first again.
Because it's a fact. I don't know if you want to curse me because I'm saying something.
No, I mean, we have to have other. You gotta have another argument in your bag, brother. That's all I'm saying.
The truth of the matter is,
if you only got the one punch, you got one punch.
It's not a fact. Sumerians had stories of creation that were adopted by the Kemetians.
Okay, and
you got the one punch. It's like playing Tekken, and you just keep tripping me. You're not doing nothing else. You just keep tripping me, and that's
all right. And let's go ahead. And let's go to that. The areas that it came from, what do they call it? Pre-dynastic Kemet. So it still goes back to Kemet.
Okay. But this is not about where it goes back to. Let's focus on where the information is going, not going back to, because it's not really even about that. He just uses that to relate to people. That's why he's doing that. When he goes down and lists like, oh, this in this culture was this. He's doing that so that way people who follow those or value those certain schools of knowledge, he can connect with them. That's literally all that is.
Okay, so just indulge me because I just like to talk about Kevin. Okay. Maybe that's it.
So Saturn, Mars, and Apollo are suns, right? On the other side, you've got our moon, Venus, and Jupiter, which are moons. Okay, and they've got their respective duties or things that they do, which I'll explain a little bit later. Okay, so I'll try and put this together so you can kind of see what it looks like inside the egg. Okay.
This nigga done grabbed all of his daughter's toys and made it.
So now we have the universe. Okay. I don't know if you can see it properly. Hopefully you can. Let's put it down a little bit so you can see that. And here it is. Okay. That's the top of the Bhumandala. And this is the top half of all the torus fields. Of course, they run through the bottom as well, with the different suns and moons revolving around these torus fields in each of the lands. So when NASA says they're going to Mars and they plan to go to Mars, they are telling the truth. Mars are these outside lands, the outer lands, where Mars is the sun, right? That is where Mars is. So they are planning to go to these outside worlds at some point. They're saying at the moment they can't get past the Van Allen belt, but at some stage they will be able to. And again, I'll explain why. Okay?
Wow.
So this is where Mars is. So outer space does exist. So all flat earthers out there saying that outer space doesn't exist, it does, but it's just been usurped. It's not physically going to Mars itself, the sun, Mars, the luminary. That's ridiculous.
What?
It's going to these lands where Mars is the sun.
I need a damn pseudo.
That's what they're trying to tell us.
Bro, for real.
I'm gonna have one in a day or two. I don't know what he's talking about.
Hey, but I was gonna say something. I was just gonna say something based on the inspiration, that I know, but because he had that little egg thing with the little 3 worlds, the little 3 sphere thing, whatever it was. But I was gonna share something that I had, dealing with the idea of the 3 worlds, right? We everybody understands the physical planet, the physical seen world, the corporeal world, but what we don't really understand is the spiritual world, which is unseen. And what my brother Jose had mentioned something earlier in the chat. He said cosmogony dealt with also not only the creation of physical planets, but unseen worlds as well. So anyway, I said all that to say that when it deals with those 3 worlds he was talking about, I was going to say in a practical way you can understand it as this: the physical world and the spiritual world. Now, the physical being the corporeal, and then the atmospheric world, which is the atmosphere, and then the Etherian world, which is beyond the vortex of the earth. The atmosphere and the earth vortex are synonymous. They're the same thing. And, when you're dealing with the idea of the existence of spirit or the spiritual world, the S world, you're dealing with the atmospheric world, where obviously those of our ancestors who passed on, our loved ones, those of us who, have faith in continuation of spirit, we know or would attest that they would exist in the spiritual world, which is the atmosphere that wraps around the earth. That's where the spirit of the dead are. That's where heaven touches the ground and goes to the top of the earth's vortex. And then beyond the earth's vortex is the Etherian heavens, the highest heavens. So the 3 great worlds that he's trying to talk about is the physical world, which is a globe. It's not a flat disc. He's tripping on that, but it does exist. The globe was formed by the vortex, which he also was trying to explain, that wraps around in the shape, of a vortex, which creates a globe, a gobular corporeal earth. Now, again, it's 3 great worlds: the physical world, and then the atmospheric and the Etherian world. I think that's what he's trying to get at.
But I don't think he's saying it's 3 different worlds, but I don't think he's talking about the spiritual at all, the spiritual realm. I agree with you on the different worlds, the spiritual realm and the physical realm, but it don't seem like he's that he's actually talking about the spiritual world at all. I don't think he's.
I don't think he is either. I think he's drastically confused. But that's just how I would try to help him along the path.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I would just try to nudge him. Like, I think you're trying to understand the spiritual side of things, but he just got his own way of seeing it, because I think he's been confused by a lot of the dogma. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. He's misinterpreting a lot, but yeah.
Because when you start dealing with that concept of a vortex, if you're a spiritual person and you understand that the man lives on beyond the physical reality into the spiritual world, but then the question is, where is heaven? Where is the spirits at? Right. And what I'm saying is that they're in the atmosphere that wraps around the earth. That is the spiritual world. And then there's a higher heaven that's beyond the earth vortex. See that womb he's talking about? The womb he's talking about is the vortex. See, we are bound into the Earth's vortex, even in spirit. Even after you cross over mortality, you're still going to be in the Earth in the realm of the Earth, but you're in the atmosphere, which is the womb of the Earth. And then once you graduate beyond the womb of the Earth, you're free from the Earth, all the mortality, the corporeal world, the desires of Earth. Like you, once you graduate in spirit to that level where the highest raised angels are, you ain't tripping on nothing down here. You didn't graduate past it all. So that's the ether realms. That's beyond the Earth vortex.
But are you aware that what you're saying is not considered scientific? That is considered
I
a
get it. I
cosmogony.
get most people who ain't spiritual can't get what I just said. They ain't
Hold
gonna
on,
get
can
it.
I finish before you attack me? I'm saying I
I'm
don't
not
have a
attacking you.
problem.
I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah,
Right,
it's not scientific.
right. But I don't have a problem with what you're saying. But we have to distinguish if he's making a scientific argument or a spiritual argument. We don't know.
Well, the
He's just
vortex
mixing
is
so many
definitely
things.
scientific. The vortex itself is scientific. That's observable. When you look up into the cosmos, you see all the galaxies are rotating in a vortexian current. So
Right. But
that's scientific.
I'm with you. But I'm going to say the same thing about you that I said about him. According to science, you're mixing two things that don't go together in the scientific world. They can separate the two things and say this is spiritual and this is scientific.
Right.
And I just
I
want
can
you to
dig that.
recognize that when you're on these panels and when you're reviewing these videos of people who clearly haven't read primary text and just putting things together based on Google searches and Chat GPT, which is what he did. Because if he did, he wouldn't be he would know how to frame the arguments properly and separate the two. He's not
I'm
doing
not
it.
first of
No, no,
all.
no, not you, not you. The person with
Oh,
the video is not doing that.
I was like, damn. I was like
He's not
tripping.
doing that. You're
Okay, yeah,
stating
yeah.
your spiritual idea, and we understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But we just wanted to know that that's not necessarily something that we can walk into a room full of scientists and state and have them agree with you.
Right.
He's
I
mixing
agree.
things because he haven't read no text to know what he's talking about. You have a text that tells you that, so we know where you're coming from, even if we disagree. We don't know exactly what the hell he's talking about. So he's confusing everybody on the panel because he's supposed to do one show about cosmogony and one show about cosmology and then put the two together and then we can understand what he's saying. He's not doing that. He's just talking out his backside based on whatever. We don't know.
Have y'all ever heard of this book called? Have y'all ever heard of a book called Yorugu?
Yeah, I got that book. I'm gonna push back on that part, Jose, because I think that when we're dealing with the metaphysical world, metaphysical realm, we are dealing with science, and this is something that African people, that Black people, that I've been coming across, brothers and sisters on the continent, they've written several books that says that the spiritual realm and metaphysics is real. And it's a part of Black science, which something I've been talking about a lot. And so there's a difference in how Westerners do science and how Black people, how African people do science. So when to them they'll say well, you're not correct. The metaphysical and the spiritual realm is actually real, and that is scientific when we're talking about it. But in a Western concept, because we grew up in a Western culture, most of us, we're educated in a Western culture. We don't see that. We can't see that. That's pseudo. But
that's why I brought up the book. Hold on, wait. Let me just say that. Like that's why I was bringing up that book, Yorugu, to speak on the fact that you know what I'm saying. These dependencies on these Western sciences to validate what our ancestors and the people before us and people now are claiming is kind of a disservice to our ancestors and the people before us. You know what I'm saying? To just take somebody else's world view and to say that this is the dominant way for us to interpret information that we're receiving in this reality.
And I'm gonna say one last thing, and I pass it. I'm gonna say one last thing. The brother, Doctor, is it Dr. Rashid? I forgot his first name. I think it's Kamalu, I believe. The brother, he was a student of Jacob Carruthers, and he talks about Jacob Carruthers a lot. He wrote a book on Jacob Carruthers. But Jacob Carruthers, he wrote this essay called "Science and Oppression." You guys can look it up. It's I think it's free to download. It's pretty good. But what Dr. Kamalu Rashid Rashid Kemal, I think that's his name. What he was saying was that he said, yo, if you realize that, we've been African people, we've been doing science for thousands of years. We've been doing this shit for thousands of years. He said, whereas Westerners, they've been doing it for the past 300 years. And look at what happened to the earth. And he said, what I'm saying? It's like there's a difference in how we had approached science and how they are doing science. And we only see the results of Western science. Like we're on the laptop right now. You know what I'm saying? We haven't really seen the results of African people doing science. And we all know why, the colonization and shit. But yeah, I just wanted to say that part.
Now, Hercules, I'm with you on what you're saying. And I'm not against you. But when you're speaking to an audience that mainly does not, or people who do not hold that ideology, we have to frame it for them to understand what we're saying. Now, if I'm in the middle of Ghana and I'm talking to a Ghanaian chief, I'm not going to say what I'm saying here because I know he understands what I'm saying. But we're catering to the audience who is trying to figure out what he's trying to talk about. He is mixing two things. According to Western philosophy, he's mixing two things. He's speaking to an audience just like we are speaking. So he has to say, I am talking about the quote-unquote spiritual tradition of Africa, and I'm going to make that plain at this point in time. But there is a scientific portion that I have to break down later and then put the two together so my audience can understand. He just wants to run his mouth to sound intelligent, and he sounds stupid to all of us because we are intelligent. We are speaking to people that don't know.
I think what we was...
I will push back on that to say... can I just say this? I will push back on to say that to call him unintelligent in comparison to European understanding of the universe.
That's not what I said.
It is.
That's not what I said.
Because you're saying he sounds stupid to us or to you.
I said we are accustomed to speaking to unintelligent people on YouTube. I didn't call him unintelligent.
Right.
I didn't call anybody unintelligent. We are informed. So when you speak to people who are uninformed, then you have to frame the argument differently. Or people who we might think that are unintelligent, you have to frame the argument differently.
I'm talking about when you said... I'm talking about when you said that that's why he sounds unintelligent. And his information, and you were talking about his information, and I'm saying to call his information unintelligent, viewing it through a European lens on and under their understanding on how the universe works is pretty much like a slap in the face to our ancestors and their information, because the same thing is done to them, and information that is presented on their behalf is held up in European magnifying glass and scope and being observed through there. And if it doesn't meet those standards and qualifications, then it's deemed as unqualifiable. It's not valid. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is he is putting it together in an unintelligible, let's use that word, form to us. We're not understanding his thought process. We don't know where he's coming from personally. And that's
Let's see if he brings some clarity to it then and let it play a little bit.
Let's do that.
So I'm going to try and stay on track here. Sometimes I get a bit... So that's what the cross section would look like. Okay? You would have the Bhumandala over there, different toroidal fields, Mercury, androgynous at the center, Sun and Moon in ours, Mars and Venus and the outer one, Saturn and Jupiter on the outside, moons and the suns, Sun and Moon at the center. Okay? I think that the suns, Saturn, Mars, and our sun, they revolve. Show you. Okay? They spiral around these torus fields. Okay?
Yeah,
upwards,
pause it real
spiral
quick.
outwards and down. That's what the sun does.
I just thought it was interesting that he got the Earth as flat, but every other planet is round in his diagrams. Interesting. That's all I want
to say. Right.
But those not planets. He's saying that those are suns and moons. They're not planets.
I think the moon follows a linear orbit. I don't think it spirals. I think it just follows one orbit. Or if it does spiral, it's a much slower, slower orbit up and down. And I'll explain.
And it wouldn't necessarily be Earth because he's showing different planes of existence. It's the cosmic egg. So he's really just explaining the cosmic egg. But I understand what you're saying, though.
So basically,
but even the planes of existence, when he shows it, I don't know if you caught the beginning, it's not necessarily flat. There's a mound on top and a mound on bottom, was the way he presented it. Not saying I agree with it. I'm just for clarification.
Yeah, no, it's
so let me ask this,
to get a flat sphere from a vortex.
Is he saying that we're on that flat surface down there, and that's just that green cage is the firmament?
Well, firmament or toroidal field, same, pretty much. Essentially, I'm assuming the same thing.
So basically, what he's saying is the planet, the what we call them planets, is suns and moons rotating on the outside of the firmament, and the different when they talk about going to the different planets, they're talking about the landmass that's on that flat surface where he's saying we're at, the sun and the moon. So if we're saying we want to go to Mars, he's saying that they're talking about the land on that circle, on one of those outside circles, where Mars is the sun for that. And they're not talking about going to what we call Mars from what we witnessing. We're talking about the land which Mars is the sun of.
That's how he presented it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that good Schumer, that good one thing.
A bit later. But I think for sure the sun and moon, this is what creates our times, our seasons. When the sun is up here at the center, this is when the northern hemisphere have their summers, because the sun is directly above them, above the North Star, above Polaris at the center. When it's out here spiraling at the edges, this is when the people of the southern hemisphere have their summers.
Oh shit! Stay tuned for part 2.
Really not.
Or it's a pyramid Bumandala, as I like to call it, that runs across the equator inside our torus field. Okay, with 4
it gets deeper, but
rings.
I think we'll save part 2 for another time.
No, you can let it play. I was just talking shit.
No, I am gonna save it for another time. I've been live 2.5 hours though, but I do want to do something else tonight. Okay, yeah, and I see it's really 3 parts because it goes. This video is like 3.5 hours, and we were only like 40 minutes in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really long. This is Santo Bonacci, the astrophysicist, who I think that the guy who went first has been studying. I did see these 2 link up actually and have a conversation. I'm not sure if part of that is on here. I think they were actually on the phone together. And I believe it's in this video. But yeah, we are gonna end that right there. Now you guys can go ahead and do your thing.
So let me ask you a question, A1. Do you think if he walked into a room full of astrophysicists anywhere in the world and said what he's saying, that they would agree that that's purely scientific? Or they would say what we're saying, that he's mixing quote unquote spiritual and scientific together? Just based on academia, not our personal views.
I don't think he was mixing spiritual and academic together. I think what he did was give examples of how it lines up with different cosmogonies across time, and that was it. And when he does that, you're saying he's mixing the 2. But all he's doing is referencing things for people who have insight because they may make connections.
You know what?
I don't think he wasn't presenting that as the evidence for why it is.
I'm cool with you. I'm cool with that. But don't you think, if that were you would have explained that differently to make it clearer to your audience?
No, I would have referenced it when you're explaining syncretism, which he said several times too. That's usually what people do when they're going down on a point, to show how things align over time through different spiritual texts or scriptures from different people. So
okay, so maybe it's just my view that when it is my view that I was explaining it, I would have explained it differently.
well, I mean, when he's talking about the earth, of course he's going to say, well, in this cosmology, this would have been represented as Geb. They're talking about this here.
I'm with you, but what I'm
to
saying
show how
now,
things line up.
I'm with you, but if you're going into that, just for clarity for me, they should be two different videos. You shouldn't put them both in one video together. For me,
and you know what, he is mixing the two though, because what he's doing is he's using modern stuff to try to explain ancient cosmology. So
that's not the right methodology at all.
I mean, people do it with the Bible, the text you're trying to bring from Egypt. Everybody's doing the same thing.
And guess what happened?
The problem with ancient cosmology is it's ancient. So we live in 2025. We need to look at modern cosmology. That's what we need to be looking at. Ancient cosmology is okay. We know what them old folks said, but now we can look today and we can look at the stars, suns, and moons and see new stars forming via telescopes and satellites. They do it every day.
So I think the ancient should be still looked at to see if it lines up with the new.
And I would say why that's important is because most of those ancient cosmologies are said to come from gods, right? So if your ancient cosmology don't line up to what we can see today, that means your God lied to you.
I agree, and that's why it should be covered, and that's why it's not necessarily mixing the two, but the two go together.
I'm gonna say it again. I just think, based on my experience and dealing with the people I deal with, he could have explained it better to make it clear to the audience, because we're all confused and we still have an argument of exactly what his actual viewpoint was.
You're confused. Banu got it. Massa came in late, but I'm not sure about him. Prince Cosmo is pretty on track. King J doesn't necessarily agree, but he understands. I don't know I don't know how well you can explain the cosmic egg theory. I've only seen it explained by him and the other astrophysicists.
No,
so
I'm just saying this is my personal view, and you could attack me my personal view. I just would have explained it differently. That's all.
I mean, of course, that's my personal view. It different. Everybody, Jose, everybody would explain it different. We all, I'm saying, we just come at a different point of views. That's all.
Yeah, and it's a syncretism. There's a cosmogony from every culture. So when he hit certain points, he referenced where those points intersected. I think that was excellent. And
so maybe I just came in late.
What it does is it helps people relate to him. It helps people who have knowledge, because on certain ones, be able to make a connection, maybe things like that. I think that was very key. I think he did a good job.
You just can't be talking about the Earth and saying the galaxies and stars and shit without like I said,
reality,
the math behind it. I mean, come on. You got to prove. You can say it, but you got to prove it.
And part 2 and 3, we're gonna get into that, because that's where the math comes out when the astrophysicist comes up. So we may need you here for some of that. You can fact check some of that stuff that he's dropping.
Well, maybe I should have come in early day one, because I missed a great deal of what was being played too. So maybe that plays into what I'm saying too.
No, that's cool. I mean, but even when I read the definition of the cosmic egg theory, it says it's in various different cultures all over time. So it's like, why wouldn't
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Why wouldn't he reference the overlap?
I was bringing out one that I'm familiar with. That's all I can do. I can't speak for that I know.
That's why and to show that there were connections across different cultures is why he gave you the other ones you weren't familiar with, and then you bashed him for it.
No. After you read it, I didn't bash him.
I mean, well,
can we leave that there?
Or way to teach it
to me. I'm not disagreeing with what he's saying. I'm not disagreeing with that. But once again, you have to put into perspective the origin of these things. And you can't just say because every culture has it. No, there's an origin for that.
Bro, you are the king of not disagreeing and then disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you, but it doesn't work like that. You're disagreeing, or you're diminishing what he's doing. When you put a butt on something, it's like if I say, I'm like, man, your fit is killing it, bro. Your hat, your shirt, your jeans.
But I could agree and disagree.
But the shoes, like it diminishes everything when you put a butt
So you come in, you lead. That's a good way to lead. It's very passive aggressive, because you say a lot. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yes.
And then you go into
and I'm specifically trying to
say
be
where you
passive
disagree.
aggressive. I'm specifically trying to be passive aggressive because I don't want to start an unnecessary argument.
Okay, it's a smooth tactic.
Can we move on? Can we move on?
People, you have a good way of interjecting, telling people you don't disagree, and then giving people a lot of stuff to argue about. Which is cool though. Just say I'd rather you just say I don't agree, because it's misleading to me.
No,
I'll be misled. I'll be thinking you about to come
just say there are
just
people
so you
who
don't
say
agree
things
on
on
it.
here.
Yeah.
No, there are people who say things on here that I agree with a certain part, and I disagree with a certain part. I don't fully agree with a lot of people on here because my understanding is different. So maybe I should phrase it differently to say this is what I agree with, and this is what I disagree with. Let's talk about what
that sounds better.
And that's all. And I would do that in the future, and so as not to. But anyway, I'm causing good arguments anyway. So
because I'm noticing every time you're not disagreeing, it turns into a disagreement.
Okay. So
no, it's not a problem though. Like that's what the spar session is for. It's just how you lead into
this is what I'm saying. Okay, so maybe so maybe for
don't let me
reference,
psychoanalyze you. Let me quit.
No.
Psychoanalyzing
I'll
you,
say
man.
for future reference, I might. You know what? I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because it's sparking conversation.
Yeah, we should keep the conversation going instead of me psychoanalyzing every aspect of the conversation.
Nah.
My bad about that, man. I'll do that.
You know what? I have to accept that because that's who you are. Just like me, I'm the Kemet guy. So if I say something about Kemet, you gonna say why Jose ain't say something about Kemet?
No,
so
I would never say that because a lot of stuff I already just feel like it's understood, or else I would take it there. I used to be the person who just always brought it back to Kemet for no reason. Like, okay, and then people just look like, okay, like we're talking about two Greek philosophers arguing. That goes all the way back to Kemet, and they would just look like, okay. But the argument's about Greek and who was the better Greek. So it's great that it goes all the way back to Kemet, brother. But we're arguing about who was the best Greek. Thank you for your for chiming in, and that's what they would hit me with.
I'm with you anyway, but I'm still a Kemet guy, so I have to take it back to Kemet somehow, or else it wouldn't be me.
Like I say, but you're showing that you don't have more tools in your bag. I want you to get some more tools in your bag, brother. You gotta have more than that two-shot. You got a two-shot Dillinger with one bullet.
Don't worry. Just because I have a two-shot Dillinger, that don't mean the AK is not in the cabinet.
Don't mean all it takes is one bullet to take a motherfucker out, though. So
that ain't nothing.
Okay.
But
yeah,
go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Brother, so I just wanted. Well, I know somebody they wanted to move on, but I wanted to. The only thing I would push back about the vortex is that the vortex.
My bad, Emmanuel. I'm not kicking you. I don't know what's going on. He asked me in the private chat. Sorry about that, King Hurt.
Only thing I push back the vortex, John, is that the vortex is the vortex sucks things in. You know what I'm saying? So, where that's why I would ask, where is that point at where I guess our galaxy or the universe is being pulled in?
Right. So what we dealing with the vortex, the whirlwind, it all works the same, just like a hurricane, just like a tornado. As you see the outer extremity, the everything pulls it gathers up the straw and dust and pulls it to the center. Right. That's what I gave an example earlier of if you put some pepper
in a glass. I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's in a sense how the stars, suns, and moons are formed, essentially. Now, obviously, the vortex is atmosphere; it's ether, right? So it's unseen. So we actually, but at the center of the vortex, if you notice, it's stationary, right? It's like the eye of the storm. There's nothing moving. It's still. Right, so that's the reason why on the Earth.
The center of the wait,
Jose, hold up before you derail. Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. He's talking about something I want to ask him. You're not talking about. So you're not talking about the same vortex that the guys talked about in the video.
I'm talking about the actual Earth's vortex.
Okay,
I don't know what guy in the video talking about. I'm talking about the actual observable vortex that you see that all galaxies are spinning in.
I want to ask you a question about what you just said, brother. So why is not the center of this vortex, the center of the galaxy?
It is. The sun is
Wait.
the sun.
So they stay right there. So they stay right there. It is. So if it is,
All
you
wait.
said wait. You said
Okay.
it's not moving. So
So
how
there's
is
a.
the center of the?
What do you
So
mean it's not moving?
is it not? You said it's not moving.
No, I'm saying okay.
You
You
just said that.
misunderstand. Let me clarify.
No,
So
I
you're
didn't
not confused. I don't want to
misunderstand what you
confuse.
just
I don't want
said.
to confuse. I don't want you to be confused.
Let him
I'm
clarify.
not
So
confused. I'm not confused. I'm
Hey yo,
repeating
I don't
what
want
you
no
said.
confusion.
Okay, let
hey
him
yo,
clarify.
yo, Swab Balls, don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere, Swab Balls.
So all I'm stating is that the same principles apply to all stars, suns, planets, moons, right?
So the center of the vortex is the center of the galaxy, correct?
The planet. Wait, hold on. You're missing it. Every planet,
That's the
star,
question.
sun.
Yes or no?
What I'm telling you is all
Yes or
planets,
no?
stars. Brother, listen to what I'm telling
It's
you.
the center of the vortex,
Your
the center of the
brother,
galaxy.
Let him
Go ahead.
clarify.
oh my God, can I state all stars, suns, moons, and planets have their own vortex, which is also rotating around the sun, which has its own vortex that's rotating around the galactic center.
Okay.
So everything in the cosmos is spinning. All the corporeal planets, suns, moons, and stars are rotating, and the galaxy itself is rotating.
Okay, that's true. That's true. But the only thing is, like I said, a vortex sucks things in our universe.
It gathers the material to the center.
Wait,
yes.
but the universe is expanding though.
Right.
That's the
universe
point I'm making. That's the point when I'm making.
But I'm talking about the galaxy is within the ether cosmos, the etheric material itself, right? The vortex is gathering up the ether,
Okay.
right? So the vortex is spinning within the cosmos.
Into the center of the galaxy.
No, brother, you missed. So the cosmos itself, the whole entire cosmos within it has vortexes spinning. See what I'm saying? The cosmos is expanding, yes. The creation itself is expanding.
So is there
but
not one major vortex that's drawing everything in the center of the galaxy?
In our galaxy, yes. But I'm not talking about the entire cosmos has a cent, you know what I'm saying? Like it's too vast for me to say that. I can't say that's impossible for me to say, but I can objectively see galaxies.
So there's not an expansion.
I'm not saying that there's not. There is the
You see
creation
how you're not
is
making sense,
bro. You're the one that's confusing it. You're not getting something. We all get it. All galaxies are spinning within the cosmos.
Yes, Chris. But
they're expanding. Why they're expanding though? They're expanding though.
Yeah.
I think
so
that
they're moving forward. They're moving upward and outward. Yes, in a rotation.
But is there not a scientific theory that effect is caused by a black hole at the center of the galaxy? Am I wrong?
No, no. A black hole itself is a vortex. A black hole itself is a vortex. It's really an undeveloped sun.
Right, but Prince Cosmos, the issue is not that
the cosmos itself is not spinning around a black hole. No.
No. I said, is there theory that there is a black hole at the center of the nuclear galaxy? Yes, there is. They think that. And black hole has an effect of drawing matter into it. So if it's drawing
all vortexes.
They think that might be what's causing this spinning of the galaxy and other planets. But you're framing it in a way according to your understanding and your way of understanding.
All I'm saying is that they're rotating. That's all I'm stating. Right. Suns, moon, stars are formed via rotation, vortex and current. That's it.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a vortex though.
It is a vortex. If you see the galaxy, is it spinning? Right? It's rotating, right?
So quick question. Quick question. I just had my ears open real quick. I got a quick question so I know who not to listen to ever again about nothing. Who just said a black hole is an undeveloped sun?
Prince Cosmos said that.
Okay. I'll never listen to you ever again about anything in life. But I appreciate that advice.
All right.
Really?
That's cool,
So
bro.
if he said, "Yo, run, man," that nigga down the street got a gun. He's shooting people.
No, let him say what he got to say.
You know,
He obviously he just showed how ignorant he is.
You know, this nigga's a complete liar. If he tell me somebody behind me with a gun, I'm turning around with my arms open to hug somebody. Because that nigga probably got $1 million. Probably the total opposite.
Right. You can state all you want, but you
But
ain't
I'm
brought
back.
no
My
proof
ears
or no
open.
evidence. You ain't got nothing to show
I
against
don't
nothing
have
that
no
I'm talking
evidence
about.
at
So
all.
you
My
just talking,
ears are
running your
open.
milly mouth.
I'm just listening right now, and I just need to know who to listen to and who not to. So
If I'm not,
I just wanted to
if I'm
establish
not
that.
mistaken, people who are familiar can tell me. Does not is not a black hole considered like a collapsed star or something like that? I might be wrong. I'm not keen on
Either
that.
way, my point is that the black hole is a vortex. That's my whole point. The vortexian current is what generates, right,
But
the creation of suns, moons, stars, and planets, and the vortex creates them in a globular formation, not a
what would
sphere.
stick out to you?
I
So you
mean, not a
understand
flat disk.
what we're trying to point out to you. Those of us
But
who are
wait, and you just made that up, and so y'all got to be sharp because
No, I
y'all
didn't make that up.
because
Nah, for
brother,
No, I
sure,
brother,
King
didn't.
stop,
J. Get
stop,
on him,
stop,
King
No,
stop,
I
J. Get on
didn't,
him.
stop.
bruh. And what are you
Yes, you
talking
did,
about?
bro.
What are
A
you? I'm
black hole,
I keep stating the same objective
brother.
reality.
If
The
I say
objective
no, let
reality
me
is when
give you
you
the
look
reason why I'm
into
telling you no.
listen, when you
Let me
look
give you the
into the
reason why I'm telling
when
you
you
no.
look
Why are
into
you
the
so
wait,
offensive?
hold
Go
on.
ahead.
What I'm saying is when we look into the observable universe, we see galaxies in rotation. We see suns, moons, and stars being created out of etheric material via rotation. That's observable in reality. I'm not making that up.
Let me explain this to you, Prince Cosmon. That is not considered mainstream science.
Brother, what I'm talking about, look, when you look up into the galaxy, into the cosmos, what do you see?
That's not an objective reality. That
Brother,
is
shut up.
subjective.
Brother, I'm done. I'm okay, I gotta get up out of here.
That is not objective.
What are
That
you
is not
talking about?
objective.
You don't okay, somebody has anybody in this panel ever seen what a
You know what
galaxy looks like?
you know what objective means?
Has anybody ever seen what a galaxy looks like?
You know what objective means, Prince
Wait, I'm
Cosmon?
asking. Wait, I'm
I
serious.
don't
This is
think I
serious.
have. I don't think I have. I mean, I've seen the stars, but I don't think
Okay,
I wouldn't
well,
call that
so
galaxy.
you ain't never seen what a galaxy looks like ever?
When I
You
look
have
up
no
the
you have no you have no conscious idea in your mind
oh
of
yeah,
what
I
a
mean,
galaxy looks like.
yeah, I
Prince
have an
Cosmon,
idea.
that's not the argument.
So my point is, when you look at that
The
galaxy, right, is
argument
it
is
in
what you're saying
rotation?
is not
Because that's my whole
what
point.
what
Yes.
you're saying is not objective according
Okay,
to
thank
science.
you. Thank you for the yes, my brother.
It is subjective, but what you're saying is
That's
subjective
not subjective. That's not subjective. That's not true.
it's
It's
subjective to your belief.
objective.
Wait, hold
No,
up.
it's not. That's objective. When you
Jose,
look at a galaxy, it's
galaxies rotate.
rotating.
Galaxies rotate. That's a
But
fact.
Thank you.
explanation,
What are we
no,
talking?
no,
See,
no,
that's what I'm talking about. People just start talking shit because they don't understand. They just start talking. What do you? Every
Hercules,
galaxy is rotating.
his explanation
So, hey, my
is
brother, the one that you need to start listening to, you said you was trying to hear who not to listen to. The person that tell
Hercules.
you galaxies don't spin.
Yeah,
Wait, hold up.
you might be
I
late,
never said that.
Cosmon, but everybody know I didn't cancel Jose off the list a couple days ago. I definitely don't listen to his ass either.
Listen. I'll be the
Y'all go
first one
ahead.
to
My
say
ears wide open.
I'm not the one to explain cause I'm not an astrophysicist. So I'm asking a question. I'm not stating anything.
Okay,
Especially
so you're
I don't
not an
know.
astrophysicist.
But
I'm just
sometimes your
saying
question
based
is
on
so.
what we, no, I'm just saying based on what we're reading, what he's saying will be considered a religious explanation, not from a
No, it's
scientific.
not. That's an objective reality,
Wait, hold
brother.
up. Wait, Jose, what part? What part are you talking about?
The way he's explaining it, right? That would be
Rotating galaxies is a religious belief. That's what you're trying to say? You tripping?
what
No,
I'm saying.
That's an
hold on,
objective reality.
No, no, no.
but
That's not what
see,
I'm saying.
Jose
I'm
don't
saying
know
your
nothing about what he's talking
explanation.
about.
Hold on. I'm saying your explanation is subjective. You
Oh, okay.
know, you
How?
know what
He's saying
your
that
explanation.
yeah. He's saying your
How was that subjective?
vortex on the vortex, the reason
No,
behind the
no.
galaxy.
Look, bro,
I
look.
would,
You
I
talk
would
about
want to say,
subjective. We objectively see rotating galaxy, a rotation of these galaxies, a rotation of our planet, a rotation of
argument.
the sun.
So check
We
this out.
see that objectively.
I think
That's
I
not subjective belief.
Argument.
I
Yeah, but
think
That's
I
my
get what
argument.
he's saying. I think I get what
Your
he's saying, Cosmon.
explanation of it is subjective
to
What
you read in your book.
explanation? What do you? What other explanation is it to look at it?
I
The
think I get what he's
vortex,
saying,
the
Cosmo. So
vortex explanation.
somebody can look up at the moon and say they see a sphere, and then somebody can look up and say they see a circle. Somebody can look up and say they see things revolving,
Okay, so
and then somebody can look up and say,
tornado,
"Oh,
when you
we're
see it,
my
when
bad."
you see a tornado, what you see? Do you see rotation?
We're not arguing with that.
When you see a hurricane, is it spinning?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so when you see a galaxy, is it spinning?
Give me a minute.
It's the same motion.
Brother, can I have 30
I'm
seconds to
not
respond,
arguing
please,
that.
brother?
I'm just
You
trying
asked
to
a
tell
question.
you,
Can I,
bro.
you asked a question, so
Read
can I
the
respond to
definition
your...
of a vortex, and it says a vortex is a weather phenomenon. So that
A
means you
vortex
can't
is a
use.
tornado, a
We don't
hurricane.
even know what
Yes,
he's talking about.
What the hell is a
brother.
tornado? It's weather. It's weather. It's
No,
meteorology.
brother. No, but even in the cosmos, there's weather. You have cosmic storms. What do you think they're doing? They're rotating just like a hurricane on Earth rotates. It's the same energy. It's the same energy.
Describing a cosmic storm. You're
It's
describing the
rotation. A cosmic storm is rotating the same way a hurricane on Earth rotates.
Yo,
That's not what
Suave
you're
still here?
describing. That's not what you're
Yep,
describing.
I'm describing rotation,
But
brother.
that's not, that's
Galaxies
not
are
All right,
rotating
whenever they
objectively
finish,
the same
whenever
way a
they're done with
hurricane is.
this, I
but
just
that's
want to
not the
holler at him
argument.
real quick.
That's
I'm
not
done.
I
Hey,
hate
I got
I
an
hate to
idea,
cook you
y'all.
like that.
I
I
got
hate to
an
have to cook
idea,
you
y'all.
like that, but damn.
Why does
Hey, hold up, but if I'm understanding correctly, I think Jose is disagreeing with the idea that it's a vortex that's causing the spinning. Just because the universe is spinning does not mean exactly there's a vortex that's the
What do
cause.
you talk, brother? Look, if you take
look,
if you take some pepper in a bowl and you spin it in a circle, what's causing it to
Bro,
spin?
but I'm saying you cannot
That's
apply
what
that
it with.
It's
on the
called
macro,
vortex. It's literally, look,
No, 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 no.
the scientific term is called vortexia, vortexian current.
y'all have
That's
no
what it's
clue
called.
on this
Hold
hey,
on.
so look, y'all. This
Hold on.
what we finna do, y'all. This what we finna do, cause it's turned right now. You know what I'm saying? We done just hit prime time. It's 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock central, all that. So we got Swab Boss versus Bennu, the Bantu. You see what I'm saying? The real Nubian from Mecca, the Lord of Mecca. Y'all got 10 minutes. Uninterrupted. Y'all two go back and forth 10 minutes. A1, we need that timer. It's a back and forth. If y'all get out of hand, y'all get out of hand.
What they
Y'all got
talking
10,
about? What y'all talking
10
about?
minutes. They
I love
talking about whether or not you can be an expert at life, or whether or not the average person is an expert at life. That's my freestyle. I'll let them come up with
that's
their
a horrible
actual
topic.
topic. Soon as they 10 minutes wrap up, King J and Cosmon, y'all got 10 minutes uninterrupted. This is the prime time stage, baby. Soon as A1 get
I'm
that
with
timer up,
They
man, we
talking
going
about
in.
spear or
Bet.
sphere?
Yes.
Is a
This what
spear?
we're talking about.
A spear?
Fear.
Swab Boss versus the Lord of Mecca, man. Y'all, let's get it.
First of all, my name Lord Bennu, the shepherd of you, Mecca, not Mecca. I'm not a Nubian. I ain't, you know what I'm saying, representing nothing that's already been categorized and sabotaged and infiltrated. You feel me? So now that that's out the way, the topic of our debate was: does living make you an expert at life? And my stance was yes. And his stance was that I'm pretty well, my interpretation of his stance was a white supremacy dominated viewpoint. He was giving away his ability to define his life as successful or failure over to people that society deems, whether it be financial or how they would define successful. Um, and that's basically my stance on the argument that the act of living is what makes you an expert at life. And I'll yield the floor. I don't know if we're sharing the 10 minutes, but we can share it.
I ain't even start your time at 5 minutes, man. I guess you was just explaining. So go ahead.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna start it with Suave. You got 5 minutes, Suave, and then it's gonna be on Banu. You just explained the whole demo. You ready, Suave?
Yeah, no, that was pretty good. That's just simply it, man. Does living make you an expert at life? And I say no. He says yes, and he even has a personal argument where he say he's the expert of him, 2136. And so, okay, that's fine. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Just because you're alive don't mean you're a genius or you master life or whatever. And he has an argument. The brother wanted to debate. He said nobody really steps up and takes it serious when it comes to him or whatever. And I'm like, well, shit, I got some downtime. Let's get it in. Let's see what you got. And that was just a statement that was made. So I'll take the negative on that if you're willing to take the affirmative. All right now, does living make you an expert at life? I say no. He says yes.
And I just wanted to know you to go on record now that we speaking that you wouldn't be able to give me an example of an expert at life, correct?
No, I know nobody who's perfected or, I believe that everyone has their expertise in certain parts of life. Everyone has their moderate, and everyone has places where they suck in life. And so, no, but what I'm saying is that just simply being born and existing and competing at certain levels don't make you everybody who lives to be 90 isn't a genius, or isn't wise. So yeah,
Are you associated being a genius with being an expert?
if your value system is education, which mine is, yeah, I think wisdom and obtaining knowledge is something that provides a better quality of life.
So all experts are geniuses?
And in some in their lane of expertise, yes.
Okay.
They doing a
No,
face off.
that's
They doing a
between
face
them.
off, Jose.
Yeah, that's between them, Jose.
Go ahead, y'all two.
Well, did he want to ask a question?
Nah, he wanted to teach us about Kemet.
Oh, he was going to teach us?
Yeah.
I wasn't with
I wasn't with I wasn't with who was talking. I didn't know the two proponents who faced up was talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Connie's son asked, so would you rather have a long life without a lot of knowledge or a lot of knowledge with a short life? Go ahead, you two.
Oh, that's
you
a real
asking me?
question.
Oh,
No, that was just a crowd
I
question. Go ahead, though. Go ahead. Get back into your thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, simply, I just need to know how long it takes for him to prepare and see if you got an opening for it.
A week, good.
Yes,
A
a
week
week is
good.
excellent.
Can I get an official face off out of y'all? What day is gonna work for y'all?
Absolutely.
Let's do Thursday. 6, 7. It only got to be. It's gonna be short, like an hour and a half. Y'all can go back and forth
Yeah,
on
that's
the
cool
topic
with
with
me.
no sources, and make sure we got a premise locked in. I'm about to start doing premises, so that way people aren't arguing past each other.
Are you religious? You a religious, a Bible believer, or any type
Yeah,
of
I'm Black Power. Black people is my religion. Can I see that?
black
Yeah,
people is your religion?
yeah.
So okay, I want to challenge that as well too. That your perspective on what you calling black power is really white supremacy.
You're going to die.
Okay.
All right, now take care. You are gonna pass away, brother.
So what's the topic, gentlemen? Give me the title of this debate so I can go ahead and get to work on them flyers for y'all.
Does
That's
living,
not like the topic right there.
yeah, does living make you an expert at life?
Hey, that's a good ass topic. I can't lie. I like
Appreciate that.
this one. And I already told y'all in the back chat previously of which way I think it's going to go.
Wow.
But what I will say is Banu is really, really sharp. He has some
Yes.
strong points. I feel like y'all gotta steal the judges. Y'all gotta steal the audience and the judges. I feel like this debate can literally go 50-50.
Can I ask a question to both of y'all?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So what is your what are y'all perspectives on I guess Black Power, I guess, like Suave said, Black Power. What are y'all perspectives?
And who's the affirmative?
He's the affirmative.
Go ahead.
Brother Benu is the affirmative. Go
Yep.
ahead, Benu. You want to give your perspective on what Black Power is?
I think Black Power is a myth. I don't think that when the
You
term
saw
black, huh?
no. Go ahead.
I don't think when the term black is used in that sense that it represents what we are as a people. I think that concept was created by it was circumstantial and influenced by people who didn't have our best interests at heart. So anybody that would take that stance, I think, is pretty much walking into that burning house that's been burning since Martin Luther King been leading people into it, that he said that he was doing.
All right, go ahead, Brother Suave. What's your perspective? This is
Well, my
this is strictly
perspective on
question, just in case
Black
y'all know
Power
who.
is it's the self-definition and self-determination of Black people
What are black
by
people?
Black people. Black people are new people created after the destruction of indigenous people.
Oh,
There was a
okay.
concise, nice definition.
Right. That's why I ain't saying nothing. He said black people is a creation. Okay. I agree. Same way the nigga is a creation. We art those terms.
All right, so
Do you agree with that?
You said we are not those terms?
Yes, sir.
What, Black?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I disagree with you. We're
What is
Black.
it? Could you define black for me?
Yes, I just said Black people are new people created out of the destruction of indigenous people.
No.
And
I ain't say define black people. I said, could you define black?
Black, it's a
Yeah.
color, it's a state. It's like it has a legal terminology. Like, yeah, it's different definitions to Black.
What could you give me your definition of what black is?
No, it's the general
Because
definition. Yeah, it's a color.
you said no, because you said you represent black power and that's your religion. So if you represent
Mhm.
black power and that's your religion, could you define what black are you empowering? What is the definition of black in that?
Black. Black and Black power means power to Black people.
Okay, so what is black? What are black people? I
The, the,
understand what you mean
the,
by people. Be like humans, right? So black
yes.
humans. What is black?
What are Black people?
No. What I get you saying black people are the creation
Why?
after the destruction of indigenous people. I'm saying what is black? You saying black is black people, or I'm asking
hmm
you what is the black that is describing these people? What does
The
that
Black
mean?
that described to people it's a classification, it's a categorization in comparison to I guess the standard categorization of people as far as nationality and race.
So fiction.
Everything is fictional, brother. States, nations are fictional, made real by people who militarily enforced them. So yeah, you're not an
So yes,
American because you're not an American because God made you an American. So let's not sit up here and act like me determining what I call myself is any less valuable than Americans calling
no,
themselves
but
American. That's
what I'm saying is you call yourself something that you're afraid to define what it is.
brother, that's an insult. I fucking set up here and just goddamn defined it for you several times.
You didn't, and you sound upset. But I'm asking you to
No, I
define what
sound
black
upset now
is.
that I just did. It's a classification and categorization in comparison to other people, other races, other nations. We are new people that came out of the destruction of African people and Native Americans. We are black people, brother. And don't act like I didn't say that.
I get it. So like if I say pizza is a classification of Italian food, right? And then you say, what is pizza? And I say it's a dough made into a circle with cheese, sauce, and whatever other toppings you decide to put on it, cut into triangular slices. That's what a pizza is. So what I'm asking you is what is black? The classification that they're saying that we are, right? Because
Mhm.
somebody else is telling you that you're black, right? So that term black, what does it mean? I get
Oh
that it's a
man.
classification. I get you said it's a classification that distinguishes us from other people, right? So that we could have been
Yeah.
called rice people, or we could have been called moon
Time.
people, right? But we
That's
know what
time.
rice and moon means. What does black mean? And I
744.
don't know why
Go
you.
ahead, answer. That's why.
Yeah, it means the people cut off from their heritage looking for who they are and they come under the terminology of black.
Hey, okay. Now, what was the outcome of that second round? Were you searching for a second title, Banu? Because you were getting them on Black Power
No,
and
that came from the question that the brother brought up
Yeah, that
because
came from me.
he said that I asked him what was his religion because I was trying to see like his stance on a worldview, and then he said it
Mhm.
was Black Power, and
Okay.
then the dude asked me what did I think Black Power was, and I said it was a fiction. It wasn't real.
So do we have you two locked in on this title? Does living make you an
Yeah,
expert at life? And you are
yes
taking the
sir.
affirmative? Okay. We
Yeah,
have
we
the
can have that.
scoring.
We can have that debate too if you want to put that with it too for later.
Which one?
The one about Black Power, we could
Okay.
frame that up too with
What
Definitely
you
write
him
want to
it
or
debate
down.
about
anybody
Black
else.
Power?
Yeah, what's the title? Give me a title though. I need specifics.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we could work out because like that's what
Okay,
we
yeah.
was pretty much doing just
So we're
now.
gonna start with this one. Does living make you an expert at life? What I'm gonna
Hold on, because
do,
I fuck that title. If he got a contention with Black Power, I'd rather do that. You
let's
got a
do that.
contention
Let's
with Black
start
Power?
there.
You saying Black Power is fake? You saying Black Power is white supremacy? What are you saying? How is
Oh
you
yeah,
kicking Black Power in the
Yeah.
nuts? Let's go.
that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
Y'all do that.
because you can't even define what black is in Black Power. So that's why I'm saying it don't exist because you said it's your religion, but you
Did
can't even
anybody else hear
define
me
what it is.
define Black and Black Power? Did anybody up here hear me
You
define it?
but you
Hold
didn't.
on, I want a second opinion.
Okay.
I see what
Uh,
he's saying, but I think both of y'all
I'm
are right.
confused.
You gave a definition, and then he's saying that you
Uh,
tried, and that ain't a
my
definition.
man,
Nothing.
I
I
woke
think
you all
we
the way
can.
up.
I
I woke
think
you up.
Swab.
Uh,
Swab. I think the explanation that you gave can be argued. I'll just say that
Understood. But did I give a definition?
for sure. As far as just
Okay.
It was
defending it.
trash.
I
So,
appreciate it.
so,
Yeah,
so
right.
what's
It,
the?
it, it don't,
Big.
it's not you like the way I understand it, like you can't use the word to define the word. You know what I'm
Wait,
saying? And
what?
I get that you're saying it's a classification, but that's not telling me, that's not defining black. Black is like, all right, white is a classification. So what is the distinguishing factor between black and white? They both are categories of people that distinguish two sets of people, but I'm asking you specifically what is black, and you dancing around that, and I think that's a
Man,
black
brother, just
weakness,
what's your
not a
context?
black
Because I'd
power.
rather you, instead of you insulting me, saying like I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
insulting
nothing.
you.
Hold on,
I'm
wait,
not
wait, wait. You
insulting you.
are.
What I'm
You
doing
are.
is
I'm letting you
saving
know I'm
God
getting
one
insulted. I'm
nigga at
letting
a
you
time,
know,
and that's the
brother,
mission. My
brother,
mission as the shepherd of your
brother,
message.
brother,
Yeah.
brother. I want to transfer
What's up?
information. I don't want to talk over each other. Yes, you're
Okay.
insulting me when you keep saying stuff like, I haven't defined when I gave a definition, and I told you exactly what it was. Like just these, what is your conflict with black power so I can murder you? That's what I want to know.
Let
Okay.
me.
Just because you feel insulted doesn't mean that I'm insulting you. All right. That just means that you're sensitive to the information that I'm providing to you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not my fault. You understand? So you,
Now, can you
as
answer the
you made the
question?
claim, all right, cool. I don't have any contention with the idea of melanated people unifying and building power within their communities and doing for self. What I do have a problem with is that being framed in the structure of white supremacy through a lens of how Europeans view the world. Because
What?
we aren't, hold on, I'm almost done. We aren't black people, right? And I say that
What?
in in a way to get you to explain to me, if we are black people, what is black? Can you define black for me?
Okay, but so
Suave,
Not
you want to debate?
respectfully, can I
So you
cook
want to
him on this
debate or
topic?
so you
Can
want
I
to
cook him
debate
on
or
this topic
African? So
respectfully?
you want to debate or African
I cook
Americans
both of
black
y'all
people?
on this topic. It could be
So
both
you
of
want to
y'all. Y'all
debate
could
or
team up.
African? So you want to debate? So you want to debate or African Americans black people?
No, I want to debate. Are you representing black power or white supremacy?
Yes. Yes. I'll debate you on it. Let's set it up. You can
Who
deal
I'll
with
that?
debate
Who
Suave
both of
who
later.
y'all.
is that? My
Who
bad. Who
is
is that?
this Suave
I'll,
and who else?
I'll debate you on that. What's up? And I'll give
Who's
you a
the other one?
definition from it and
Who
where
is
it
this?
came
Who is
from.
this? Who,
Who's
who
that?
are you?
Chris?
Who are you?
Hold up. We have a Titan to the stage.
I bow out. Chris can get that one with him.
Thank you.
Respectfully.
We have Chris Harris
No,
up
no, no,
here.
no, no, don't bow out. I want both of y'all.
That's cool,
No.
but deal
Let's
with me
just
right
hear what he
now.
says. Let's just hear him out real quick. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, so you want a definition for black power and what is black power and what defines black
No,
power?
no, no,
You
no,
just asked
no,
Suave that.
no. No, I didn't. I asked
Okay, so
Suave
what are
to
you saying?
define black. Wait, stop. Listen. I asked Suave to define black for me.
Okay, defining black. Black is a color, a social construct created by the white supremacist structure in this country. But we
Okay,
identify as
so
black in
so
this country, and we, excuse me,
okay,
let me finish
so by
defining
that
it.
definition, you
Let
defined
me
it.
finish
You was
defining
about
it.
to go into something else. You was about to go into
No,
something
I'm
else.
not. I'm
You
gonna
was
go into
done.
black power, the black power movement now.
No. That's not what I meant. So like I said,
Go
you was about
ahead.
to go into something else. We talking about black, right? So you
I
said
just said
black
I'll take
is
you on the
a.
topic so I can cook your ass right
All right,
quick.
but
Just say nothing.
hold on. Let's just address what you just said, right? You said black was a construct created, right?
Where's Swab go?
Okay,
Am I?
I gave you a definition for
Hold
it.
on, wait.
Do you have a
Am I
problem
off?
with
Am I
that
off?
definition? Because you're
Wait.
just
I
begging
just
for
want to
definitions
clarify.
at this point.
I want to
Here, let me give it to
clarify.
you
Am I
again.
off?
Black is a
Okay.
social construct. Black is a social
Mm-hmm.
construct which defines certain classes of people in this country. Black people are
Okay.
African slaves. We are
Okay.
considered black people, and we have stood using the word black, and we stand in
Okay.
solidarity using that term. This is where the black power movement of the 1960s came from,
Okay.
because we were
So
fighting for so-called black civil rights.
okay, that's a long definition, but from what I understand from what you said, black is a social
You don't want to
construct,
debate,
right?
man. You don't want to debate. You just
I'm,
want to argue
yo, bro,
definitions.
I'm
You don't
asking
want to
you for
debate. Thank
clarity.
you.
Okay.
Thank you. I was very clear
All
with
right.
you on the
Well,
definition
let me
on how I'm defining it. You're
assume.
playing games.
Yo,
You're
am
just
I
begging
gonna
for
have a chance to
definitions.
speak? Okay, let
No,
me know
you
when you're
are.
done.
The problem is, here's the thing. This be the problem with back chat, Nick Suave. You gave him a definition. I gave him a definition, and he keeps on asking for clarity in the definition we already gave him. The problem is he up here trying to tether an argument. He wants to argue definitions. He should already
No.
know what black is.
I
He should
gotta agree with
already
that.
know how black people. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
No. All right,
I gotta
come
No, no,
on,
agree
no,
bro.
with
no. Hold on, hold on,
Land
hold
your
on, hold on.
plane,
Stop,
man. Land
stop,
your plane,
stop,
bro.
stop,
Land your
stop.
plane,
You
man.
don't
Land your
have a. Hold
plane.
on, stop, stop.
I gotta
You
agree
Land
with
your
can't
that.
tell me to
plane,
land
bro.
my plane over here, bro.
I gotta
Hurry
agree.
up,
Chill,
bro. Come on.
chill,
Come
chill.
on. Come
Because
on,
you're
bro.
not
Just
coming
talk
with
if you're
any
gonna talk.
definitions. I am talking.
I
But the
gotta agree,
problem
man.
is niggas like this just want to come up here and argue definitions. How are you defining black? Because if I'm going to be the affirmative, this is my definition for black, and you have to argue against my definition. That's how you debate.
Okay.
Now,
You done?
do you have a problem with that definition? If you do, give me a better one. If not, there ain't no debate.
You
There's an
done?
affirmative in the debate, and there's a negative in the debate. This is how I
Yeah.
am defining black. What problem do
Okay.
you have with that?
You ready for my answer?
Yeah, go.
The problem that I have with that is that you're saying that you're trying to empower a social construct instead of a people. And that social construct is within the framework of white supremacy. You're not
That's
trying
fucking
to empower.
stupid.
Stop and listen
It's
to me talk, my
stupid
man.
what you just said. You said I'm
All right,
trying
cool,
to
cool, cool.
empower a social construct. That's called a fallacy
Right,
of
stop,
etymology.
yo,
Black
stop,
people
stop.
identify
That's
as,
why.
excuse me,
Listen,
we
stop,
identify
bro.
as, no,
Stop.
no,
Then I just let you
stop,
talk. I
stop,
just let you talk.
stop.
I
Flim
just let you
flamming.
talk, bro. I
You
just let you
flim
talk.
flamming. You
I
flim
asked you.
flamming.
I
Let him
asked you.
talk.
Listen, stop.
Let him
You're
I
talk.
flim
asked you
flamming, bro.
specific.
Stop,
Let him talk.
All
stop.
right, cool. I asked you specifically for a definition of what black is, right? You
Yep.
danced around it and gave me all this
No, I
pretty
gave
word
you a
salad, right?
definition.
So
I gave you a
shut
definition.
up. All right, all
No,
right.
no, no,
And when
no.
I
You
took your
have no argument. You're
definition,
flim
when I took
flamming
it,
right
Okay,
now.
what
listen,
I'm about to do is bring the clock out. So that's how we're gonna settle
right?
this
Because
because
he
it's
won't
talking
shut
over each
Hey,
up.
let me
other.
come into my
And
computer. Let me cook this nigga for a little while.
yeah, come
Because
on
he's
into
not
your
A1,
smart.
computer.
A1,
Yeah,
check
Yeah.
the
he
chat.
not smart. He not smart.
And
A1, check
before
the
we
chat.
Okay, you done?
check the chat, okay. And Suave, we are like, hold on. Suave was trying to get the debate first. I just want to
Yeah.
hear what you had to
No,
say,
Suave
though.
said I can have it. Let me cook this nigga for a little while.
No,
Okay, okay.
Me and Suave
Suave
still
does have a different.
debating. Me and Suave still debating our debate, but he
Yeah, they
passed
have a
on
different
this
title.
where he brought up to this
Yeah, he
dude. So
passed
I
on the
debate
black
both of them.
topic. So yeah, you can get at Chris on
Yeah.
the black topic. And go ahead, come in
Right.
on your
What is
And
black?
computer, Chris.
what date we got next week?
Ain't nothing black. Black is all the colors.
You
Right.
gotta face off Thursday. We'll figure out the date Thursday
Okay,
for sure.
appreciate it.
Yep, no
So
doubt. So we got you locked in on that.
can I finish saying what I was saying now?
While he's coming in on his computer, I'm gonna set your timer at let me give you 3 minutes. Go ahead. It's saying 5, but you got 3.
All right.
When it hit 2, we'll
All right.
pass.
Cool. Right. I asked the brother what was the definition of black, right? In his definition, he told me black was a social construct, right? When I told him that my problem with his definition was that him saying that he represents black power and him defining black as a social construct is a fallacy to me and fraudulent to say that you're trying to empower a social construct instead of a people. If you calling me black people and you just saying that all black means is just a social construct or a category of people, then that means black has no substance when it comes to what these people represent, their culture, anything that's involved with them. All it is just a category to differentiate them, to say that they're not white and they're something else. You understand what I'm saying? Because all of these categories came from Europeans. They created these systems. So if you saying that you are that, and you can't even define it as what it means to your people as being something, and all you can say is it's a social construct or is this, and you sound like you're scared to answer what black is because you're thinking I'm asking for, like when the Muslims were saying black cat and black male and all of that was bad, you know what I'm saying, and black magic is bad, you know what I'm saying. So those are still points to my point, being that you're calling yourself something that you don't even know what it is. And now you don't even want to give it a definition that will empower you. You scared to do that. So now I'm saying that what you're calling black power is fraudulent, and it's not black power, is cowardice. And it's basically incorporating yourself into white supremacy so that you have a safe haven to call home and you're not causing any conflict. But if you did want to say that you're empowering your people, you would say we're going to strip ourselves of anything that these people ever labeled us as or associated us with, and we're going to redefine ourselves and create an identity for ourselves that resonates with us in this reality and how we going to move forward from that. That's what you would call black power if you wanted to give black a definition, meaning the mother father of all creation, meaning the outer layer sheathing of the universe, the non-color of existence. That's how I would define black. And if you want to say we black people by that definition, then yeah, we black. But you're not using that definition. You still have to tell me what you're calling black and what you're empowering. Because by your definition, you ain't empowering shit. Excuse my language, you ain't empowering nothing. You're empowering white supremacy. And that's why I said what you're talking about is not black power. It's not nothing. It's a fraud, a facade, a myth. It's an urban legend. You feel me? You ain't talking about nothing unless you out here trying to reconstruct the minds and the identity of our people. And I land the plane and yield the floor.
Okay, let me pull my screen share up real quick here. Let me get my screen share up right quick, because he just made all that shit up. He just made all that shit up. He said that it was a myth. Now he asks us, what is the definition of black? And we give him a definition of black, and then he gives you some back chat nigger rhetoric about what black ain't after he asked us for a definition. Share my screen right quick, because it's not a myth. All right, and this is why I say back chat niggas should not be coming on these panels trying to talk or trying to debate. He doesn't know how to debate. It's evident because I heard him when he was questioning Suave Balls. Now, let's define the Black Power movement of the 1960s. As you can see, these are the Black Panthers who came up with a 10 points plan on how they or what they wanted for Black people in this country. Yes, Black is a social construct. Yes, white is a social construct in this country that you live in. These are social constructs such as male and female. Those are social constructs. I think you don't understand the definition of what a social construct is. But let's deal with the Black Power movement, which defined an era along with a group of people during the 1960s, dummy. All right, so the Black Power movement or Black Liberation movement, I guess that was defining a liberation movement for a social construct. That's dumb back chat nigga shit you coming with. And it's unintellectual on every level. And for you to sit up here and say it's a myth shows how fucking dumb you are. And I have every right to say
language. And
okay,
then
it shows
I'm running high decorum, Chris. You ain't been over here in a while, but we not doing the personal attacks and all of that.
Okay,
I'm running
cool.
real high.
Well, when you attack a political movement which fought for the rights of African Americans in this country, I'm not going to show him any mercy. He's ignorant, and it's showing. So let's continue on. The Black Power movement or Black Liberation movement emerged in the mid-1960s from the mainstream civil rights movement in the United States, reacting against its moderate and incremental tendencies and representing the demand for more immediate action to counter white supremacy. Once again, another social construct. Many of its ideas were influenced by Malcolm X's criticism of Martin Luther King's peaceful protest movements. Peaceful protest methods. The 1965 assassination of Malcolm X, coupled with the urban riots of 1964 and 65, ignited the movement. While thinkers such as Malcolm X influenced the early movement, the views of the Black Panther Party, founded in 1966, are widely seen as the cornerstone. Founded in 1966.
30 seconds.
Okay, founded in 1966, are widely seen as the cornerstone. Black power was influenced by philosophies such as Pan-Africanism, Black nationalism, and socialism, as well as the contemporary events such as the Cuban Revolution and the decolonization of Africa, all of which were Black liberation movements. So the nonsense you just came up here and spewed. You can't ask somebody for a definition, and once they give you a definition, you try to argue against it. Either you want to debate their definition, and I'll take the affirmative on this, or you don't. But I'll be using for my example the Black liberation movements of the 1960s.
That's a long 30 seconds, bro. That's a long 30 seconds. All right, cool.
Stop,
you feel me?
He didn't say
cool.
stop.
I'm saying stop.
I didn't say stop because I didn't say stop because he started talking about who was going to take the affirmative and all of that. So just fall back for 1 second.
You feel me?
Everybody, YouTube, Banu, for 1 second so we can get things ironed out. So what topic or title I already know the topic. What's the title? Can we get a title? And let me move Banu back down here where Wall Street Willie is. I gotta hit
Yeah,
this up here.
how about this? Is the Black liberation movement a myth? You said it was.
Obviously, you don't have good comprehension skills because I keep saying that I'm not talking about any power movement or
You
any
just said a
organization
black power
in
movement.
general.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
All right, thank
idea of
you,
what
A1.
black
He don't want to
power
debate.
is. Can
We
we
just
iron
gonna
it out?
tether arguments
I'm
later,
talking
bro.
about what you just trying to have a leg to stand on. I'm talking about the idea of what you're calling black power is a myth because you can't define what black is. When you're talking about what a people is, when you say Chinese people, how do you define Chinese people? People that are born in China, right? And when you say black people, what is black? What does it mean? You
Okay, he
keep
left.
dancing around that and you can't
Okay, I'm
define
back
that. So
in. I'm back in though. If he dropped out, I'm picking it back up. Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I was gonna
but
jump
I'm
on
not
that too.
saying both of y'all
What
keep
what he's
jumping
trying
in
to
and out.
what
It
he's
ain't
he,
trying
no
to
he
both of
left
say,
y'all
before
just
we can get it
hey,
ironed out.
team
So
up.
Hey, I came
look,
in.
look,
I
to
came
iron
in,
it
man.
out, what
Team up,
brother's
black
trying to
power. Get
what
together, black
brother's
power.
but
all
what you're
right,
trying to say is that
is black power a myth? That's what I just heard you say.
No.
nah,
Let's
you
see.
gotta
Hold
Man,
on,
Hold on,
hold
hold on.
on.
He
That's
don't
not
need
what I
nobody to hold
said.
his hand. He
hey,
don't
I
need
think,
nobody to hold his hand.
I
I
think
don't
me
need
and,
nobody to hold my hand, but the
hey, I
brother
think
could
me and,
talk. He could speak.
what he's
I
trying
think
to
me
But
and
he
say is
can't
Craig,
that
speak
black
for
is not a
you.
nationality.
he gone right now
He
anyway.
can't
So I
speak
think,
for you. Let him express
I'm
his
not speaking for
ideas,
the brother.
please.
I'm asking the question. I'm asking him a question. I'm not speaking to him.
Then I won't
Oh,
talk
what's
yeah,
up,
to
I
you
bro?
then,
think,
respectfully.
I'm
yeah, I think
asking
me
What's
you
up,
and,
bro?
about new.
why
Who
don't
you
everybody speak at the
attacking here?
same
Black, the
time?
term black, or you attacking black power?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
on
me
the
and,
term black. I'm asking, what does that mean in the term black power, right? When you say, if you're going to say you represent black power, right? That means
y'all
you're
went
trying
over
to
y'all, y'all
empower.
went over y'all, y'all went over y'all
So
time.
that
What he's
means yes.
saying is
Hold
that
on, wait. That
black is
means you're
not
That
a
trying to
that's the
empower
key
nationality.
something.
answer. If you
Hold
don't
on, wait,
just
wait.
rely
Listen, let me
on.
explain what I'm. Let me
Now we
explain what
understand
I'm
what you're
talking
saying.
about.
We understand
No,
Hey,
what
you
you're
I
saying.
don't.
was
I'm
Oh,
listening.
hold up. Let
trying
Wall
to.
Street Willie
I'm
go. He been
saying.
sitting quietly for a minute. It's on Wall Street Willie, and Emmanuel posted a comment. If you are on this panel, please stream this to your channel. We are a conglomerate of content creators, so don't be scared to get some of this content. If you up here building with me, you can definitely get some of this to your channel and get your watch hours up. So go ahead and do that.
Hey, one real quick. Me and Cosmo, we up next for the little timer thing, I think.
And you two are. I was just trying to get this one ironed out. It ran over, and then Chris Harris jumped in
What's up? What's up?
to take that debate. Then he left before we can get the clarification to get it ironed out because Banu had a question for him or was trying to figure something out. Yeah, just he's in the crowd right now. Smash that like button. It's 9 people watching. We got 15 on my screen, so 16 now. We have a couple people sharing from other chats. It's probably just the page you are right now.
I'm
It's probably
streaming
9
from
people
my
watching from my page.
channel.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
9
But
people
I
watching
was
on
gonna
my
say,
page and about 6 other people out there. So
Now
yeah.
let me can I jump here to ask Lord Banu a question for my clarification?
Real quick,
What's
and
up,
then we're
bro?
gonna go to King J. And who was King J supposed to set up with Cosmo?
And you
Oh, you
wanted to
said
hear
I
from
could
Wall
jump in
Street
real
too.
quick.
Wall Street.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, definitely after that. Yeah, my apologies, Wall Street. I did forget about you right after I said you can go. Go ahead.
And yeah, nah, I keep it short. Like, so when you asked what would be a good title, from listening to you, bro, you were kind of saying more or less that we need to remove ourselves from the term black because it basically has no value, correct?
Haha, I didn't know you was Wall Street, Willie. Welcome to the panel, brother.
You
I'm
already.
happy to have you up here.
You already. So yeah,
It would.
like
It would.
it
Now. I like how you put that, but that would depend on how they're defining black. What
and
is
I'm
black? And
just
that's what I
I
keep asking it.
okay, I got you. So
so
in
can I
terms
say
of
this?
defining black, right? You got to understand the concept of race created in America mid to early 1700s. So in that construct, the term black referred to the black slaves here in America, people in the diaspora, and people from West Africa, which is important region, right? But it has a definition. So these are who black people were. At a certain point, this became a term that we were willing to attach ourselves to because we liked it a little bit better than Negro. Negro was a little too closer to the other word that we don't want to say, right? So we were comfortable being black. So that's how it attaches to black power. And you could only say that it doesn't have value if you see no value in social constructs. But you got to understand law is a social construct, religion, social construct, right? So just because it's a social construct doesn't mean it's fake, doesn't mean it doesn't have any value. It's just all about how it's being used and where you fall in it.
So that's why.
But
So that's why I go back again to the question: can you define black for me? That's it.
the
Just define
answer
black.
is listen. The answer
Black in
is no.
terms of
Can I
people
say?
refer to uh, black people here in America, mainly descendants of African slaves, right?
I get.
South
I
Africa.
Can I say
wait. Hold on.
something real
Hold
quick,
on.
bro? Just real quick.
Y'all,
I just want to say something real quick.
y'all missing what I'm
Let's not cut
asking
each
you.
other off, gentlemen. Let's not cut each other off. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead, bro. What you was
Yeah,
gonna
now I'm
say?
just saying in the construct of race, black has a very specific meaning in terms of a category. It was the African descendants of slaves, it was West Africans, and it was the people of that diaspora, the West Indies.
Right,
So it just
but that
defined a group of
defines
people.
Can I say something?
black people. Hold on, wait, but I'm just want to say about what he just said. That defines black people, right? But you have a two part description, black and people, right? The whole term, I get y'all defining that, right? But when we talk about what are people, right? When they talk about what are people, they're talking about human beings, right? So now when we're talking about the adjective, right, that's describing the noun, what is that?
Lord
So
Banu.
can I say this real quick, bro?
Define
Just let
that.
me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick, bro. Because what you're
Can
trying to
you
say
wait,
is that
but wait,
what
bro,
you're
I
trying
want you
to
to
say,
just
bro.
do
I just
that.
want to say this real quick, real quick.
All right, bro.
What
All
you're
right,
trying
bro.
to say is that black is not a nationality. Black doesn't connect you to a nation. That's what you're saying. So
I didn't say any of that.
no, but that's what
All I
you're
said,
saying
You
because
no,
black.
listen,
If you
all
say
I
can
you
you
said,
mute
look,
out
hold
now?
listen,
on real quick.
You're
To be
wrong.
real
You're
quick,
wrong.
real
So can
quick.
you mute out now? No,
Wait,
can you mute
no,
out now?
hell no,
Because
I
I'm
Yeah,
trying
ain't
to tell
wrong,
you
I
what
bro.
it
disagree
Black,
with
is.
that
what
too,
nation is
Swab.
black connected to?
I
What
disagree
nation
with
is
that one
black
too.
connected
Bro,
to,
you're
bro?
wrong. That's your argument. That's your
no,
No,
argument. It
that's
is
true.
wrong.
I agree. Listen, I agree. I agree with that argument as well.
That's
But
all
that's
you
not the
saying.
argument. But that's not the argument that I'm making right now. I'm not
Thank
even
Thank
you.
you.
That's
technically.
For me,
exactly
in
Listen,
what you're
terms of a
trying to say.
people,
but wait, right now, in this moment, with the question that I'm asking, I'm not even technically making an argument. I'm asking them to define what the
They
word
can't.
black means in black people, and that's what I mean.
You
They can't
you
now, hold
can't
because they
on,
would
because it
have to
doesn't
say
hold
connect
something
on,
to a
negative.
whoa, whoa,
nationality.
whoa.
Black
So,
doesn't connect to a nation like Chinese
so
connects to China.
now hold on. I
European
disagree with
connects to
that.
Europe.
I
Black
can't
doesn't
disagree with
define
connect
that
to
it.
no
slightly, and I'll
nation.
tell you why. I'll tell you
I
why.
can't
Right
define it.
now, that's a different question. How black people define black, right? I was just dealing with the initial usage of the term referring to people, right? It was created in this construct, and it was categorized, and it included us, right? At a certain point, we have an attachment to this term now, and we're redefining what it really
It
is.
still
Now, if
doesn't
you
connect
say
to a nation.
now, hold on. Now, if you say it's not connected to a nation, I would disagree. I would say it's connected to
What nation
America.
is it?
Hold on, hear me out. I would say it's connected to America because there's no black people in Africa, right? There's Igbo, there's Hausa, there's Fulani, right? Through African
What
descent,
happened?
right?
Bro,
We became
what
our
flag
own
is the
people.
nation of black
Hold on, hear me out. Through African descent, we became our own people over here. We knew who we were. We are of African descent, but we ain't African no more. We're our own people. We were the first ones to take on that moniker black, right? It's still not used in the continent like that, right? Like if you're filling out some paperwork, they're gonna ask you what tribe you're from, right?
That's
Not
exactly
not this
because
race
black doesn't
classification.
connect you to
Hear me
nothing.
out.
That's what bro is
But what
saying.
I'm saying is black is a definition of our tribe here in North America. And the reason why it's being disseminated so much is because of the infusion of all these other people, right, that are now being considered a part of our tribe. But when I think of the term black,
That's what's the
I don't
problem with it. That's why
necessarily
you can't
include
do it.
I don't necessarily include everyone. I'm talking about black people here in America, the
But guess
descendants of
what? The
slaves.
one drop rule, dude. Any nigga that got blacks, if you got a drop of black blood in you, you a black man. So that don't, it
That's why
doesn't
I said
connect
those
to, the
two different
problem with that
questions.
is, the
When I
problem with
answered it,
that is,
hold on. When I answered it the first time, I answered it for the global definition
I
under
get it.
white writings, right?
I
But
get
then
you.
when you ask me, how do black people define black? I would say, yes, it is black people here in America. I would say the
I get you.
Fulani don't define themselves as black. We define ourselves as black here. That's
Well,
our
well,
tribe.
you do. I don't.
Right.
Most
I'm,
people,
I'm, I'm
you know,
talking about
it is.
my
It's
people.
crazy. I get you. I get you. I feel you. But to me,
And when
Hold
I
on,
say
though,
we,
brother.
that's a whole
this
lot of
is
people. That's the
this
Black
is interesting
Panthers.
to me.
That's the
Let's
Like
do
niggas.
it like
simply,
this. Let's do it
simply.
like this. I'm gonna let him land his plane, and then we're gonna bring the timer back out because I want to pass this around.
You don't
Go
Yeah.
let
ahead.
who let that play?
He was talking, and then you were interjecting,
Oh,
agreeing
okay,
a
all
little bit,
right.
and
Yeah, I'll
co-signing.
be
So
quick. So I just wanted to make it clear it was two different questions being asked. If you're asking on a global level, when this term was defined and started to be used in mass, it simply meant black people, North America, throughout the Caribbean, West Africa, right? But at a certain point, the term took its own definition in the fact that we over here began to use it as a title to define us. We had a different attachment to it. It didn't include everyone else, right? It didn't include Trinis. Trinis were Trini. Nigerians were Nigerians. We were black. Here in America, it was our tribe. It only got so overspread out because we have all these different people coming here, right? Infusing themselves into our culture. And then it becomes kind of a
Well,
confusion
that's
because
the
things aren't
problem.
defined. But I do think we have the right to define ourselves how we want. And for a lot of our people, they define themselves under the term black. So for me, that'll always have value because I respect
Even,
my ancestors. They put me where
e-
I'm at.
even the
I'll
term
land there.
black was given to. It was attributed to niggas. We didn't take the. We didn't start calling ourselves that until they called us that. So the term black itself don't connect to no
Man, what's the
nationality,
debate, man? What's the
and that's the.
debate, bro? Make
Let
a
me finish.
claim, bro.
Can I say this and then I'll be finished? Whatever y'all debate, if he say what I was taking from it is that what he was trying to say is that black, it doesn't connect you to a nation. Like China, Chinese connects you to China. It takes you to a land. Black don't take you to a specific land. And that's not a term that we gave ourselves. It was given to us after they beat the hell out of us in colonization. So, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
brother. Thank you. We appreciate that. That was some great input. Brother Benu, what is your claim? What is your conflict? What's up, bro? Like, stand on something so I can kick it down.
okay, that was
Suave,
two. Yeah.
Suave on his BS tonight, man. I'm falling back. I'm on mute. I'm on mute, Suave.
I think he
Nah, but
stepped out. I don't see
when I
him.
was
I think he
when I
stepped
was
out.
listening to him, it sounded like he was saying because black was given to us in his opinion, we should completely
Hmm.
separate from that to be able to create anything. I would disagree with that.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
is,
open up.
what makes sense to me is that black don't connect you to no land. But if you say, guess what? I'm a indigenous American, loyal to this soil that my people, my ancestors, been on for generations. Now you an American. You're connected to the north, to the American soil underneath your feet. If you just say black, it don't connect you to no land nowhere. See what I'm saying? You was talking about West Africa and all this. It don't connect you to America. Now, if you say you're an
Man, if you
indigenous,
say that shit again, if you explain that black don't connect you to a land again, we heard you, bro. Do you want to debate?
And look,
yeah, that's
what I
easy.
really what I
That's
really heard as
elementary. I
his
can teach
main
that to
point
my
was
child.
what I heard as his main point was because this was given to us, right? That the only way we can empower ourselves is to completely separate ourselves from anything the ops brought around us, right?
Yeah,
I would
So
yeah.
do
argue,
we have to
I would
say, so do
argue,
we?
I would argue if somebody run up in your crib, right, and you run them up out of there and they drop a couple hammers, are you indebting to throw the hammers away because they would prevent your empowerment? Like, nah, we keeping all them hammers, right? Like whatever we can take from what we've been through, from where we're at,
But what we
even if
gotta
we're
make
taking
sure
from
we
the
do,
enemy.
what we gotta make sure we do is make sure we connect ourselves to this land, not to a name, a title, a construct. No, we connect ourselves to the land. We
Why is
are
that so important though?
Americans.
We connect ourselves to the stolen land. Say it
Because
properly,
I'm
man.
saying I'm not interested in fighting unnecessary fights. I have a U.S. passport. I have a U.S. birth certificate. Why do I need to define my connection to this land? All I gotta do is put my paperwork on the table. Boom. I'm connected to this land.
Well, the funny thing about what you just stated is they've been trying to take this land from underneath your feet for generations. Colonization is the issue. That's the reason for Black Power, so we can stand on what's ours.
They already took the land. They're not trying to take shit.
They didn't. I mean, the problem is they colonized the land, but we still here.
See, the fallacy in what you
He
said
wasn't here.
was what
We
Black
always
Power
been
was
here.
fighting for. Black Power wasn't fighting for our ownership of being from this land. Nah, Black
Right.
Power knew we were from the continent.
Right.
We were fighting for rights and the ability to empower ourselves here on this land. But we
Not
weren't
only that,
claiming that
but
we had the deed. We weren't claiming
yes,
it.
we was. What are you talking about?
Who?
Our
We
We
people
just
wasn't
talking
stood on
about
the
Black
fact that
Power
we were
who?
indigenous to the soil.
but
I'm
we,
That
saying
they
that
those
came
who
over
was
wasn't
here
none
indigenous
of
were
and
this.
those who
The
was
colonized.
indigenous argument was not a
Just
slick
switched up.
argument.
A1,
It was
just
not
switch
a.
up.
It was not a Baptist
Are we?
Christian
You
minister's
think?
argument.
Are
It
you
was
think?
not a
You
Black
think we
Panther
not
argument.
indigenous? You think we not indigenous to this soil?
not the majority of us.
I know
No,
I'm not.
Oh
it's only
wow!
a small
How do
percentage.
you know? How
Only
you
a
claim that?
small percentage of us. Only a small percentage.
Yeah,
Because
wild as hell.
I
No,
mean,
I
brother,
disagree with that.
All the mound builders, right? The metallithic
Well,
builders were copper colored. That's
let me ask
thousands of
can
years
I
ago.
interject
I'm
with
not
that
arguing that.
because
I'm not arguing that. You forgetting the point that white people came here and
oh, this is
slaughtered those
crazy.
people, and y'all
My
leaving. And you
point is
leaving.
that those was our
No, hold up,
ancestors
hold up.
already indigenous to this land.
Yeah,
That's only
but
my
hold
point.
up. Those
Not
people were
Africans.
slaughtered. All right,
Those,
and
but they were still indigenous and they was copper colored like you and me.
they was
I
so what?
say it
They
like
still
this,
killed
right?
them. They killed
The
90%
same way the
of them.
What
Hebrews
does that
say
have to
that
do with
white
us being
people
indigenous to
are
the land, though?
stealing Jesus, the same way they say they're stealing our identity by making white Jesus. That's what this whole Aboriginal claim is
No,
doing
it's
to the
not.
actual
The
native
nigga,
no,
people
the
of this
mound
land.
builders, the
can I
facts is, look, hold
respond to
on.
some of this?
Wait,
I
hold
just
on real
want to
quick. Let me say
respond.
this real quick. You can respond. The mound builders that were the oldest people on this planet, on this continent, are copper colored.
We're not arguing against
So
that.
what
A
does
lot
that
of
So,
people
mean?
copper
what I'm
colored,
trying to
bro.
say is the
That's not a
Negroes
Let
of
me
fact.
this
respond to
land,
this.
Do
the
you consider
oldest
people in East India your people?
No,
in East India.
That's
No,
not
Hold on,
factual.
Yeah.
hold
So
on,
now,
Cosmo.
not
wait.
Hold
every
It's
on.
not
people
every
in East
Negroidal
India
person
that's blacker
is
than
indigenous to the.
everybody in you and my family.
That's not sequitur, bro.
Wait,
So let me respond
every
to some of this.
indigenous person
All
Let
right,
the
to every
American
person.
Naga get up here.
let's set up our 10 minutes real quick, Cosmo. We up next.
it don't need 10 minutes. It need 5 minutes. 10 minutes too damn long, bro.
It's 5 and 5. Y'all got yours.
Well, let me point this out.
We've been talking about the definition of black for 30 minutes.
Let me point this out, right? Okay, so when it comes to the topic of being indigenous, you don't have to go back to no mound builders. You don't have to go back to no ancient times. You just have to go back before the creation of the United States, because the United States is your protectorate. That's your host country, not Spain, not France, not none of those places. So it's only before the United States.
No,
So
it's not.
Holy
we
cow,
were
Naga.
already a people
Indigenous
before.
people been here since
Holy
the
cow,
nation, since the
Naga.
See,
continent
nah,
began.
That
man,
was an
you don't have,
Aboriginal
What you talking
argument I
about?
can respect.
you
That
don't
made
have
That don't
to
make
sense.
go
bro.
back that
Listen,
far. Like
That
when
bro.
made
you go
Listen.
back
sense.
that far, when you go back that
We
far,
talking
you
about
run
the
the risk,
origin. We talking about the
brother. When you
origin
go
of the
back that far,
indigenous.
you run the risk of conflating things.
No, you
And I'm
don't.
saying, if you
You
say
see, the
you do,
earliest man that was on American soil was copper colored. That's not
Nobody's
okay. So,
arguing
so
against
That
that.
don't
what,
make
what is
them
that
There's no
black.
original
connect.
name?
There's
That
no
where
separation.
if they
Manny
do they
that
got
Pacquiao
don't
him
is
in
make
a
you
almost
museum
copper
black.
somewhere?
colored.
What the
That
hell
don't
is you
Is
make
he in
him
a
talking
black.
about, brother?
museum or something somewhere?
I'm talking about
Indigenous people of the
Negroidal
Philippines, copper colored.
Negroes.
So
Hold up.
who was that
The
copper colored
Negroidal,
person that
the
they found?
look,
Who
Okay,
was
the,
that
but hold
copper
up.
colored person?
Hold up. So what? So what if they was copper? That has no
That
connection with
don't
the
that don't
it
mean
means that
nothing,
the copper colored man is indigenous
Cash
to the
Patel is
American
copper
bro.
soil.
colored.
It's a
how
copper
do you
colored people
connect
all
those?
over the planet.
That's the thing.
Right, but this
That's a
Cash
fact,
the
boss.
Patel, the head
Negro,
of the
the
FBI, he's
Negro
copper
of
colored.
You
America,
look, brother.
What I'm saying is
When it comes to the
the
topic of
Negro
being
of America is
indigenous,
indigenous to America. That's all I'm
bro.
saying.
Of course, the Negro to America from America is indigenous because we're homegrown.
And
We're
then they
home.
call us
We
black,
don't come from no
which
other
is not,
place,
it don't connect you to no nation. America
bro.
is our nation. It's our
The
country, it's
nation
our
that you
soil.
connected to is called black for right now.
No, it's
Right now,
not,
it's called.
stupid.
Black is
Black
not
is
a
not
nation.
It
connected
is.
to a
There is
nation.
no
That's the
nation
whole
called
point.
black.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
What nation is
Okay,
black.
let me ask you this question. Okay, so when you see the red, black, and green flag raised up every year at the capitals and all over TV, what does that red, black, and green flag represents to you?
There's no nation connected to a red, black, and green
I
flag.
didn't ask you that.
That's my point. Black doesn't connect to a nation.
But see, your point is outside
You
of what
didn't
I
ask
asked.
me that because
Brother, all I asked,
it puts a nail in your
asked you a
coffin.
simple
Because
question.
my point is
When
that
you
black
see the
don't
red, black,
connect
and
to a
green flag
nation.
every
There's
single
no,
year,
there's no nation attached
when
to
you see
black,
the red,
brother.
black, and
Damn.
green flag
There's
every
no red,
single
black, and
year,
green flag.
Talking over people though and not letting them finish
Juneteenth
their
come
sentence
around,
is something that we should all be self-aware we doing when we doing it. It shouldn't go on too long before you catch yourself. I shouldn't always have to hop in. Go
That's
ahead
why I
though.
went on mute
circling
for the
around.
record.
Well, I'm
real
just saying.
quick,
I'm just saying.
that
He don't
man
have to be
Cosmo.
disingenuous and not answer the question.
You don't have
When
to
you
be
see
disingenuous
when
and
you
not
see
answer
the
the
red, black, and green
question.
flag, when you see
Bro,
the
that's
red,
not a
black, and green
nation. You
flag,
don't connect to
and
no
That's a
nation.
straw man's argument,
When you
brother.
see a
There is
red,
no
black,
black.
and
it's
green
There
not a
is
flag,
no
straw man
black.
it
argument
don't
because
connect
bro.
to no
There is no
nation.
black
he wants to
nation.
sit
Okay,
here.
now
He wants.
I want to hear what he got to
Asking you a
say.
question.
Since nobody else want to hear what he got to say, but I do. Go ahead, Lorel.
Yeah.
Let me land this plane, and then you can
All I'm
respond.
saying is, for him to see the red, black, and green flag every year and know that that red, black, and green flag only represents one group of people. It don't represent no other people on the planet except for one, especially here in the West. So you're trying to tell me when you see the red, black, and green flag, when you know when you know what Juneteenth is, when you know
Brother,
February, when February comes,
brother.
that
This is
they're
ridiculous.
celebrating something. They're celebrating
That's
something
my
all
flag.
that month. So when you see that and
That's
that
not
day
your flag.
come,
I
what is being
recognize that.
celebrated
That's
to you?
me.
Hold on, what is being
So
celebrated to you?
okay, so
This
again,
argument, brother, is
that red, black, and green flag, it don't connect you to America. The American flag connects you to a nation called America.
All right,
The
let me
red,
ask
black,
you this.
you see what I'm saying? Black is not a
I got
nation. It
you.
don't connect you to a nation, a
So I
soil, a
got you.
land.
So hold on. Are you
He didn't
saying
answer
that
nothing
we
like that.
go back? It's
I
three
just
options,
put a
right?
nail in the coffin
Hold
again.
on. It's
he's
three
a silly
options.
argument.
Are you saying that? Well, no, because you're saying we're from here. So going
Of
to another
course,
nation,
that's the
that's not
whole.
an
That's the
option. Hold on,
importance.
hold
Of,
on. Hear me
that's the
out.
importance of
Hear me
not
out.
just
Hear me out.
accepting
I
black.
got you. I got you. But the
Thank
thing is, are you saying that you want your own nation here inside of Charlie Kirk's America?
you,
Is
nigga.
Y'all
I'm
that
making
saying
different arguments.
this is our country. This ain't
Hey,
Charlie
so?
Kirk's
You're
country.
gonna
This
How is
is
it
so
us.
still
you're
your
gonna
country?
take it.
Explain to me how is it still
So
your
wait,
country?
wait, wait, wait. Hold on. Let's take this slow.
What? This is
So
our
your
land.
plan,
The
your plan.
original.
Hold
Okay,
on.
go
Let's
ahead.
take it
All right, go
slow.
ahead.
Your plan is to take it
My
from the God.
plan. What, brother?
Is
What
your
I'm saying? No,
plan
listen.
is
I ain't got no plan. What
hold
I'm
on,
trying to
listen
tell
to what
you
I'm
is that
saying. We're having this
wait,
conversation
wait,
from the
wait, wait,
aspect,
wait. You
we're
taking this
having
to
this
the way
conversation from the
crazy place.
aspect of creating a plan, right?
I'm
So what
not.
I'm
No,
asking you is
you taking this somewhere. I'm not going. All I'm saying is the original
I'm trying
man
to catch
to
you
this
up on where
country
everybody
was
else
us.
is at.
Our ancestors was original to this soil, and they
You made that
connected to the
point.
nat.
We all know you stand
Where,
on that.
our nationality is
Okay, we
American.
get
We
it. We
all
get
know
it.
you stand on that.
hey,
Hear what I'm
Cosmo, can we
saying?
have our 5 minutes on that?
Yeah, our
I've been waiting for the.
nationality is American. Not our nationality is not
Right.
black.
All right, set the timer.
How can it be
That's
American when you said
crazy.
we was here before America?
That's crazy. That
America.
was
What are you talking about? The
crazy.
continent is called America. I'm not talking about the
It
United States
became
government.
America.
I'm talking about the
According
continent,
to
the
your claim,
soil.
it wasn't America when you were making your claim.
What
What
are
Exactly.
you
did you
talking,
call it?
The
brother?
Europeans named it
Whatever.
America.
Listen, you can call it Boo Boo the Fool. This country, this land is
But you can't
ours.
call it
We're,
black. You can call it Boo Boo the
we're
Fool,
indigenous
but you
to
have
you.
a problem with black.
That's the most erroneous statement I
It's
ever
crazy.
heard. Was the
Okay, yeah,
Europeans?
I'll admit that it
The
makes sense because I'm trying to
Europeans
argue the point that
named it
black don't connect you to a
America.
nation. So
Hold on,
for
but
us to
bro,
be
All right.
listen
connected
to
to a
the question
Can
nation,
I
I'm
get
trying to
okay? Can I get
ask
to
you.
the next?
you can't
And
just
I'm
say I'm
throwing you
black.
the
You got to
floor.
say I'm American
Pause.
because that's the country.
I'm
I mean
throwing it back to you. Pause.
that's the
Listen to what I'm
continent.
saying. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking, in defining all this, what's the plan? Are you trying to take over all of America? Are you
Take
trying to
over me?
create
No. What I'm
us?
saying is that
Us is what I'm saying. Us.
our people are indigenous to this land that is called
Bro,
North
you keep
America.
repeating that. We know you stand on that. What's
That's
next?
all.
It
That's
sounds
my
like
whole
nothing's
point.
next. It
Okay.
sounds
That's
like
because
nothing's next.
that's it. My whole point is
Okay,
that America. When you say I'm American, you say I'm connected to the North American continent. I'm indigenous. My ancestors are indigenous to this land. Now, when you say I'm black, you're not connected to a landmass.
But what about when I say I'm Black
What about when
American
you say
or
your mass
African
is
Well, if
not
you say
American?
okay,
What
represented?
you can
about when
say
I say that?
you can say that, but what I'm saying is it's a problem when you start to say because anybody that's brown skin can say I'm black over
It's only
here
a
in
problem for
America.
white people.
No, they can't.
They're the
No, they
only
can't.
ones that have a problem with it.
Yes, they can. Anybody can come over here and say that. That's got brown
No, they
skin.
can't. But hey, A1, can I
Well,
get can I get
you
a
can
minute?
say whatever you want. That don't mean that shit's right.
What you
And
can't, but
again,
what you can't do,
again, brother. So
look, what you can't do, come from Africa and say you an
calm down, brother.
American.
You ain't got to
What you
filibuster
Yeah,
can't
in
do,
everything.
your
what I'm
I
saying
heard
argument
is, what you
somebody
can't
call
dealing
him
do,
my
with the
name.
what
citizenship,
you
Yeah, but
can't
we
do
your
is
understand.
come
argument,
from
Yo,
your
Africa.
Derek,
argument dealing
A1,
with
we playing
Listen,
no
citizenship, yes.
listen,
American. We
listen.
not
Hold
What I'm
on,
can we
saying
put
but
that
your
is,
time up real
argument,
quick?
you
I'm
can't come
listening
from
to your
Decorum.
Africa.
argument. Hold on,
Titans,
hold on.
decorum.
I'm listening to your argument. But your argument,
Can I
you're
get some
saying,
decorum?
Yes, all
my
I'm
fault,
saying is
A1,
that
my
you
fault.
That
can't come
means
from
you
Africa.
too, sir. Muted. That didn't mean everybody but Cosmon. When I did that, y'all hear this? Tighten up. TITAN, pun intended.
I called you.
I see what you did there.
Somebody called my name though.
I called you.
Okay, King Hurt. Let me put you on the big screen. And what did you need from me, sir? I was in the kitchen cooking. I got the I've been out here for like 5 hours. I gotta eat too. Go ahead, ask me what you needed.
If
I
them
would like to
people
get.
are listening, I don't know what he was in the kitchen cooking. I have nothing to do with that. I'm just here for the content.
Let's
I just
go.
want to get. I would like to get everybody to speak on this.
real quick before people go to the conversation. I've been waiting about 30 minutes for
I
this.
know you want to do your debate thing, but
Oh yeah, let's go
it's a
ahead.
lot.
Let him do the thing.
Not
Okay,
the
go ahead.
debate thing. Me and Cosmo had a back and forth for 5 minutes that I wanted to get out the way real quick. And then
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, the back and
Yeah.
forth. Yeah.
the 5 minutes is real quick.
King
We
Hurt.
talking about the
Hold on, King Hurt. He was
Yeah, can
asking me a question. I didn't know if he needed what type of assistance he
no,
needed. I was
can
just
I
trying to
do
see what
it
was going on
after
with
they
everybody.
finish their thing? After they finish their thing, you come back to me, okay?
Okay. Oh, you're about to go in on the topic. Okay. I thought
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I wanted to, but I'm gonna wait till that because
Now
they
see,
didn't. They
their whole
didn't.
thing is about to shift the topic. That's why I was hesitant to let y'all go because the topic went somewhere else. They're about to do a 5-minute
it's not
intermission
because
debate and change the whole shift of
no,
the
it's not
flow
because
of it.
We gonna
Or is
come
it
back
on
he
to it.
said
this?
We're gonna come back.
because he said something that about the copper people that we can build
Okay.
on. So we got some stuff that we can for other time period to. I know about the spear. I mean, we can go back to that if we want to, but we can. I want to stay where we at. We can, but
Okay,
I
let me
want to have
bring
it.
the timer up. How do I edit this
It's
screen?
cool. I beat up on him and I beat up on you. It's easy work.
I'm finna beat up on the whole panel.
It's all love. It's all. I'm just messing with y'all. Salute to the Titans.
I just need time to talk. That's it.
Shout out Cosma and Creator Gang as well. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Okay. Now, timer is, let me say this layout. Update the FBA layout. Let me share the screen. Somebody who outside, that's the real. The real driving with the window open. Okay. Timer on the bottom. Remove this comment. Let me put, so it's Cosmon versus King J.
For sure.
Okay,
Cosmo, are
let
we
me
doing
hold on. Let me move you down to where Wall Street Willie is, and then I'll have you two start.
Round one, fight.
Move you down here. Move Wall Street Willie
Cosmo,
up
are
to
we
the
doing the
center.
spear or are we doing copper colored people in North America?
You know, you your patience, grasshopper, patience, patience. Save as a updated layout. Okay, time starts when you start.
Cosmo, is we doing the fear or the copper colored people or are we doing both?
No matter. Go ahead.
So
You can
I
do
had
both.
initially had brought information down in regards to the sphere, right? So definition:
Mhm.
what is a sphere? A ball, essentially, a perfect round 3D geometric object defined by all points in space are all equal, perfectly symmetric, right? What is spherical? Definition: an adjective that describes something having the shape of a sphere, essentially a ball. All right. Spheroid, the opposite of a sphere. Very close, but not. Having two equal sides, but one unequal. Very important. Right? We're talking math here, right? So keep in mind about geodesy, right? And that is the science of
Hold
the
on, let me
Earth's history.
pause your time because you did what I didn't want you to do. You went to the 2-hour-old conversation. Sometimes you gotta just let it go, brother. Sometimes we on a different background and everything. He going back to the
Yeah,
flat
but
earth
I asked him,
spheroid.
he said we was
Go ahead
going
and
over
finish
both, so
since you a
that's why.
minute and 15 seconds in, but you did what I didn't want you to do. Go ahead, dog. Because we
Okay, so
were
yeah.
in a flow of conversation and it just
Okay.
sometimes conversations just move on.
Okay, that's why I asked him initially, but he said to go back, so that's why I went back.
I didn't want you to even give him that option. You were just supposed to go right into the
I told you it
conversation.
don't matter to me. It don't matter. We can talk
Go
about that.
ahead. You got 3 minutes, 45 seconds.
All right, let's get it. So when you mentioned the copper colored people in North America, right? You mentioned the Cahokia, you mentioned the mound builders. I'm familiar with that. So are you familiar with the Clovis culture, right? So when you talk about when we do talk about Clovis culture, we're going to be talking about the first people who are indigenous to this continent, correct? The first inhabitants, correct?
The who?
Possibly about the first inhabitants in North America were the Clovis culture. Those are the predecessors to these copper-colored people you're talking about, right? They were the people who would have came through over the Bering Strait.
The ones that I know of that they were
Are
copper
you
colored.
familiar with the Clovis color, the Clovis culture? Yeah,
No,
man,
I
look
ain't
it
know
up
that.
real
To
quick.
be honest with you, I ain't never heard of it. To be honest with you.
Okay, for sure. So
But were they colored people?
They are the predecessors to the people who you're talking about are the copper colored people in
But were these
North America.
predecessors were they copper colored? Is my question.
They came across the Bering Strait. They were
What?
what we would call Asian, maybe like real
So you
pale.
saying that the original people to America are Asians?
Eskimo type.
Eskimo type.
Initially, they probably got some sun when they crossed over to a different continent, different environment, different climate. I'm sure their genome probably changed. It got a little darker, of course.
Were they Negroidal people?
No. They were
See, that's
Asian.
what we got. That's
They
what
were
we got
Asian
major
type.
differences.
So that's why you need to look up the Clovis.
Yeah, I look it up.
We only have a difference because you're not familiar with what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I look it up.
You're
I
making
ain't gonna say you wrong, but I ain't from all my research that I've done.
Well, look up this real quick while we even online. Clovis.
I can't look it up on my phone.
Okay, well somebody can.
Just go ahead and read the information.
I'm not reading. I'm just familiar with it. But
Oh,
somebody
okay.
can pull it up if they can share a screen or something.
But these Clovis people, were you saying
they came from Asia.
Asiatic, non-Negroidal, non-copper color?
So listen, let's talk about color because color does not make you black or white. Skin tone, right? So when you talk about those,
Wait, what? Say that again. Say that last statement again.
I'm going to say it all. When you talk about these phenotypical scientific racist terms like nasal width makes me negroid, that's scientific racism that's been debunked. Nasal width comes from
Who said
climate,
anything about
environment.
nasal width?
Hold on, brother. I'm talking about phenotype.
So you said phenotypes are fake?
Skin tone is a phenotype.
No, but
Did you
our
not know that?
phenotypes are real. Are phenotypes a fallacy?
Skin tone is a phenotype, and what you're saying is scientific racism. Skin tone it comes from the whatever environmental UV range that you're in, to whereas the MCH has come to the top. So I'll explain it to you. In mammals, which we are mammals, when the MCH is expressed in areas of high UV radiation, the melanin comes to the top and it's expressed in dark skin tone. In fish, it's expressed the opposite ways and it's expressed as in pale, right? So it's your environment that makes you the skin tone that you are. It's not this social construct that we were alluding to earlier that we're black and we're white. That's some invention, made up stuff. But when I'm talking about nasal width, right? And the people talking about, well, these are Negroid skulls, right? Based upon the size of the skulls and the size of so that's not correct. It's due to climate and environment and diet, right? So when the brother was asking you what black and white was, nobody really gave him an answer.
So
Go
wait, let me
ahead.
get this. Oh, he
Go
got his
ahead,
time.
Cosmo. Go ahead.
All right.
5 minutes
Yeah.
starts now.
So anyways, the the idea of race. I mean, I don't want to say racism. That's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm not talking about black or white or nothing like that. When I'm dealing with the indigenous people of this land, he made a statement and said that they Asians. He literally said that they're not Negroidal, right? But when you're dealing with hominid, homonym, phenotypes, and all that, first of all, that's proven science, right? We're not talking something I just pseudo came up with. When you talk about the difference between the phenotypes and the Negroidals and the Siberian and all these different bone structures and phenotypes that's real. You can look that up. The ones that they are indigenous to this soil, going back to the mound builders and before, are classified as Negroidal. I didn't come up with that. So when you say that the original people that came over here, according to archaeology, from what I know, is Negroidal people, not Asian. That don't even make sense to me. But all the proof goes back to that the original indigenous people to this country, which I don't know why anybody would even argue this, are copper colored, right? Which was later classified as black, which doesn't connect you to your land, but it actually in reverse takes it away from you, right? So all I was saying was, in order for us to be able to stay connected to our land and our heritage and our ancestors, we need to understand that the term America or American or indigenous to this land, America, is what is a more proper way to connect you to the land. When you say black, it don't connect you to no nation, to no land. You see what I'm saying? I would say it can connect you to a culture, you see, but the culture ain't necessarily connected to the land. So that's all I was saying, was that when I say I'm a black man, I know I'm black, but I also know I'm indigenous to this land. I'm American. You see what I'm saying? I'm not, and
No,
if an African, last thing I'm gonna say is, because you can term a person from a different place can be termed black too. Because in America, like you said, black is just a construct. So it could be a term to anybody that dark skin. So, but what you can't do is assign a nationality to a person that they don't come from. So a brown skinned person can come from Africa and be called black here, but they can't be called an American unless they were born here. And you can go to Africa and be called black, but you can't be called a Nigerian because you're not from there. So America, when you say I'm an indigenous American, it connects you to your land and to your nation. When you say I'm black, it's a culture, it's a vibe, it's a power, whatever, but it's not a nation. Even though they got a green and red black flag.
Man, can I get 2 minutes, man, to cuss him out for saying that
no,
shit again?
no, you can't
Hold
because
on, hold on. He
I
got
gotta
a couple
respond,
minutes.
bro.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, he in his feelings. Let him get it out. Oh, go ahead.
But no, I gotta respond to what you're saying because you're responding to what I'm saying. So you let me fact check you because you lied about a couple of things that you probably didn't know. There are no before 1492, according to science and modern scholarship, there are no Negroid skulls in America.
Correct.
So you made that up. So I
I didn't
wanted to
make
be
that
able
up.
to. Yes, you did.
So
You
so
said so.
so
Listen.
Hey,
so
don't
okay.
ask
So
for the
wait
moderator.
wait
You got to
okay.
use
So
it.
okay wait. Let me say
Moderator, the
this.
clock come with a
What?
moderator, King J. So when you ask for it, you also got to reset it or
Okay.
do whatever. Like,
Okay.
because
Yeah,
then you
but
I
can't
was
go
gonna
over
say, can
everybody.
you get the original? Then can you pull up the Asiatic score that they found first?
And he still got
A1
a
real.
minute and 34 seconds.
Hey,
So
Or
one.
A1
me?
just
If
real.
you,
So
hey,
King
Oh,
A1
A1,
just
if
real.
you
James
I
need
got a
still got
minute
another
and
I
a
still
minute
got
judge,
a
and
minute.
34 seconds. Everybody else stop.
I
if you
still got
need
a minute.
another judge,
Wait,
A1,
who got a minute?
because I got questions for
Let him
both
get his
sides. If you
Wait,
need
who got a
another
We
minute?
about to
moderator
let
or judge, I'm
Wall
here.
Street Willie hop up here next after
Wait,
this.
who got a minute? Who got a
Y'all
minute?
only get 2 5-minute sessions, and then we
He
about
got a
to ask
minute and
somebody else up.
56 left. Yeah.
I
And
got.
then
Yeah,
the
you got a
person who
minute
comes up
34
next
left,
gets to
Cosmo.
go and decide who they
I
want to
need to get in
respond
there,
to.
God. I need to get in
I
there,
got
God.
you. Wall Street Willie, then we got Suave. Anybody
So
who next? Put your hands up. Let me hear it.
Right there, King Naga.
King
I'm
Naga
trying to
after
figure out
Suave.
who got 30
That's
minutes.
my man. Shout out
so
to
if
the
we still.
Knockers.
So
Cosmon, I got
A1
you.
is
You
me
got
and
a minute
Cosmo still
34.
responding.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
responding back to
Cosmon
what.
is still responding back to you. You had 5 minutes and a
After
little bit
them.
extra. He's finishing
So
his 5 minutes.
so Cosmo yielded his for a back and forth for just
Okay,
real
let me
quick.
Right.
finish getting order, then we'll
All
get back
right.
to
So
that.
let me
So
Hold
and
up.
and
clear. Let
judge
me.
I
and
didn't
judge.
get the order I need yet. Let me
Okay.
finish.
What's up?
After you is Wall Street Willie, then Suave, then King Naga. Remember who you in front of. Because I'm not going to do it for you. And then I'm going to put y'all to the end if y'all forget. Somebody just hopped off, so I guess we don't have to worry about them.
Pause. I got to pause.
We got Lord Banu and King Hurt.
Go ahead. We got it.
Where do you want to go in this rotation? Hold up. Cosmon, let me get the order. I can't get you.
That's not me. That wasn't me.
Oh, my apologies. Whoever, King J, let me get the order first, and then I'm going to address y'all too, because y'all two are next. King Hurt and Lord Banu. Are you two trying to hop in this line on this train? Because they may go somewhere else.
I'll go last.
Okay, King Hurt you before you after King Naga. But you had something you wanted to add in, and you said after this. So do you still?
I want to add in. Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't want to. So you should be next before Wall Street Willie. You were first, and I put you on hold before this whole conversation started. That's why I'm trying to get order, because I don't want nobody left out. Now to the two men who are going back and forth. King J, you were saying something. Did he yield his time? Do you yield your time, Cosmo?
Well, we were going back.
No, hell no. I don't yield my time.
Okay,
Cosmo got $130.
Well, you did, but I had a point. So the point of contention I had. A1 question: when we're going back and forth, right? And is there any way that we can fact check? Like if I'm saying, hey, I made a point to whereas, hey, there weren't any Negroids in America.
I'm already on that, bro. My thumbs is going. I'm Googling everything.
Yeah,
Chat GPT, I'm on it. I got you.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. Good job.
Then I'm talking about the Clovis culture. Those are Caucasus, so they're not Negroid skulls. The Clovis culture would be considered Caucasoid. So the brother gotta just understand. And then he said that
I haven't heard of that, but we'll look it up.
You don't know about Caucasoid and Negroid? You were talking about Negroid.
No, I'm talking about the Clovis. I ain't never heard of the Clovis culture before.
That's why you're making an argument you make it.
Probably so, but even still, my point is,
it's not a but.
Even so, can we hurry up and get back to the order and get back to the 5-minute timer so that way everybody else?
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting on. He don't want
5 minutes of confusion. I'm about to just pass it if we can't figure it out.
Well, I'm trying to get to the point. So what am I going to get my last?
Let him finish his 34. But you don't have another 5 minutes to respond to him.
I don't need a 5 minutes.
I'm talking about King J. He got to get back in the line. So that way everybody has a chance to talk. If we give everybody 5 minutes, it's 8 people up here. There go 40 minutes. We get to talk once an hour. So to give you 2 5 minutes, it's doing a lot.
I'm here.
So we either gonna have to shorten this down to 2 minutes.
No, we good. Let's keep it going.
But
all right, so
I can't let y'all hog the platform. If y'all want to come up here and do presentations, y'all more than welcome. Y'all had a whole night to yourself, and y'all can respond to everybody one by one all night long. King J, you got one Thursday, so you up Thursday, King J.
Good job, everyone.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, y'all present good.
Yeah, good job, everyone.
Yeah, y'all doing good. Y'all doing good. Yeah, we got a bunch of gangsters on the panel, everybody. So it's hard when you got all these gangsters in the room. Okay.
All right, let me get my last 60 seconds, and I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna slide.
You. Okay.
All right, so let me do this
in the middle. Go ahead. You got a minute 34. Starts now.
All right, yeah. So let me just retract my statement first and foremost, because I already know they're gonna come and beat my head up with this information on the first Negroido. I don't know for a fact if the Negroido was the first what can I say, phenotype found on the continent. But what I will state is that the copper colored man, right? That eventually that the Negroido bones that were found are indigenous to here, and that the land that we claim should not. I mean, the nationality that we claim should actually connect us to the land. If we just say we black, it doesn't connect us to a land. So my whole point from the jump street was that black don't connect you to a land. When you say I'm American, it connects you to a land. That's all I was saying from Jump Street. Simple shit.
But the skulls that down here are Caucasoid, not Negroid.
But still,
you're going by skin tone, and that's the.
I'm not going by. I'm not going.
What? There's Caucasoid.
30 seconds.
Skin tone. If we've established skin tone is not what makes you black.
Exactly. I'm not talking about black.
Hold on, that's environmental adaptation.
I agree.
And then if the skulls found here are Caucasoid, what are you talking about?
What I'm trying to tell you is I don't agree with you that's you ain't proved that yet. I said I didn't quite know.
It's a known fact. You just the one that didn't know.
Right, but I'm saying you ain't showed it. You ain't showed it.
Maybe somebody who
you ain't showed it.
Maybe somebody who will come behind us will show us and clear it up for us.
Maybe. Let's see. Let's see if white people were first here.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't go to the kitchen for 20 seconds.
Man.
No, I'm talking shit. My bad, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we got up next King Hurt. Who do you want to respond to, King Hurt?
I'm gonna just say, everybody's a gangster until Hercules steps into the room. You know what I'm saying?
Flex your muscles on.
What I'm gonna do.
This
Here's
is for
how we about to
everybody.
run it, y'all.
This is for
Instead of doing
everybody.
5 minutes, we're gonna do 2 minutes, and then both people can respond. So it'd be like 2 minutes to Cosmon, 2 minutes to King J, 2 minutes for a response from Cosmon, and then 2 minutes for a response from King J. That's how we're gonna do it. It actually takes it down from 10 minutes to 8 minutes, and then you guys can actually rebuttal each other. Okay, King J, who you want to go against?
Are you talking to me?
Got to pick somebody who was just talking now.
I want to pick.
Wait,
yeah.
A1, am I going?
I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
didn't say
you got
King
2
J. I
minutes.
meant to say King Hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, I want to. This is for everybody though. I want to play this for everybody. If y'all can hear it.
Go ahead,
Or-
do your thing.
Let me see.
I'll put
Can
you
you
on
tell
the
me
big
if you
screen.
can you hear this?
I don't hear nothing.
Do y'all hear that?
No, we don't hear
Nah,
nothing.
I don't hear nothing.
Can we share my screen then, real quick?
Of course.
And I just want to get everybody to reply on this when we was talking about black. I just want to get y'all thoughts and how y'all feel about what brother. This is
I think you dropped off.
Yeah, he probably pushed the back button by accident. I be doing that all the
Back,
Man,
time.
you got to get
yeah.
back in line. It's Swab Boss,
But,
man.
hey, yo, Swamps.
Damn.
Nah, yeah, those arguments on both sides, I had some questions because it was some things that didn't completely connect for me. With the Negroidal skulls, like that is basically just saying Negro skulls.
Right.
I don't think the
There's different
argument,
types of negroidal skulls too, though, all around the world.
but you got to
But
understand
that's
though.
not your argument. That's a straw man.
But you
The
got to
point that you're
understand though. At
trying to
that
make is that
time,
the point that the brother's trying to establish is that you said that the Cahokia mound builders and all those you said
Right,
that
they were
they
copper
were
colored. That's all I
Negroid,
was saying.
right? Well,
Yeah,
but
that's
we
it.
established copper color don't make you black. We've
But I'm
established
not
that
trying to
too.
say
So
that
why
they
do you
were
keep
black.
then
They
why are
were.
you saying it
On
then?
I'm not. That's
screen,
not
King
what I'm
Hurt.
Then
saying.
why are you saying it
yeah,
then?
I'm back.
What I'm saying
Your
is that
yeah,
they
screen.
were indigenous. The mound builders were indigenous to this soil, which makes them Americans or Guatamians or Thori.
okay.
However you say this.
And they're a
However
certain
you.
type of caucasoid.
So
But
my
they're not
point is.
connected to me.
Wait, hold on.
They're the Clovis culture. I keep
Wait,
telling you,
hold
they're the
on. I'm not
Clovis
talking about
culture.
the mound builders were not the Clovis culture. You said the
Yeah,
Clovis culture came
brother.
before the mound builders. My point is the mound builders themselves were copper colored, indigenous to America, or what they call Guatama at the time,
Brother,
right?
the
So
Cahokia
they're not. They're not.
are
Wait, hold on.
indigenous to
They're
Hold
not.
on, let him finish.
What
Cahokia.
they're not. Wait, hold
Listen,
on.
Let him
They're
finish,
not
bro.
black. They're not black. They're copper colored indigenous Americans.
Correct.
That's my point.
I
but
agree
they're
with
not the
that.
first. They're not the first. The Clovis culture is the first. This is
And
why
you're
I keep
Okay,
saying they're
telling
that's
black,
you.
I can't argue with that because I don't know that.
but you're
So
saying
that's
that
why
this
you keep
Clovis,
having the same argument. Can we
but
please
you're
just
saying
somebody
this
look it up?
Clovis culture is
Because
black.
listen. We can
No, he's
always
saying the
we can
Clovis
argue
culture is
back.
white
Wait,
people.
hold on, just listen.
Caucasoid.
We can't have an argument back and forth and nobody proves nothing just because we're not
Right.
sourcing up.
But you can
Let us
source up
just look
copper
this up
colored
because, bro,
mound builders. That's
listen,
easy.
Cosmo. This conversation would have been over. You would have been pseudo as hell. Like, no disrespect,
What are you talking
respectfully.
about? I'm not
You
pseudo.
would
The
have.
mound builders is
I'm
fact.
telling,
They were
brother. I'm
copper
telling
colored.
you,
That's
the
fact.
name of it is the Clovis culture. It's easy
No,
to
it's
just
not.
search up and look. It's not. Please, somebody look
But
this up for
before
me.
we
The
go
mound
all the way
builders.
back to the
You
Clovis,
talking
let's
about
take it slow.
the
Let's take it
megalithic
slow.
builders
I
in the
said
mound
the.
Does
builders?
And
copper color
I said the.
necessarily
I
mean
said
black?
the. Exactly, it doesn't.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Black is not a term that connects you to the
Color
land.
does
That's my
not
point.
listen.
Neither does copper
That's
color.
not your point.
Right.
You're trying
My
Copper
point is
color
that
doesn't
my
connect you
point
to
is
the
that
land either.
the indigenous people to this land, right?
The Clovis culture.
Somali people are copper colored, right? The term normally used is
So
swarthy. People
then
in Italy, hold
color
on,
can't
bro.
connect you
Hold
to
on,
a
bro.
land.
People in Italy are
Nationality
swarthy,
connects you to
copper
land.
colored, right?
Hear me out.
They're not,
So what I'm
y'all not
saying
using the
is,
timer no more?
what I'm saying is, copper color doesn't
Don't make
connect
you
you
That's
to a
my
black.
nation
point.
either.
Exactly. So if you're African, you come over
So why
here,
you keep saying that?
they can call you black, but they can't call you American. You can you could be a black American and go
Brother,
to
that's
Africa,
not your
but you're not
point. Your
from
point
Ghana.
is
All
that
right,
the
King
Hopi
Herc has his
builders
screen
was
share.
Negroid.
Let's let King Herc slide in
Bro,
so that
it
we can
don't
continue
prove
with the
color
flow
don't prove.
of
Oh, sorry.
everything.
All right, I was just saying color don't prove
I know
nationality.
you
Show the
always
Clovis.
go
Show the
over.
Clovis.
You would have been technical foul because you love playing after the whistle.
Yeah, call me Draymond.
Come on,
All right,
King
yo,
Herc.
yeah, I just want to get you guys' opinion on this. I'm just play this real quick. Y'all tell me, because I learned this when I went to Ghana. So I just want you guys to tell me what y'all feel.
Can't hear a thing.
Yeah, we
Nothing.
can't hear it,
You
bro.
gotta set a
No
sound.
sound.
You might have it on mute.
Yeah, you
Make
ain't
sure
set a
you ain't got
sound.
it muted.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
No, it ain't
Wait a
muted,
minute.
but
Can you hear me?
we hear you. Go to share screen
Hey,
again.
yeah, come out the screen share. When you go back to the screen share,
No,
click
go back. Go back to
that
screen
sound
share.
button.
There's a sound button when
You
you hit
see,
screen share,
You said
you
go back,
see that brother,
go back to screen.
that brother.
and stream it to your audience.
Yeah, there you go.
No, it's not in there.
Right here.
It's not gonna be in there.
And if
Now
It's
we
you
not
gonna
don't
have
going
to
to
set
be
it
in
stop.
up,
there,
you
King
could
Herc.
always break it down
You're
for
gonna
us.
have to stop sharing your
Where
screen.
you're gonna have to
Stop
hold
sharing
on,
your
but King
screen.
Herc, when you go, yeah, stop sharing your screen. Now, when
Not
you go
screen.
back to
Not share
share it,
screen.
there's going to be a button like in the bottom left or right corner that says
Yeah,
share audio with tab. Make sure
right.
that that's selected.
Just
My
don't let the
Nagas,
brother bend
my
him get away
Nagas
from
got
me,
them
man.
kids
I
on.
like that picture in the background though. That's
I
fine.
think y'all really scared of
You
Wall
already
Street Willie,
know.
man,
You
because y'all
already
doing
know. Wall
everything
Street.
to be able to keep him from getting his
All
No,
time
Wall
Wall
Street a
Street
coming up.
Willie
judge.
got
Wall
is
Street
more
is clearly a
questions.
judge, bro.
That's all I got is more questions. Yeah, A1, if you need another judge or a moderator, I'm with that because I respect the bros put a lot of time in their presentations. And just like Ruben right now, I got a lot of kids running around the house, so I don't always get to put that time in. But I salute the dudes that do. And I'm locked in for the information. So if you need a
Definitely,
moderator, judge, I got you. Because I
definitely need a
always got more
moderator.
questions.
Need another moderator
Somebody
for
said
like
something
over
about Lord
panels like
Badu.
this on a late night. I don't know if you be up. That's what I'm looking for right now. Because even right in about an
Somebody said
hour, I'm
something
trying to
about
run
me.
around for about 2 or 3 hours and just
I'm with it.
listen to y'all in
Now,
the car.
what
That would be
nation?
amazing.
What nation is that black man from on the screen?
All right, so this is brother Obadele Cambone. He's from here. He's from New York actually,
Oh, okay.
and he moved over to Ghana a couple of years ago, and he speaks. He's a linguistics. He speaks like 5 different African languages, some shit like that. But he was talking about being black. So I just want to get y'all opinions on what he think, what y'all think about what he's saying. All right.
The same root of what you could get from the word bidie, the word for coal or charcoal, bidie, right? So again, when you say obibini, you're literally saying a black person, and you find that exact same bibi in the Songhai language, and it means the exact same thing. If you look at, for example, the Yoruba language, you have du, right? And that's the word black, dudu. So when you say adulawo, you're saying one who is black in color, adulawo, right? And that's how we would define ourselves using the Yoruba language, right? In Igbo, we would say Indisioji, and we would refer to the land as Ala Indisioji, the land of those who are black in color. If you look at the Bambara language, you have that's called Bamanakan. They will refer to themselves as Farafin, and the land is Farafina, literally the land of black people. The exact same thing as Kemet, right? Kemet, and in terms of our self-definition. But what happens when you have your enemies in the form of the Greeks, in the form of the Romans? You asked before about Egypt, that comes from Aegyptos, and it's thought to be a corruption of Hut Ka Ptah, which is the enclosure of the Ka. They would translate that as quote unquote spirit of Ptah, right? And that Hut Ka Ptah becomes Aegyptos, and that becomes Egypt, and so forth and so on. That has its own story that you can go deeper into if you're interested. But what happens when you take a name that doesn't mean anything? So for example, when the Romans defeated Carthage, they decided to refer to their conquered province as Provincia Africa Proconsularis, right? And that and that is to say the province of Africa that is, headed by a proconsul, right? It's like a vice consul being like their highest office, right? Are referring to caves that are in the Sahara Desert. Some would say it comes from Afrique or Aprike, being Greek and Phoenician, being sunny or without cold. You have those who Kemet is so profound is because when we were calling our land the land of Black people, we actually took steps militarily and so forth to ensure that this is the land of Black people. We built walls to make this the land of Black people. We drove out the enemies who are enemies to Black people and so forth and so on. But if you have a name that's literally given to you by your enemies, that doesn't direct you, it doesn't define you, it doesn't, delineate, it doesn't do any of the things that a name is supposed to do, then you find yourself scraping and trying to find meaning or trying to import meaning into something that has no inherent meaning in and of itself. So when we conceive of the land ourselves, then we're saying, no, this is a land of Black people. And imagine if we actually made that stick in real life, like, all right, we're not just going to call it Africa, which doesn't mean anything. We're going to call this a land of Black people. It means we will behave differently with regard to Royal Dutch Shell, right, in southeastern Nigeria.
So yeah, I just want to get your opinion on that, because he was going into like over there, in the original language, they refer to themselves. They did refer to themselves as Black, but it was in their language. And you got to remember, in English, in English, Black is a negative, but in African language, Black is a positive. And he was showing that. I kind of skipped over that, but he showed that in the beginning, with the name. So that's what I just want. And he was saying how this is the land of Black people.
Yes, so the main thing I would argue is I don't think Black is a negative term
Flag in the
to
background.
Black people.
Flag in the background too.
Hold on, I don't think Black is a negative term to Black people, right? Like if you're talking about the Black Panthers, Black nationalism.
No. I know not to the people. We was talking about in European, in the Western culture.
I get
term
it.
is negative.
I get it, right? But that's why I started with my little 2 cents in defining Black under the construct of race, right? But then talking about how I define Black as a Black person. We took this term here in America, we attached it to ourselves, and we gave it a different meaning. So I don't necessarily subscribe with the fact that it has this negative connotation that it has in European language. It may have that for them, right? But what's the difference? What's the difference in
Black is an exonym. It's a word that was called by foreigners to describe us. It wasn't a name that we indigenously called ourselves. We subscribed amongst ourselves, amongst our indigenous tribal names, and distinguish amongst ourselves like that, not by Black. Because if we are Black, why are we calling each other Black? That wouldn't work. It was from the outside foreign people who wasn't Black that called us Black. We embraced it.
Here's the problem with that argument, though.
It's not a problem because we embraced it.
No, hear what I'm saying, though.
Just like we embraced the word Negro and call ourselves it today, but that's not something that we do that at a era. But no.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we all embrace that, right? Like I wouldn't say our leaders, I wouldn't say our scholars embrace that Negro word. In fact, I would say, hold on, hear what I'm saying. I know you're not talking about that, but let me make my point. I know you're not talking about that. What I'm saying is, when you make that claim, right, that, oh, we embrace the word Negro, and that's why every rapper says it in their rap, right? I could hear.
You call yourself Black.
I could hear what you were saying. What I'm saying is, even in us, our ancestors defining ourselves as Black, we were moving away from that word that unfortunately still permeates our culture, right? That N word that was explicitly negative, right? We did
What's the difference between Black,
let me
Negro,
finish,
or
bro.
colored? No,
Let me
just
finish.
question. What's the difference between Black, Negro, colored, or African American?
Timeline.
Same word.
Timeline.
What about the Algonquins,
And
the
then with my
Cherokee, the
5 minutes
Seminoles?
at, man.
The timeline. So hold on, let me finish. The timeline makes it different, right? What I'm saying is, at certain points in time, my ancestors made choices to use certain terms, right? So let's get right to it. When you talk about being an Aboriginal, the only offense I take is if you include any of my ancestors.
My
Was your
ancestors,
was your
hear me out, hear
ancestors
me
brought
out, hear
over
me
here
out.
black?
Hear
Okay.
me out, because I want to hear your response. My ancestors said they were African Methodist Episcopal, right? Like, that's just one example of how the people in the time defined themselves. They knew who they were. They were the descendants of Africans, flat out. They knew who they were. When you make this Aboriginal argument, I'm fine with you making it for yourself. But when you involve our past heroes, no, that is not what they claim. They knew who they were. They were of African descent. They knew that flat out. If you look
Mine
at
knew that they
if
was
you
from
look
here.
at
You
if you
made
look
that
at
up, brother.
most if you
My
look at
grandmama,
most
my grandmama
great
was
black
Seminole. Straight
communities,
from there.
if you
Yeah,
look
you
at
made
most
that. You
great
made.
black communities, right? 1700s, 1800s, one of the cornerstones you'll see is the AME Church. This is black people saying we know we are the descendants of Africa. I personally, how I break down history, I say we became our own people when the ACS, American Colonization Society, they was trying to get rid of the Negro problem. We was like, nah, we not going back to Africa. We're of African descent, but we're gonna make our way here. And that's when we became our own people. And so at some point we chose the term black. I don't have a problem with it, but it doesn't encompass everyone. Skin tone alone doesn't make you black, because like I said, you can go to East India and find people that are darker than everybody in my family, and yours too. It's a fact.
So,
So skin tone
so
alone.
this is the,
I have a
this is
question to
the,
the brother.
this,
Just real quick.
let me just say this
So
because
yeah,
all right, go
because
ahead, and then we
he
speak
said
after that.
he said I can respond. He said he wanted me to actually. So this question. So your ancestors, right? So say they were Wolof, right? From the Wolof tribe, right? They identified as Wolof, right? Say the Wolof, some members were brought over here on the slave trade, and now are calling themselves black, right? They forgot. They don't even know they Wolof no more. They don't know they Mandinko, Fulani, Ashanti. They don't know none of that. They just black. Do you think that the Fulani, do you think the Mandinka, do you think the Wolof that's still over there in Africa, do you think they stopped calling themselves Wolof? You think they
No,
stopped calling themselves?
no,
Okay, so they didn't lose. They never stopped remembering who they were.
no.
Just the people here who calling themselves black.
Now that's where I would disagree. I think we start to define ourselves in different ways. You have the Gullah people, right? This is a mix of multiple African tribes, multiple cultures, religions, right? They begin to work together and they redefine themselves as the
Well, those
Gullah
are the
people.
black Cherokee, and we talked about that the
This
other day
is
at the
that ain't no Cherokee, bro. That ain't no Cherokee.
The
Those are Africans.
Seminoles, they Africans.
Yeah, the Gullah people have a rich connection through
Brother, it's a
culture.
mixture of the mixture of the maroon slaves that ran the Maroons who ran away into the Spanish colonies and mixed with the Indians that was down there,
No, you're
brother.
thinking about
Here's the
somebody
bad
else.
argument,
He's
though.
talking about the
Here's the
Gullah
bad
people.
argument. It's like genetics,
Nah,
right? I'm
yeah,
not
what you talking
arguing that
about?
there
It
wasn't a
will be the
mixture
similar.
of the Maroons. I'm not arguing that, right? But just like genetics, if most of us do our genetics right now, 70% West Africa. I couldn't wait till my results came back to see if it was real. That's the results I got, right? Overwhelming majority was West African. Now, well, what I know of my written family history, right? Documents and records, I could even understand where the 1.7 Irish came from. I know that
Right,
cracker that married my
mhm,
great, 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 great grandmother and bought
right,
her
right,
freedom. I know who
right.
that was. It made sense. So I never just go on the genetics alone. I never just go on the history alone. It's
But
about how it all
why are we
ties
going
in and
off?
what
Why are
can
we
you
going off
prove.
of skin color to identify by name? So there's like the brother was
Man,
saying,
god
there's no.
damn, man. Hey, can I get my 5 minutes right quick so I can lock in
Go
this
ahead, cook
debate with
swallow.
Benu,
My
man?
fault.
I've been waiting for two
My
hours,
fault.
man. This
Hey,
shit's
yo, big bro, my
crazy,
fault,
dog.
man.
Yeah, to
I'm
kick
trying
the
to go
goat
too,
out. That's
like,
why, boss.
yeah.
Swallow my big homie Ruben. My fault, yo.
All y'all my big brothers, man. Don't ever get it twisted, man. But
Go
Benu,
ahead, do your
what is
thing.
your conflict with anything you heard me say so we can get a debate, brother? What you want? Because I don't
What's
take
my
that
conflict?
lightly, bro. Like real talk, like you attacking my religion. You ask me what's our religion, I say, yeah, black power. I believe in my black people. Despite whatever evidence, like ain't no evidence of Jesus, I still believe in my black people. We could be the worst motherfuckers
Well,
on earth, but I still, based off what I've witnessed from us. So what the fuck smoke do you want, bro? I'm tired of dragging this out and you
all right,
trying to
so
ask 1,000 questions and get the perfect angle on the conversation, man. You done talked your shit before and all them echo chambers your ass be in when black people ain't get. So what is your problem, bro? Are you saying should we disconnect ourselves from the terminology black to progress in the world? Are you saying black power is an illogical fallacy? Like what is your shit you
What are
be
you
talking when
actually
you in them
saying?
anti-black circles?
all right. So what I'm saying is, right, if we took the people out of the term black, right, and we just said something was black, right, and we was describing it, right, we wouldn't be describing us as a people because we're not black as far as a descriptive uh to our description from what people are observing. They're not observing the color
Okay, so
black,
would you like
right?
to debate? Can we
Hold
use the
on,
terminology black to the hold on, no,
slow
wait, no,
down,
I don't
slow
want to
down, slow
learn.
down.
I don't want to
All
learn,
right,
bro. You trying to draw
all
this
right, bro,
out so
all
they
right.
start
Come
talking
on,
again,
bro.
bro.
No,
I've been waiting for
I'm trying.
45 minutes,
Oh
bro.
my goodness,
You
Okay,
bro.
so
trying
do
to
you
get
want to
right to
debate?
it, bro?
Do you
Get
want to
to
debate? Can we use the terminology black to define our people? To determine can the word black be used as a terminology for our people to distinguish our people? Whatever. What's your beef, nigga?
Can you calm down? Stop being emotional and relax, bro.
No, not no more. I'm very emotional. I'm not calming
it. Ayo,
down, bro.
Suave. Ayo, Suave. I
What's wrong
gave you
with
that.
you?
I gave you that Lance debate, but don't tell nobody. That's just between me and you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Shout out to you, guy. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
What's up, fam?
because I'm telling you my conflict with what you're saying, right? So when we talk about the word black, right, and what it is, right, it's nothing that is that can be defined as something that's uh us. You feel me? Other than
Okay, so
we just
should the
saying
word black be
that we
applied to
black.
our people? So can the word black be applied to our people? Do you want
Ooh,
to debate that?
he gonna fry you.
Okay,
Don't
now
take
look.
that.
Now
Don't take that
and
premise, bro.
or
He gonna fry you. Don't
be
take
This
that.
quiet,
shit
be quiet.
crazy.
Calm down. In order for me to take that debate with you, I would need for you to give me an accurate and definition of what you're saying black is.
I gave it to you.
Black.
It's not a
Black
nation.
has black has many
So you
definitions.
saying
Okay.
just
Hold
the
on, hold
color
on, hold on.
black,
Wait, you talking to
the color
him.
black.
You talk
Black
hold
is
on, wait,
attached
bro.
to
Who?
the descendants of
Oh, I'm talking
Africans,
to
people
two
in the
y'all.
Caribbean, and
Black.
people from
Here's
West Africa.
The
All right,
Debate
Oxford
so
I'm
I'm
on
saying
is
dictionary.
Black a nation?
See, the Oxford
they don't even
dictionary,
want to give
black.
black a definition.
See what I'm saying? Here we go. Here we go. That's why I like to get straight to it with you niggas, because your attention span ain't long.
I'm
Black
not talking to you. I'm talking to three
of the
people.
very darkest color, owing to the absence of complete absorption of light, the opposite of white. Two,
No, wait,
belonging to or donating. Hold on, man. Hold
before you
on,
go to
man.
two. Before you go
Wait,
to
wait, wait.
two,
Let him finish
before
the
Listen,
you go to
definition.
two,
listen, dog. Stop doing
wait,
this to
before
me.
you go to two,
Hey, brother, I'm
let's
not
wait
finna
right
fall back.
here.
I'm not finna fall back. I'm
Yo,
not finna
come
fall
on,
back.
because
Let me
then we got,
read
I'm
these
not asking you to
definitions.
fall back.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
read the
let you read all
definition.
of them.
Man, can you
I'm gonna
shut up
let
so
you
I can read
read
the
all
definition?
of them.
Can you shut up
Yo,
so
listen,
shut up
hold on,
now?
stop,
Shut up now.
stop,
Shut up
Hey, yo, bro,
now.
just let him
stop.
Read the
finish the
We
Ooh-wee.
gonna have,
definitions,
definitions, and then
we
we
gonna
can
have to
go
go
from
belonging to
through
there.
or
all each.
demoting
We
a
gonna have to go
human
through
group
each
having
one of
dark
them
colored
instead of
skin.
just stopping
Bro,
now and
shut up,
saying
bro.
does
Shut
that
up,
one
bro. Shut up, bro.
define
You
Oh my
us?
asked me to
God, here we
define
go with this
black. You
bullshit.
asked me to no, look,
Right,
here
God,
go
like, come
another
on,
voice,
man.
bro. Look, bro, fuck your whole ass techniques. I'm coming straight up the
Shut
middle with your
up,
goofy
bro.
ass.
Shut
I'm
up. You
asking
sound
you
soft as hell,
to
bro.
belonging to or denoting a human group having dark colored skin, especially of sub-Saharan African ancestry, black color or pigment. A member of a human group having dark colored make something blackened. Yes, those are the definitions of black. You have the information you
Okay.
said you needed to establish the
All
topic.
right. So stop.
What is
All
your
right. So
statement?
shut up. You
I'll
done. You
debate
done.
you
You
on
read
is
all your
Black a
definitions.
nation?
Shut up. Listen, he read all his definitions. Now, by
Yeah,
by
I'll
any of
debate you
those,
on that. Whoever said that, I'll
by
debate you on
all of
that too.
those, by
All right,
all
let's
of,
get
all right,
it.
shut up, bro. Shut up. I'll let you read your definitions, bro. Calm down. Stop, relax, and focus. Right. So
I just
when
set
you
up a
talk about
debate with a
when you
motherfucker who know how to set up a
shut
debate, nigga. That's all.
Is
up,
black a
bro. Shut
nation? That's the
up.
debate.
Like,
I debate you on is
Oh,
black a
that's the
nation? Is
debate.
black a
Yes, all right.
nationality?
no,
Hey,
black
Hey, yo,
is
my
not a
man,
nation.
my
Nobody's
man.
taking that debate.
Can you stop inciting him? Because he
Man, well,
obviously
you
can't
taking all
focus on one
day.
thing,
You
bro.
got your definition. Now, what you want to say?
I'm telling you, all right, so shut up and listen to me, bro. I sat there and let you read that
Oh my
bullshit. Now
god.
just
I'm
listen,
trying to
man.
figure
Damn.
out why this is so hard though. Why does it take 10
That's
minutes
what
to
I'm
get a
Because
title,
he
man?
don't he don't he don't know what he
What
want to
is
talk
the
about.
problem? But go
I
ahead.
already
It's
told
on
you.
you,
I'll
Banu. Your
debate you on
time
is
starts
black
right
a
now.
nationality.
You
Cosmo, we
got it,
got it.
man.
We trying to figure these two out. If this doesn't work out, then we'll slide you up in there. Go ahead, Banu. Your time starts, and this time respect the timer, everybody. I'm trying to do two things at once. I want y'all to be able to referee ourselves. It's just that seems impossible.
We
Come on.
can't, God, because these niggas is emotional and soft, God. They in their feelings, man.
Time
Mushy, bro.
starts.
Chill out,
Good, you got
man.
the
Just
floor. Just
talk.
get to it.
I don't want the floor. I want you to answer a question, bro. But
You
regardless
want
of
to
that,
answer a
fuck it.
question? No, it ain't no questions to him. And this nigga gave you 3 titles and a definition, and you still got another question. That it
That was
don't
All
make
right.
sense. Can you
that was
start
your
shooting some
first
titles to
question.
him? At
Yeah,
least
that
shoot
was
some
your
titles
first
to him. We
question.
can
The
respect that.
definition of black.
All right. So let me say what I gotta say. He don't gotta answer nothing, and he can keep his definition however he want it. I'm gonna just speak and say what I gotta say. You
Okay.
feel me? At the end of the day, when we talking about what black is, when we talking about our skin color and a descriptive term for us, we're not black. So if now we have to go into what is black, and if we're talking about a legal term, then what does black mean in law? And where are they coming up with this descriptive term for us if we're not black? So if you're gonna say you're black, right? What are you defining that as? You can't just say, "Oh, I'm defining that as a people from Africa." No, because black means something else. If you're saying you're a black people, then you're saying, okay, you're just calling yourself a color. Okay, are you black? No. Then why are you calling yourself black? What other definition is responsible for you calling yourself black other than the color? You're saying, okay, we identify with this name as an identity for us. Why? That's what I'm asking you. And you can't answer that. You know why? Because you just accepted anything that was told to you and you want to grasp onto that because it's low-hanging fruit and it don't require any in-depth research and any friction from anybody else who'll have something to say about you identifying with anything other than something that puts you under them. Because white, by definition, is way more beautiful and pure than black is. So why would you consider yourself black if the only definition is the color? Besides, because they changed it now to mean just you, to talk about you. But why are they calling you black? You can't answer that. And you're being cowardice by trying to dance around it and just say, well, answer this, answer this. No, you're not just going to make me jump into something where you think you got a stance and a leg to stand on and you're not answering what I'm talking about. That's why we have to get to the definitions of what we're talking about. Explain to me what you're talking about. Don't just give me
Got
some
you.
vague term that you're using that's European and then tell me, oh, that's what I'm talking about. And then when I dissect that, you try to defend it, but you can't. How? When that's
But
what you're
you,
using to define
2
yourself.
minutes
you
And
and
I
had
30
land the
that out
seconds.
plane,
during the
man, with
face
you
off
goofy
though.
niggas,
2
man.
minutes and 30
Go ahead,
seconds.
Hey,
man.
yo,
All right,
Come on,
man.
Suave,
man.
That's it.
roll
Okay, let me
back.
interject because I see what the point is. He don't want to play semantics. Well, he went semantics to show you that he don't want to play that game.
But
So
A1,
that's
ain't that
exactly
what you
what he
would do
did.
during the face off? What they doing right now?
I want to get that ironed out before the face off because I'm tired of
Okay.
niggas arguing past each other and not
Right.
actually showing up to the same debate.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
And I
that's what
happening.
gotta
they
be
trying to
real. The
do.
brother's
That's what they
being
trying to do right now.
disingenuous.
Force me
When
into
he asked me
something
that
where they got the
question,
leg to stand on. Don't try to model what I'm saying and fit what you talking about.
hey, yo,
Define
brother,
what you're talking about.
when
If you
you
got
ask
black
that
power,
question,
what's black?
I define black for you. I
No, you
defined it
didn't. You
by,
defined what black people were.
hear me out. I defined it by the initial term when black was used in mass for peoples, right? It had to do with the construct of race, and it referred to African descendants of slaves, people of the diaspora, people of West Africa. That's a definition, and
Okay. So
hear me out, hear me out. That's actually multiple land masses. No different from how white can encompass white French, white British, white Germans, white
mhm.
Spaniards, right? So
Okay, and then when we
black.
stood,
Hold
It's
up.
when I
not the
asked you
Hear
to
me
it's
out.
not
stand
the
on that,
Can I get
when
the
I
flow
asked you
right
to
quick? Can I
stand
get
on
the
that,
flow right quick, bro? Man, come on, man. It took me
go
long enough to
ahead,
get this
bro.
nigga in the conversation, bro.
Suave,
It keep
fall
deteriorating,
back. You
bro.
a real debater,
So
Suave.
what I'm saying is raw. Yes, sir. No, you are the man. What I'm saying is this. I'm not convinced he don't know the information that you're giving him. I'm convinced that he knows it, but has a direct opposition to it. That he preaches in echo chambers around the world when he's in his non-black or anti-black. We shouldn't call ourselves black. We are foundational black Americans. We're native. I don't know. But because he just went on the 3-minute rant and made one definite statement. And the reason he's doing that is purposely because I'm waiting for him to make a definite statement. And I say, let's debate it. So all he do is keep asking for a definition, and I've read it from Oxford. I've
So
spoken
wait,
from my
wait. So
fucking
why
heart.
don't
So
you make
Hold
now,
a
on, hold on.
definite
Suave,
Don't cut me
statement?
off.
he's
2
been
minutes.
given a
Why
definition.
don't you
Nigga.
make a
2
definite
minutes, nigga.
statement, then,
I
nigga?
got my
What
Hold
you
on,
waiting
clock.
for
hold
me
on.
No,
for?
no, no. He did.
Before
He
you
gave you
get to
3
Suave,
I
titles, and
got
you
my
I
asked
just
for
clock.
gave you a
clarifications of
I
definition.
definitions.
got my
He
clock.
gave
I
you
got
3
my
All right, so
definite
clock.
why
I'm
can't he
titles.
supposed
do
to
I
that?
have a
just gave you
clock.
a
I'm supposed
definition
to have
too.
a clock. I'm supposed to
He
have a
gave
clock.
Okay,
Suave
yeah,
gave
yeah,
He
you
yeah.
should
three
not be able to cut
definitions.
me off right now.
I gave you a
He should.
definition.
I ain't even
He
There's
should
started.
three
not be able
people
to cut me
talking to
off
me.
right
What you
now.
mean I can't cut you off?
Okay, so
You
like I
The
jumped
clock
in,
said,
ain't
somebody else
start. The
said
clock ain't
something, then
start.
you
But
jumped in and started
how
talking.
about this,
and
man?
I'm
Instead of
begging them,
playing,
and I'm begging them not to cut you off. I'm
y'all
begging
both
them to
know
give
what
you the
black
3 minutes.
is. Are you? Let me figure this out. Are you
Thank
using
you.
black as a legal definition or as a skin color? That's what we need to know. Because we don't take a whole paragraph. Because that's what the hell niggas is trying to say. And niggas want to come be so fancy with this shit. Are we using black as a skin color, a nationality, a legal status, or all three?
I'm using
definitely not a nationality.
Now I'd love
He's
to
the
I'm
one
answer
that
that
said he
It's
question.
represent
still
black
it's still
power.
something that could be debated. So don't say that. That's just a stance you could take. But that it
Yeah.
could definitely be a topic.
Well, if I debate somebody, that's my type. That's gonna be
I'm
my
using
stance.
black
We
to
know,
identify a
we
group of
know,
people
and we
by a
know.
culture. I'm using black to identify a group of people by a culture, not our skin color, not our nationality,
Okay. He's
Well,
talking
but
about
as
black
a
culture.
under that title,
I'm talking about what the fuck black meant this nigga's whole goddamn weak ass life that he sitting up there trying to act like we gotta inform him. Nigga, what's your problem? Nigga, let's debate it.
He just wants to make sure he knows what he's showing up to debate. He doesn't want to put a
I keep
presentation
telling you
together.
about
I'm
problems.
not
Why is
finna act
anybody
like he
interrupting the
don't know what
host?
black mean.
Why are three people talking over the
so,
host?
oh
He
my
wants to
bad.
make sure that he's not showing up to debate black as a legal status and you showing up to debate it as a culture. Can we figure out which black we talking about?
That's
It
why I'm
don't
trying to
take
get
20
him
minutes.
to.
And I
That's
set
why I'm
three
trying to get him
timers.
to
I'm not
make a.
setting another one. We grown men here. Let's
That's why I'm
go.
trying. That was my first timer,
Yeah, that's
and
what
I
you've been
didn't want to
saying.
ask for it. But this what I'm saying. That's why I want him to make a definite statement. We all know how old is this man? Like he's a black person in America. He's ignorant of what black is. What is your problem? I don't think we should call
So
ourselves black because it comes from our oppressors. Okay, that was the one definite statement that I heard you make. Do you
Right.
want to debate? Can we progress under a terminology given to us by our oppressors?
That's fair.
yeah,
Good premise.
That's a
You're
different
not making
title.
no definite statements, but you slipped up and said that. So I'm on it. Do you want to debate the statement that you just made? And we can all rewind it right now and hear you say it.
Good premise. He gonna
Can we
fry
say it
you.
again.
progress under a terminology that comes from our oppressors?
We can oppress from a terminology that comes from our oppressor,
Shut
but it
up.
depends
Shut
on
the
how we're
fuck up.
defining
That
it.
was not a real sentence you just said. I said, can we progress under a terminology given to us by our oppressors, sir?
Good premise.
It's dependent on how we define and what we're
He's
talking about.
asking you, do you want to take the premise, not to
What the
It's
explain it?
really a
fuck?
yes or no
Can I
question.
take
Yeah,
that premise?
it's a
Can I
premise.
I
take it?
mean,
Can I take it?
somebody, if you
Can I
do you
take it?
think there's dual answers to that,
Can I take
Lord
it?
Badu?
I
He's
do.
asking you a premise, and you know what side of the premise he's on. Are you willing to take
I'll take
the
the
negative?
affirmative.
You'll take the affirmative?
I take the
Thank you.
affirmative.
But
That
one
we
of your points is we shouldn't call ourselves black because we got it from our oppressors. Now you're willing to say that's okay? Man, bro, I'm
I'm
done with
willing. I'm
you.
taking an argument. I'm taking. This is a
Is that
debate.
Bennu? Is that
I'm
Bennu
taking.
talking?
That's not Banu
I'm
talking.
taking a.
That's
Now
not
you
it.
say you
Oh,
scared or
okay,
what? You
okay,
scared or
okay,
what?
okay, okay, bet.
It's an argument.
King Hurt popped off.
I can make a better point than you.
Who is that?
This
That's
King
King
J.
J.
Okay, who was that who wanted to debate me on
is black a nationality?
That
It
was
was
a brother.
Cosmon.
Yeah.
Nobody. He didn't want to.
Cosmon
He
is
didn't want to
black.
debate.
Is black.
Debate.
Okay, we I want to have a face off. We can tighten up that title. Okay, and you want to debate that we can progress under a terminology given to us by our
So why
oppressors?
wait? So why
Yeah,
we
we
can't
can.
have
We
a
can.
face off and tighten up our title? Why we got to pick one now and you got to put all this pressure on me to make a statement and to come up with this
We in a
shit?
debate
But you
league.
can
Man,
have
please.
a face off
Okay,
to tighten up your
just
title with
listen,
old
brother.
boy. But right
Yeah,
now you
listen,
so
brother.
that's
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
know.
You
I really
Y'all
don't
emotional.
know how
still don't
y'all
have a
get
face
down
off.
where you
I don't
from,
know
bro.
what this whole pre-debate thing is that y'all started tonight. I like it
I don't
though.
know
I think
how
we should just
weird
do
the niggas.
topics instead of using this to set up further debates because
Man,
this is a
bro. Do
face-off
y'all
before the
see the
face-off.
lack of accountability he getting right now? We were talking about a debate about the first title that we had. And
We
the
was
brother
talking about
came
a
out of
debate about
man, god damn,
are
dog.
you an expert
And
in
then
life by
Okay.
living, right? And
yes,
then
we were
I
talking
asked you
about
what was
that.
your
And
religion.
out of left field, he
Uh-huh.
came and said he disagreed with me being under black power.
No, that's
Okay.
not out of left field, bro. Stop
That's not
lying,
what I
bro.
said.
It came out of
That's
left
not out
field
of
to me. I didn't see it
that was
coming.
not out of left
We
field
were
because
talking about can you
I asked you, hold on, stop. I asked you, I said, what is your religion? What is your religious views? And you said
yes.
my religious view is black power.
Black
And I
power.
didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about it. Then somebody else came and asked me a question about that.
Uh-huh.
And that's when we went into the conversation about my views
Hold
on
on,
black. And that's what I went in and started asking definitions. So
I
and you
thought that
felt
was
offended
fly
by
when he
that.
said my religion is black power. I was like, oh,
Yes.
he going crazy.
What I'm
That
telling
was
you is
dope.
that no, you came and said something to me. Somebody else brought up, I remember somebody saying something, but you came to
Yeah,
me
somebody
talking about, okay, so I'm trying to figure out, bro, is black power real?
is black real? Is black a social construct?
Is black power real?
Okay, all right. So look, this is the stance that I'm making and that I asked you to stand on
Merry-go-round
earlier,
I
again.
don't
right?
know.
Ayo,
We
bro, you
haven't gotten
can't
one.
take a
Black,
No,
yes or
no,
black.
no,
no
no,
on
no,
that
no.
and then explain.
Y'all got
You
five
can't
No,
minutes
give
because
us
I
okay,
a
got
no,
something to
listen,
do, right? And
no,
y'all
it's
haven't
not
gotten any
real. It's not
closer to a
real.
debate topic or
now you
title.
Listen,
locked
I
in,
no,
Okay,
find
A1.
that
so that's
I
the
find that
debate
very
topic. We
telling.
got an
Ayo,
There's
A1.
no
A1,
Is
he's
black
way.
locked
power
in.
There's
real?
no
He
way.
said no. I said yeah. Is
Ayo,
black
A1,
power
he's
real?
locked
He
in.
said
He
no.
said no.
He said no.
Okay,
I
so
said
let
yeah.
somebody
That's the
else step
debate.
up then. Let somebody else step up and want to debate then. If he couldn't get it
Yes,
locked in 20
sir.
minutes.
And that's why I said I would take the
it ain't
affirmative.
no, if he can't get it locked in 20 minutes, you feel me? Like they saying stuff too. So why can't they lock it in? And I say, okay, that's
Yeah,
cool too.
that's what
You
they're
feel me?
trying to
All
do.
right,
That's
so
what I'm
all right,
saying.
so that's what I'm trying to do
It
too.
sounds
You act
like
like
you and
I didn't
Suave
bring.
locked in.
I brought up debate topics too that they said they
Somebody's
wasn't
emotional
cool with
now.
and that they didn't agree with, and they
We were
switched it and
talking,
said they wanted to.
I'm not talking about,
Once
I'm
you
talking
said
specifically
no,
about
you and
black.
Suave was
We're
locked
talking
in.
about
That's
black.
what I'm talking
So I
about
pressed
too
you
because
for a
I asked
debate
them.
and you could come back
When
to
they
it, but
define
we only
black,
have a few minutes left.
when they defined black and said it was a social construct, right? And then I said, okay, well, you're trying to empower a social construct. Stand on that. Let's have that debate. They ran from that, and now they switched it and trying to say, okay, you got to say something that we saying now and take that, or you running. How? When I'm making my claims and saying stand on this
You running,
that you
bro.
saying, you saying
Hey, this
something. So
my
I said,
last
okay,
sentence.
stand
This
on
my
that.
So you
last
just don't
sentence,
want
and
to
I'm
debate,
done,
then.
man.
Bro.
You don't want to
Hey,
take the
bro,
debate.
y'all
Man,
can have
whatever,
it. Y'all
bro.
can have it.
Whatever, bro. Say
I
whatever,
don't want to
however
do
you
that
want, bro.
debate. Somebody else wants to take it though. That's the thing. The debate that
It's
you
over.
passing up on,
All right,
somebody else
cool.
is hopping
Cool.
on.
All right, cool.
That's
So
why I was
take it. But
saying,
he just said y'all just said y'all gonna have a face off with somebody else so they could iron out their title for their debate. But now that I want to iron out the title for our debate, I'm running from the debate and scared to
be
debate.
trying to iron it out. They're about to iron out their
All right,
title
so
right now.
we could move on. We could move on and talk
Bro,
about something else,
Please,
but
let's
don't
move
say
on.
it's me that's trying to hinder it and that I can't choose
bro,
the title.
I don't want to hear no more
you're
whining,
not
boy.
accepting what he offered you, so I'm
He
letting
not
somebody
accepting what I'm
else
offering
who
him
did.
either.
My
Okay.
He not
son,
What
accepting
title
what I'm
did you
my
offering him
offer?
son
either.
Suave is
What
the
title?
Lamar
Hold on.
road
Wait,
to
wait, wait. What title
consciousness.
did you offer
I
me?
didn't
Hey,
hear
be
you
quiet,
offer
bro.
3 different titles. I
What
I,
definitely
title
heard
did
you
you
offer
offer
one.
me, bro?
offer him the title. I offer him the entitled to stand on was was he trying to empower a social construct?
Nigga, that wasn't
Because
me. That
black,
was Chris.
because
Okay, bet. Bet. So what?
okay,
So
all
We've
right,
been
cool.
so
cooked
you.
on that though, bro.
So now you saying, okay, am I trying to empower a social construct? Is your debate?
Does Black
I'm saying
Power?
yes. I'm saying yes. I'm trying to empower a social construct. What did you say?
I would have
You
challenged that.
you know you were supposed to
It's-
say no to get the debate. He was trying to steer you that way.
What? But he? Okay, 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 okay. I'm not gonna say he's dumb. Okay, I'm not gonna insult him and use certain verbiage that your channel don't allow. I'm just saying,
I see what you did.
you think I'm dumb. Let me put it like that. I'm not dumb, sir. Like
Do you
really, like
do you think a social construct is the people? The social construct that is used to identify people. Do you think that that is the people?
is the social construct used to
Used to
identify the
identify a
people
people, the people.
actually the people? I would say temporarily, seasonally, for ages, but it can turn, it can change. But if we are being called black right now, black is us. We are black. That term
Listen,
is these people. These people are that term. But that can change. It has been different in the past and will be different in the future.
I got a
And
question.
what I'm saying is that you're not, when you say that you are representing black power, that you're not talking about empowering the people. You're talking about empowering a social construct that
Okay, so
doesn't
the debate
exist.
is, when I say black power, am I talking about empowering the people? You want to debate that? You just made that definite
Yeah.
statement. Okay.
yeah.
So
Let's
when I
get
say
to it.
black power, am I talking about empowering the people?
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh. So how could we
Debate?
frame that into a debate question,
It
a
was just
debate topic?
framed.
Okay, bet. You want that to be, but you good on that title though, right? We gonna have a
I'm
face
good
off
on
and
that.
tighten it up.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. That's what's up.
Okay, bet. So we got a
Damn,
face off. We're
bro.
gonna have two topics in that face off. Does living make you an expert in life? And
Uh-huh.
when I say black power, am I talking about empowering the people? Okay,
Okay.
and we could tighten it up. All right. Shout out to you, black power. And then Cosmos wanted um can you progress under the terminology that your oppressor gave you?
No, I didn't
And
say
I'm
that.
saying, yeah.
No,
Hold on.
that's King. That's King J.
I said it's black and
Okay, my
nationality.
bad. Okay, you said it's black and nationality. That's Cosmos, right?
Cosmon, yeah.
Cosmon. Okay, I'm saying that that black is a nation and is not represented, or is, I mean, is not accepted by like the world powers, but it definitely, black people are definitely a nation.
AL Suave, let me run one by you.
Okay, so I'll take that. I'll take so. Hey, Swab. Why you not? Can
Yeah.
I get some smoke? You act like you won't smoke with everybody but me, and I'm trying to give you all the smoke you want. Like we
Ain't
can
you who I'm
say
talking
whatever
about
you
right
want
now?
right now because I eat you up on
That's
every title that you
Cosmon,
try.
right?
Every title you tried to get them that they duck, I eat you up right now off the
I'm
top of
saying,
my
ain't that
head.
Cosmon?
So hold on, Cosmon. I'll throw this one at you too. You and
Cosmo don't want no
Suave.
smoke. Swab want the
What you
smoke.
said?
I'm gonna throw this one at you and Suave.
Hold
I
on,
want
I'm
to see what
confused
y'all
who I'm
do with it.
talking about, bro. Hold on, bro, because I can't see my phone. The
Hold
person that
on.
just said that I'm dodging them, I don't. Who is that?
Don't worry
It's,
about that real
it's
quick, bro.
smoke. That's
Let
who it
me
is.
let me
Okay,
let
It's
me
smoke.
throw this
Whatever
one
it's
out
smoke.
there, and I want to see what side y'all would take. Right? Is the FBA ADOS movement the biggest threat to black empowerment, second to white supremacy? You
Nah,
could
bro,
take
we don't
white
want to talk about no
supremacy off.
FBA. We don't want to talk about no FBA bullshit.
I'm gonna always say white supremacy is our biggest threat.
That's why I said second to white supremacy, so we could take white supremacy off the board. I just wanted to
You,
deal with
the
is
brother said black was a nationality, right? So I would take the
I
negative.
said
It's not a nation. I
black
was
people are a nation. Black people are not recognized as a nationality, but black people, the term black is a nationality not recognized by other nations. So by
What?
yo
What?
now
black,
he's changing it up. Let me just get this
Yeah,
out,
right
No,
bro.
now.
he's saying the
Oh my
same thing.
God, he
That's what he
running.
said
God
before. This is
damn,
crazy.
that
Ayo
is
Suave.
crazy that
Ayo
y'all don't
Suave,
debate.
you so black you'll jump out the window. But that's why I love you, bro.
So let
But
me
Yeah,
He
now
I
can
wild.
I
appreciate it.
that
Love you
I
too, man.
can't
can I
I
go ahead and
can't
get him
say
up?
black is a
Okay,
nation.
what I'm saying is that
It's
black
not.
people are a nation, and we
Okay, so
deserve our
stop
own
right there.
nation.
So
And
stop
we
right
are,
there.
now, hold on, to get my whole
That's why
premise,
he my
bro.
dog though. He'll jump out the
I'm
window.
breaking
He's
down
so
the
black.
title, bro. And then you can break down what you mean by the title.
So I'm saying that
I'm
black
right
people
there.
are a nation unrecognized by other nations and deserve to be a nation, just like all other nations before they were nations. Go.
Look, he
What I'm
trying to
stating is
flip
that the
burgers.
term
Reiterate
black
that.
doesn't
I
refer
can't
to a
hear what he
nation
said.
of people.
Everybody talking over, bro. We trying to clear out our what the title gonna be. I can't hear
My
Who
nobody.
did I
stance is
have
that
that title? I want to talk to the person I had that title
my
with.
name, it's me. It's
That
Cosmo. What I was saying
Cosmo,
Okay,
you're
was
not
Cosmo.
talking to him right now, brother. He just told me the
No, I'm
damn
definitely
title to
talking.
say.
Did I have a title with you? You the other dude that said, "Can you progress up under the term given to you by oppressors?"
Brother, you talking to me about both of them topics right
Is you
now.
King J? I'm talking to
Yes.
King J and Cosmo.
I'm talking
Is
to
you
King
King
J
J?
right now. Yes.
Okay, so can you progress under a terminology given to you by your oppressors? I say, yeah. You disagree?
No, I said I took the affirmative. I said yes.
Okay, well, we agree on that.
Okay, we agree on that. Now, what was
Yeah.
the nation one that you just talking about? I
hmm
say so that right. So in order to be a nation, a prerequisite is that you have to have land.
Man, I
But
don't
you
want to
want to
hear
know
you on that. Cosmo wanted that.
it don't matter. Do you hear
No,
the
it
point that I
does
made?
matter. I don't care to talk to you about that
he
when
about to
that's the
make my
title we
point anyway.
clearly just jumped on.
Land
We just
land is
clearly
a
jumped on it.
prerequisite for any nation.
Brother,
Right.
And
okay,
black
That's
people
bet.
don't
true.
And
have
that's his
land.
debate. Listen, brother, and that's his debate to bring that up in, not yours. So what you want to debate?
We already
Think about it. Think about it, because you ain't disagree with me
anything
yet. You
else.
just want to
Anything else.
debate.
We
You got to
agreed
think.
Okay,
on.
You
then.
got to
So let
think
me
about
talk to
where
him
you
because we
at.
got a title. We
You
got a
didn't want
title.
to. You
Let me
didn't
talk
want
to
to. You don't
him.
want to take me on
Go
that
do what
debate.
you want to
I'll
do,
take you
man.
on. You don't want to debate you on it. I do.
Okay, bet. Well, Cosmo, you want to debate that, Cosmo? Or you want to give it to King J?
Debate what? It's black and
Is
nationality.
it's
It's
black and
black a
nationality.
nation.
A black and nation. Yeah,
It's
national.
black a
Yeah.
nation.
It
It's
don't.
black nation.
I'll take it. He can take it either way. It don't matter to me.
Man, come
I'll
on,
take
man.
it.
What
But
your heart say, bro? Because he really act like he got more smoke for it, but you sound like
yeah,
you can
he
get
look
on
like
better
he eager
debate.
to. He look like he eager to
And
talk
he look
about
like
it.
he don't put together presentations. Like he just want to yell. You look like you actually know how to debate and put together a PowerPoint and shit.
Oh yeah, I know how to do that.
All right, so that's what I'm saying because it's about the quality of debate. I mean, he couldn't even set up a title. He was agreeing with me when he thought he was disagreeing with me. You seem like you
Suave,
have a
you
little bit more
ducking the
merit to
smoke.
your
Set it
credentials.
up or set it
No,
up.
brother,
You picking it. You
brother, I
picking and
just tried
choosing.
to
You look
set up
like
a
you
debate
picking and
with you.
choosing
See
right
what
now,
I'm
brother.
saying? I just
You look
tried to
like you
set up a
picking and
debate. I
choosing right
told
now.
him
That's
yeah to
all.
his title. I told you yeah to your title. And when I got to him to ask him about
All right,
his
well,
Do
I'm
title, he
both.
ready.
agreed.
I don't
Okay,
need no
so
You could
listen, bro.
debate him first, bro. Do
I
him
tell
first.
you what, 2-on-1, Swab Boss against them
Nah,
two losers.
hell no.
Is black a nation?
brother. I don't need no help. I just knocked you out the box by just telling you that you
Okay,
need
well
to
he
have
gave it to
land.
you.
Quit
He just
filibustering,
ran.
brother. Why you talking?
Okay, King
I'm
J.
gonna let
King J is black a
I'm gonna
nation.
let King J go. I'm gonna let
I
King
got
J
you.
go
I
I
first,
got
man.
you.
just
Swab
knocked you
Boss
out
versus
the. I
King J
knocked
is
you out the box in the
Swab Boss versus
preliminary
King
round just
J.
by saying, brother,
Swab Boss
listen.
versus King
We
J
can't
is
talk
black a
over each other.
nation.
So I'll let you go
I got
first.
it.
Go ahead.
Swab Boss
Yep,
versus King
that's
J
it.
is black a
That's it.
nation. We're gonna
Set it
have a
in
face
stone,
off.
boy.
I see you
Yeah,
Thursday.
black and
I
nation.
see you
Load your
Thursday.
So
ammo up.
No,
I
Suave, you
knocked
should have
you
stuck
out
to
the
the first
box.
premise.
No, why? Why?
So what we doing this? We doing this
Like
now?
seriously, brother.
We doing it now?
I mean, you can do what you want to do now. I
You
mean,
need
no,
you
it's
need time.
A1. It's on A1 and direct depend. I'm just saying.
You need
I got my
time
topic with you. Do how much?
because I'm
What you
right
mean to
here right
prepare for
now.
the debate? To
You
prepare
need
for the
time to
debate,
prepare for is black a nation,
man, you're goofy, bro. If you
bro.
don't
I'm
think
on
you
my
need at least a
laptop.
week to
I'm
put
on my
together a
laptop. I can
presentation,
share. You can
then
share.
you're not a.
So
See
what's
what
the
I'm saying,
problem?
Cosmon? He's not a serious debater. He's ready to
What's the
share his screen
problem?
right now, and he think that's debating.
What's
You
the
know to go make
problem,
a presentation and see me back here at least 7 days from now, right?
brother?
Yeah,
You want to
You
bro,
got
make a
that
these
much
is
sense?
presentation on is
weigh-ins.
black a
Okay,
nation,
okay,
These were
all
weigh-ins,
right.
brother?
bro.
Come on,
That's
brother.
what
You
I'm
sound
saying,
silly,
dog. The
brother.
nigga is
You wanted smoke,
I'm
but now
not done.
you
All
copping
I'm saying is
please.
I'm not the dumb one.
Nobody
Now
I'm
got a
you
not the
copping
dumb one.
please,
PowerPoint ready
brother.
or nothing, bro. This
You
was just a
wanted
weigh-in.
smoke, but now you copping please.
It was a weigh-in.
Making excuses of why I'm not ready, but you, as long as you ready, that's all that
Nobody
matters,
comes
brother.
to
to the weigh-in, jumps on those scales, and just starts
Come on,
fighting
bro ain't
right
got
there.
no sources yet. He ain't got nothing
Yeah.
Like
stacked
we
up.
gotta do
brother.
promotion.
You don't know
He
what
gotta
I
make a
got, brother,
slide. Like this a whole
or
debate
who
channel where you
I
get
am,
promotion.
brother.
He's
You
bro, I
not
know
making
who
it.
you
Listen,
are.
you want
I
to
know who you
Only
filibuster
in
and
are.
Black
argue, brother.
America. I'm gonna be the
Smart. You
darn
want to
king of this thing,
filibuster and
A1.
argue about
Bro, do you
nothing.
want to
Only
debate
in
I
it,
Black
bro?
knocked you out
America.
the debate by just saying that
Okay,
you
we
need to
gonna have a
have
face off
land
Thursday. I got you.
to be a
I got
nation.
you.
Black
I
people
got
don't
you.
have land. We're
We
not a
got a face
nation.
off
You
Thursday.
didn't
We got
make
a
it out
face
the
off Thursday.
preliminary
Me and
round.
you
Just
got a
my
face off
statement
Thursday,
alone
King
locked
J.
you out the box,
King
brother.
J, me and
I
you
don't
got a
need to
face
put a
off
PowerPoint
Thursday.
presentation to tell
King
you that
J,
you have to have
yes, you do,
one of the
because you finna
prerequisites
die.
of
You're
being
finna
a nation is
die.
that you
You're
have to
finna
have
pass
land.
away.
That's
You're
why
no
we are
longer gonna
not.
be
That's
with
why we are
us.
not
You
Ayo,
jumped
King
out
recognized as
that
a
J,
window
in
nation
and
the
it's
by
a real
Ayo,
yourself.
King
nigga,
J, in
nigga.
the construct of debates, your opponent does get the opportunity to put his slides together. So if you don't want to do that, you could go into the debate head first and not do
Brother,
that. But
brother.
are you willing to lock in?
Man, bro, ain't nobody finna play goofy for this nigga. This is debate
Now you
channel
scared,
where you
brother.
set
Now you
up
Chill,
scared, brother. You
titles,
caught me,
Suave,
you
please,
put a
brother.
presentation
Suave,
together,
fall
you set
back.
up titles, you set up titles, you put a presentation together, you pick a date, you come back to debate. Don't nobody jump on this motherfucker and just start sharing the screen. You moron. You're a low. We're like, what's wrong with you?
Brother, you copping,
You just
please.
set
You was
up a
on his. You was
debate.
on the smoke.
You just
You
set up
wanted.
a
You
real
wanted to debate
debate.
everybody else, but
You
not a
just
person
set
that
up
wanted
a
to debate
real
you. You got
you
excuses
just
of why
set
you
up a
can't
real
debate,
debate
brother.
against a real
Okay, so
debater, nigga. Get
how
ready.
long do you need to? How long do you need to
A
pick up
week,
to
a
present a
week,
presentation on
a
is black
week,
as a nation?
a week, a
You need a
week.
week.
Yes.
Okay. I
Ayo,
think I'm doing.
Suave, if I could fight,
I think I'm
Ayo,
doing two
Suave,
present.
if I could fight Lamont
I
Roach,
think I'm doing two
I want to do it
presentations
right
before
now
then.
too.
So that's fine.
Okay, bet.
I
So
got a
A1,
debate
you in
and
the
a
building?
presentation before. I got a
Can we get
debate and
him
a
on some type of
presentation
contract right quick?
before
Can we
then.
get him
Talk
on
to
some
me.
type of
Talk to me.
contract right quick, brother?
Talk to me.
I got a
Okay, the brother
debate
want to
and
debate.
I got a
The brother want to
debate
debate is
and a
black.
presentation
The
before you
brother
trying
want
to
to
set
debate
this
is
up.
black a nation, and I said, yeah, I'm taking affirmative. He taking the negative. I want to set up a face off so we can set up a date for the debate. I just want to get him committed to
No
something
problem.
because
Let's
he
get
trying to
this out the
run.
way because you talking big shit.
Lock it in.
It's
I
Black
need
a
And
to
it could
get
be
you
Nation.
the
out. I
same
need
Suave
day.
to
is the
It
get
could
you
be
out
the
the
affirmative.
same
way.
day as the face up next Thursday. It could be the same face off as Didn't you say Thursday next week? I got a face off with Wody Benu.
Is that the 14th?
That's
No,
this
that's like the
Thursday.
13th.
That's in 2 days.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
Black a
my face
Nation.
off.
Suave is the affirmative.
Yeah.
My son be crashing
So
out.
I'll see you today 2 days from now, Thursday. We got a face
Next
off after
Thursday
my
is the
face
Ayo,
off with
11th.
A1,
Benu.
my son Suave always take the hard premise, man. He's so black. He's gonna argue anything black and make it work. I
I
be
gotta
telling
see
him
this
He
I
take
ain't
one.
the
gonna
told
make
you.
easy
that. He ain't gonna
fights.
make this work.
I told you. I
Especially
believe
when
in black people more than Hebrews believe in
we having to
Yeshua.
show sources.
Man, I got
Because
sources.
one of the things I'm gonna hold you to is
Man,
on
you
the
can't
face
win the
off is
debate
when we
now. Say what you want
listen,
to,
brother.
but you in a
Listen,
real
brother.
debate, bro.
One of the things I'm gonna hold you to is that we're gonna determine what are the prerequisites of what a nation is.
Got you.
Okay, just make sure that you remember that. One of the prerequisites
Make sure you know how to put together a
is
presentation.
defining what is a nation.
Make sure your internet work. Make
I
sure
got
your slides
good
smooth.
Ayo,
Wi-Fi.
Suave, relax, B.
Make
Relax.
sure you time yourself.
I got good
Make sure
Wi-Fi.
you understand the premise. Make sure you understand the rebuttal. Make sure you know how to do an opening. Make sure you know how to do a closing. Make sure in the question around you don't die several times on camera live recording
What's
for
your
your
record? What's
for
your
your
debate
descendants
record?
to see. Man, fuck my record. It's 0-0, nigga. You my
Well,
first
you acting
murder.
like I ain't. This is my first debate or
Man, I
something.
don't care.
Well, I do
I
know.
don't
So
care.
I know all the
You
things
just
you're
tried
talking
to
about.
share your screen right now. I know you're a moron. You just tried to share your screen and debate right now. I know
Yeah,
you're inferior.
because you're
So,
not gonna you didn't make it out the preliminary round, bro.
all right, look, let's
I
get
just
back
beat
to it.
you up, but
So
I
we
just
locked
beat
in.
you up. But there's no intelligent way that you can
All right,
say that
man.
black
Black
is a
We
Power,
nation.
man. I'm finna
You
kick it with
need
my
to have.
we
queen, man. I
locked
love y'all,
in.
man. Hold it
Hold
down
on,
on your
Swall,
side of
don't
town
go
for people
nowhere,
that's brown,
Swall.
man.
You're
Cause
gonna learn
yo,
about NATO Thursday on the
this
11th.
gonna be, in my opinion, Swall, this gonna be a difficult one in terms of how nationality is defined. You jumped out the window.
Understood.
You had them in a corner on the other premise, but I get it. You take all the smoke. I
He's
understand
gonna
that.
Well,
die
I'm
on
gonna tell.
this.
No. I'm gonna tell you
He's
the
gonna
truth.
die.
I think is black people is black and nationality is is harder than are black people a nation. That's why I took
Black as a
is
nation is
black a
easy.
nation. So that's why I took is black a nation. He's I get
Oh,
where
I
he coming
see what
from.
you about
I
to
wouldn't.
do.
I wouldn't
You
have
see what
took
I'm
it as black
saying?
a nationality. I wouldn't have took that.
There you have it,
But
folks.
is black a nation? Shout out to my brother King J. Cosmon, I don't know what the fuck happened to you. I guess we'll set something up later. And shout out to the brother Benu for jumping
And this
in
is
the
Wall
motherfucking
Street Willie,
Coliseum
aka the Stuart Scott of consciousness. I'm the Stuart
for
Scott.
putting his gear on and jumping in the Coliseum and lining up 2 debates, bro. So yeah, I'll see you this Thursday, and that face off is Thursday at what time?
Thursday prime time, and the topic is: does living make you an expert on life? That was the title.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking for it in the comments because I typed it out, but I don't see it. So many comments.
You really gonna do that one?
You can't be too expert if you die.
Come on, bro. You playing the rucker with that topic, man. That ain't an NBA topic. Come
You
on.
an expert. You an expert, but you ain't gonna.
Does living make you an expert?
Ben Simmons
Does
plays
living make you an expert in
basketball.
life?
Only
He's
if
not an
dying is the
expert at
goal of
basketball.
life.
No, it's not. It's not. Cause I ain't ever talked to
So we
nobody that
supposed to
died
live
and
forever?
came back and told me something that was after that.
Are we supposed to live forever? Are we designed to live forever?
I want to live. I want to master. I want to
yeah.
master life and live as
If
long
you
as I want
choose,
to. Not
So this is what I'm saying though.
not die
This is what I'm saying though. The
prematurely.
way we're designed,
I'm out, man.
designed.
Black Power, man. Hey, Wall Street, love you,
Peace,
man.
God.
Hey, A1, I
Peace,
met
God.
you.
The way we designed.
Hey, y'all, I got a slide
The way
too,
we
man.
designed.
Look, I've been quiet for a minute. I got one. Can vortexian currents be described using electromagnetism?
Ooh, back up off the Nagas. Hold up.
Who want that? That might be above some of these brothers' pay grade.
Ruben always do that, man. He know that ain't
It was only one brother up here talk about vortexian currents, and the same brother make arguments against electromagnetism. So can vortexian currents be described using electromagnetism? Create a game.
Huh? What? What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about nothing.
something.
Hold on real quick. Well, first of all, my argument has always been that light is not literally, or God is not literally light. You see what I'm saying? Electromagnetism exists. It is a force in nature. I agree with that 100%, but it's not God, the creator of all. That's my whole point on that with the Nagas.
Is Ra light? That's one another one.
No, Ra was a deity in the form and figure of a man who everybody knew, an Egyptian god. You can look up Ra, you can see his picture.
Like a debate.
He wasn't light.
I'm the affirmative. You the negative.
He did represent the
Well,
sun.
that's easy. He represented the sun, but he was not literally light or the sun
light,
itself. He
though.
was a man.
When did Ra live as a man?
Ra, when you look up a picture of Ra,
That's a depiction.
right? So he's depicted not as the sun or as light. He's depicted as a man.
No,
all right, gentlemen, I can't leave you guys up here for another minute. We're about to close out
All right,
with this
let's
song
get up
by
out of here.
Son. Y'all can
Bless
catch
up.
me tomorrow in the morning.
Already.
I might pop up on a late night, maybe with a late night session, watch party or something. But for the next few
Yeah, let's
hours,
get it.
I gotta go make this money. Y'all have
Yes,
a good rest of the
I'm gonna
night.
be outside. Peace, family.
Yep, and I will catch
Dirty
y'all
gang,
tomorrow.
gang,
We're gonna
what's up?
finish this conversation tomorrow. I'm bringing the same background up tomorrow. Aboriginal versus FBA, and we will be touching base on this again too. So we're going to end with the song by Connie Son. You can check him out on all platforms. Spotify or YouTube is where I usually listen to him. And this song and my intro song from him are both on Spotify. So go check him out.
Family all around me. Family all around me. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. We are family. We might have the same land name, but that don't make you my family. I got some people with the same blood, and I know that they can't stand me. I got some people I call that ain't kin, that's gonna pull up and handle it. They take care of that business like family. We come from them trenches like family. They talking, you listen, that's family. They don't tell your business, that's family. They calling your phone, coming looking for you. They say that you missing, that's family. They don't need permission, that's family. When you hurt, they can feel it, that's family. Let them come while you're cheering, that's family. Let them